Let's go!
This show fucking stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it. AJ, you never cease to amaze me with your toxicity, pal.
You got a couple of these?
God damn it! What the fuck are you doing?
Fuck Boston.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this holy shit. The Denver Nuggets have won a world title Tuesday, June 13, 2023. This program starts now. Sports are happening. Congratulations to the Denver Nuggets being a franchise that has won a world title for the first time just last night. And obviously, Jamal Murray's having the time of his life. Who would have thought he would have been able to get back to this stage of basketball after getting injured and being doubted? He has become an absolute dog for the Denver Nuggets, especially in his playoff run. Then you think about Aaron Gordon. That guy was kind of tossed to the side. How you doing? You know what he's doing? He's outside shirtless in his uniform, celebrating with the Denver Nuggets. Then you think about Bruce Brown. That guy had a baby with Lauren Rhodes.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what he had, a baby with Lauren Rhodes. You know what else he did? Massive dunk last night. 2 huge free throws late in the fourth quarter. Turned his entire life around in basketball, legacy around. Coach Malone. Obviously in a basketball family. He gets a title. Go ahead and hang that on the mantle.
Huge.
The Denver Nuggets fans get to enjoy it all. Everybody's having a blast. There was people in the streets at all hours of the night last night. Now something terrible and devastating did happen. Hours and hours and hours later, another piece of Denver. That's a shame. T's and P's to everybody that were obviously victims to the shooting that took place during the celebration. That is a damn shame and a damper about what's taking place, because if you saw, the entire city of Denver seemed to be celebrating and enjoying the hell of the Nuggets bringing the Larry O'Brien trophy to Denver for the first time in the history of the existence of the Nuggets program. And he was thinking all the way back. Nuggets been around a long time. You've seen a lot of people in those very sweet jerseys representing Mile High City. This is the first time they've been champions. These fans have been waiting to light off fireworks in the middle of a four-way intersection and have a blast and climb telephone poles and everything like that. The place was a zoo.
Sweet.
Nobody told Joker?
No, that's right.
Nope.
Joker had no idea he fucking won a title.
No clue.
You know, and they say people grieve differently. You know, you watch Dateline and all these different things, and they say, well, the way this person was acting after this person passed away, there's no way that is. Like, well, you don't know how people handle grief and everything like that. Some things are obvious. Also, I guess you don't know how people are going to handle the highest of highs.
True. Yeah.
Joker didn't even fucking know. Joker was told that the parade was on Thursday. Okay, you need to stick around a couple days. All right?
Please.
We got a whole celebration. The next couple of days is going to be good. And his answer was actually this when he found out that a celebration parade, to celebrate him, pretty much.
Oh, yeah.
Like, to celebrate him, a city would like to say thank you for doing something that's never happened here before. This is what he said.
When is parade? When is parade?
Thursday.
No. I need to go home. Okay.
You go home Friday. There was, yeah, I'm learning that now. I mean, me and Horst FaceTime yesterday.
Yeah. Crush.
Say, I win this for you. I see you Wednesday. Now, are you telling Horst?
Do I?
Yeah, there's videos of him in the locker room, okay? Champagne. Everybody's wearing snowboard goggles these days, just in preparation of getting burnt from beer, champagne, whiskey. And maybe who knows what else is happening in those locker rooms whenever you're celebrating something you've worked your entire life for. But the champagne bottle spray, pretty standard operating procedure for celebration when, look at the Joker, give it a go. Well, fuck. What? I did it. Okay?
All right.
This fucking sucks.
This is fun.
Okay. These glasses too small for head. Okay? They over ears. Get me out of here. This dude.
Unreal.
The only show of actual joy that we got from old Joker was when he tackled Jamal Murray into the pool. Now, I don't know who got this on camera. There was a camera in there, so this was probably pretty difficult for Joker to want to do. But hey, boom! You remember all those hours we spent in here rehabbing, getting better, working. Let's go ahead and celebrate his two teammates who have become one of the best pairings in the NBA. Obviously, the championship pairing in the NBA. A lot of help from all the other pieces, though.
Oh, yeah.
Old cuz out of Kansas.
Christian Brown.
He won 3 high school titles, obviously a natty at Kansas, and now he's an NBA champion in his rookie year. He was taking the ball to the rack, too. He was doing a lot of things. I enjoyed watching this Nuggets team, and I hope there's a chance. And maybe this is just how Joker is happy. Maybe this is just his happiness. But Joker, you got to take this in. This is what you do all the fucking miserable shit for. Now, I don't think Joker sees any of it as miserable. Remember, he does ride 4 feet away from a horse's ass around town. So I don't think he thinks anything is miserable involving a sport or a game. He's like comparing it to people, what else they're doing or could be doing. This is easy, this is game, this is nothing. But I hope he does settle in with his brothers who are enjoying the hell out of it and take it all in, that he has become one of the greatest basketball players of all time. All his hard work is worth it. And I think we all appreciate how humble he is and all that. But at some point, Joker, you need to drink it down.
Big time.
You need to take it in, because why else are you lifting all them weights? Why else are you lumbering up and down basketball courts 82 nights a year in different cities at 6'11", 260 pounds, lumbering up? You need to enjoy the moment whenever you get to the mountaintop, and I assume this is just how he does it, but optically it was hilarious. I was proud of him, happy for him, and congrats to the Nuggets.
Way to go, Nuggets.
The Toxic Tables here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. One half of the Hammer, the Island Cowboys Tone Diggs is here, and joining us, obviously a man who's very pumped about this because the pronouns he was using for the Denver Nuggets were we and our after his Los Angeles Lakers got swept by this Denver Nuggets team, which we will look back on at some point in the offseason about what they were able to accomplish this entire playoff run and who they did it to and how they went about doing their business. Adam Pac-Man Jones is here. Pac obviously pumped up about it. In your eyes, there's a chance both South Florida teams that were having a chance to do something that never happened before. If South Florida was able to win both the NBA and the NHL Finals here, that would have been the first time a city's ever accomplished it. You said immediately upon hearing that, because you are a bit of a hater, you said immediately, they're not going to win a single game. They each won one game thus far. That is all the Heat were able to get out of the Nuggets series. Tonight, the Vegas Golden Knights can end the Florida Panthers 4-1 as well. You see that on the horizon with your fucking sweater on. It looked good, pal.
Oh, yes, I do. I think they won one game. I was wrong about one game. You know, every now and then, the sun shines on the dog ass.
That's right.
But the Vegas Knights is going to take this home tonight. We're back home, you know. It's going to be a good night.
I saw this dog doing a handstand on the internet.
Really?
The sun shines on said dog's ass.
A lot.
A lot.
Sure.
But that's an anomaly. Just like what he's saying is the couple wins that they got in both series. Joining us now is a guy that has been on television, I think, for, I don't know, like 48 straight hours multiple times over the last few weeks covering the NBA Finals and the NBA playoffs while also being the host of First Take and the Stephen A. Smith Show, which is taking over YouTube. Incredibly proud, pumped to have this man on the program. Ladies and gentlemen, Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah, Stephen A.
What's up, fellas?
How are you, man?
What's up? You got my man Pac-Man Jones up in there, man?
What's
got
up,
his crazy
big
ass
bro?
up in there. What's up, big boy? How you doing, man?
You two know each other?
Good to
You
see
two
you,
know
bro.
each other?
Yes, we do.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, you've been covering sports a long time. I assume you and Pac-Man may have crossed paths. How long you been in the business, Stephen A.?
I've been in the business since 1993.
Hell yeah.
You've been doing it, too.
You know, and I've interviewed Pac-Man on a few occasions.
How'd they go? Because
You
he
know,
just released a local news video from earlier that he did where he was calling Terrell Pryor garbage, trash. And then he actually grabbed a garbage can and said, Terrell, on the local news. So how are the interviews with Pat?
Wow.
Pretty good?
No, he's straight up. I mean, to me, as far as I'm concerned, as long as you're real and not shy about saying what you feel, I'm good with you. And that was always him. So he and I have always been cool.
Oh, yeah, Pac-Man.
We go, Pac.
Good for you. All right, let's go. Let's dive into some basketball because we know you've worked. Are you dead, huh? You tired? You got to be. Dude, you got to be dead.
I'm tired as hell, Pat. I'm only here because of you, my brother. I'm on a flight back to New York.
All right, well, let's get it done. Let's get it knocked out. We appreciate you taking time here to chit-chat.
No doubt.
And we obviously just cracked some jokes and watched Joker celebrate that thing in a way that only Joker could celebrate it. Maybe the most humble athlete, superstar in the history of any sport. Literally didn't want to do the parade. Like, gosh.
Gotta go home.
I got
Horses.
Who tells horse I'm not coming home? But whenever you start thinking about everything he accomplished, his playoff run, we're in a conversation talking about one of the greatest basketball players to ever live. He doesn't know that, though?
Without
You think
question.
that's what it is?
I don't think he cares. I think he cares about the results, get the job done, and then go on about his merry way. I think that's exactly how he lives his life. I mean, you know, when you, especially, and it's one of the things that's not talked about enough, especially when you're somebody that's not from the United States of America. In his case, you're from Serbia. When you experience a lot of the things that a lot of folks from foreign countries experience, what happens is that even though competition is paramount and you place a significant load on achieving success and what have you, in the same breath, you know what life and death is truly all about. It's
Perspective.
literal to you.
Yeah.
And he has that kind of perspective. Giannis has that kind of perspective. A lot of these guys, Luka Doncic and others, have that kind of perspective. So because of that, they'll show up and they'll perform. They don't fear anybody. They do their job, but in the same breath, they understand that it's just a game. And at the end of the day, come hell or high water, I'm gonna go home and live my life. And that's what Jokic did. He kept steps on the court. He busts your ass, and then after he does that, he goes home and goes on his merry way.
The champagne bottle.
Yeah. It's so good.
Just so awesome. Just, what is this?
You know what else?
It's a
you know what else,
movie.
Pat? I brought this up on First Take today, and I'll bring it up to you right now. When I think about Jokic and you saw his brother celebrating with him, everybody forgets something that happened a couple of years ago. I remember last year or the year before, Markieff Morris, when Jokic was dribbling up the court, he sort of lowballed him a little bit and hit him in the ribs. But then he turned his back and walked away like it was no big deal, and Jokic clobbered him in the back, put him down. And when he put him down, he stayed down for a while. He was pretty hurt. He was never the same the rest of that season. And if you saw in the aftermath of all of that, the Miami Heat wanted to get at Jokic really, really bad, Jimmy Butler and all of those brothers. Jokic's brothers, his two brothers, took out a Twitter account. They've never used it before or since. They took it out that one day when Marcus Morris, Markieff's brother, was talking about, so we're going to hit people in the back now. All right, I see how this goes. And the brothers opened a Twitter account to say, excuse me, your brother started it, our brother finished it. We strongly suggest that you let this go. You know what I'm saying? And it was like all of a sudden you start hearing about the Serbian mafia and all of this other stuff and the kind of connections that these guys have. And you realize they are no joke. They are no joke. And they sent the message. You can compete against our brother, but don't think you're going to do something to him and there's not going to be consequences. A lot of people talk a lot of things about this, nice guy, doesn't say much. Nikola Jokic just goes out there and balls. He's not scared. He can ball. He gets on the court, he busts your ass, but in the same breath, you understand.
Yeah.
You don't need to mess with him because there are other people that are in his family that will see to it that it is something that is against your best interest. And I don't know anybody tells that story, but I told that story because it's true.
I remember whenever that all took place because I think that's when we learned about his brothers. And they're all the same, as we just saw in the video, they're all the same size and they're all tatted up.
Yeah. Huge.
They're all and they went to the next Miami game, I think. That was even a part of it. They're like,
That's right. Yes,
they said,
they
we
did.
will be there. They said, we will.
They said, we will be there. And they showed up at the game by themselves.
Yes, that's what.
And dared anybody to mess with them. And nobody messed with them.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Yeah, I mean, anybody that still takes horse as their mode of transportation, you got to think there's some sort of mental grit in there.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
No, we'll take our time. We'll do this the old-fashioned way. And also, another thing that has come out is obviously that Joker got drafted during a Taco Bell commercial. And if you watch that Taco Bell commercial, he was actually drafted as a 4, right? And then Shaq puts out an Instagram post last night that was pretty much like, hey, welcome. I forget the exact caption. Can you take the ticker off there? Welcome to the Big Man Alliance or whatever, to Joker, right? And then he puts up all these stats of all the great centers. So obviously he is being considered a center now. He's drafted during a Taco Bell commercial as a 4. Is this kind of, when you're getting this conversation, obviously it's fucking great. But he just has to play like 10 more years, you think, to get into the full conversation of greatest center of all time? Or what do you think Joker's going to have to do?
I don't think so. I don't think it's going to take that much. I think when you consider him now, I mean, I'm just looking at his numbers. He's averaged 30, 14, and 7 on 58% shooting from the field, 42% from 3 in the NBA Finals. In the playoffs, the number was at 34 and 13 and 9. He averaged a triple-double in one of the series. He swept the Lakers and Anthony Davis. He beat DeAndre Ayton, Kevin Durant, and Devin Booker. He took out Rudy Gobert and Karl Anthony Towns. And obviously, he did what he did to Miami. Bam Adebayo is a pretty damn good player. He's an all-star caliber player. A bit undersized as a big man, but a legitimate 6'9.5", potentially 6'10". And he looked like a small man compared to Jokic. Jokic is not a small dude. He's a big dude that plays big, but he's got a beautiful touch around the basket. He's got a beautiful touch away from the basket. He's an exceptional passer. His basketball IQ is off the charts. And this is a guy that spent the better part of his first 3 years in the NBA coming off the bench. He wasn't even a starter. So you see the level of elevation that's taking place. He committed himself to his craft, to being the best that he can possibly be. And right now in a league where there's Steph Curry and there's LeBron James and there's Kevin Durant and others, we're literally sitting here and calling a big man the best in the world.
He's good at everything. Everything that's basketball, it seems like he is just good at. And it's hard to bet on his scoring because he'll be in a prime position to shoot and he's still looking to pass and then he'll still get 30-some points. It's like this guy, he's an Iron Man, it feels like. Incredible player. Shout out to Joker. Hope you enjoy something out there.
Yeah, Joker.
Let's talk about his surrounding cast now, all right? And I kind of rattled through it there to kind of start this show here. Bruce Brown had a baby with Lauren Rhodes, right? Mm-hmm. That was the big news. This guy, he had a baby with Lauren Rhodes. That was kind of the big news during his playoff series. And then you watch him play. He seems to be faster than everybody else on the court. Explosive, 2 massive free throws late. Aaron Gordon, this guy, with the tag team of Joker and him underneath, he's able to get some looks. He takes advantage of it, seemingly for the Nuggets in incredible fashion. Jamal Murray, whenever you need a shot, he seems to be clutch. Like this guy, he's a dog. That team that they built around, and who's the little white?
Brown.
Christian
Brown.
Three
from Kansas.
3 high school state titles, a national championship at Kansas, and now an NBA title. That motherfucker just wins. That team they have, how long are they together for? And it feels like that is a much bigger part of the conversation now than it maybe has been for the NBA because it's a superstar-driven league. That team's deep, Stephen A.
Well, what's going to make it interesting is this. You got to pay attention, and I know you do, but to some of the changes that have been taking place with the new collective bargaining agreement, they're going to make it much more difficult for 3-headed monster superstars to join forces. And obviously, Denver's going to be the model because they're now the reigning defending NBA champions. And they built through the draft, drafting Jamal Murray, drafting Michael Porter Jr., drafting Nikola Jokic, and what have you. And so they're going to serve as a model for a lot of teams. Here's where it gets tricky, though. Stan Kroenke is the owner for Kroenke Sports and Entertainment. He owns the Colorado Rockies in the National Hockey League. He owns the Los Angeles Rams, and he owns the Denver Nuggets, all of whom have won championships in the last 2 years.
Yeah, a lot of money. And he owns SoFi.
Yep.
The question is he going to keep them together? He's known. They use the word fiscally responsible. In other words, he's kind of cheap. And so as a result of that, because that's the situation, there are questions as to whether or not he's going to keep these guys together. But if he chooses to do so, I don't think there's any reason to believe that they won't win at least another title. With Jamal Murray and Jokic leading the way, with those guys playing the role that they play, Mike Malone being an exceptional coach, I think it's entirely plausible that they win another championship.
Pac-Man has a question for you, Steven.
Since they got the championship, big bro, where do we rank the duos with Joker and Murray as far as the top in the league?
I think right now, number one. Number one. Here's the reason why. A lot of times we look at time. Let's take, for example, Jason Tatum with Jaylen Brown, right? Even though, they messed up in Game 7. I personally attribute most of that to Jason Tatum getting hurt on the very first offensive play of the game. He was never the same. He was compromised. But Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, here's their problem. They are 2 exceptional individual talents. They're not known for playing together. They're not known for feeding off of one another, pick and rolls, pick and pops, things of that nature. One is always on the opposite side of the court than the other. To a lesser degree, we saw that with Kevin Durant and Devin Booker, not necessarily feeding off of one another. LeBron James and Anthony Davis do feed off of one another, but that's when Anthony Davis is available because he's a human roller coaster. One game he's in, one game he's out. One game he's ready, one game he's not. So the level of consistency is not there. When you look at Jamal Murray and Jokic, they play together, they feed directly off of one another. Mike Malone puts them in situations where pick and rolls, pick and pops, and all of this other stuff that goes on. They're literally assisting the other scoring all the time. They're feeding directly off of one another. Yeah. That's why they're the dynamic duo. You're not just looking at their talent. You're looking at the cohesiveness with which they play together. They play together. Most dual stars or most duos who are stars in this league don't play together. They're on opposite ends of the court with one another. These two are not that. Yeah, that's why they're number one right now.
In the biggest moments, they showed up, too. Mm-hmm. There's been some duos that have had an opportunity and then all kind of collapse in the biggest moments. It feels like during the playoffs there, Jamal Murray and Joker we didn't follow the season as closely as we should have. We blame you for that. Hey, yep. We do blame you. I want to let you know that. You've done a lot of great things for sports media. You need to know that. There's a couple things. You know, you're so damn good at what you do that now everybody's trying to be you. Not everybody, but a lot of people are trying to be you. Yeah. And they are not. That sucks. Not your fault, though.
Right.
Not your fault. We have to deal with it, but not your fault. Okay? That is something like that. You're so
I appreciate you not being Dan Levitard and trying to blame me for that. Thank you very much.
I mean, it's not your fault, though.
No.
Like I guess could blame you, you know, but it's in our eyes not your fault. We do have to deal with it though as a society, so you can see how that kind of, you know, that whole thing. But not knowing this Nuggets team, I think it was a nice treat during the playoffs. Were they like this all year? They weren't healthy, I heard, and then
they were.
Okay.
They were like this all year. They were the number one seed throughout the season. They had tailed off in the latter part of the year. They had fallen off for like a 2-3 week stretch where they were really, really struggling. And Mike Malone was calling out their effort like he did after game 2 of these NBA Finals, like he did against Phoenix when they had fell to Phoenix, and he accused them of leaving their defense in the desert for games 3 and 4 when Devin Booker was shooting 80% from the field and 60% from 3-point range. But when they tailed off, one of the things we were waiting to see was that 3 years ago or so, when they were in the bubble in the conference finals, Jamal Murray was healthy. Over the last 2 years, he hadn't been, which is why they didn't go deep into the playoffs. Now that he was back, you were wondering whether or not that Jamal Murray was going to return to form, because he still, in a lot of our eyes, hadn't returned to form as of yet, and that was where their hesitancy kicked in.
Got it. Okay. Well, we need to see more of them next year, Steve. Yep. Okay, you make that decision. We know it. We need some more of them. Last question.
Well, you will.
Okay.
They're champion. You see him?
Well, he's 2-time MVP.
That's right.
You know what I mean? I mean, is he coming? What if he just goes back, gets on that horse, and goes, "This is right," and then just
quit.
Literally rides that thing right into the sun. Last question.
Not gonna quit.
No, I agree. Yeah, he won't quit. Yeah. He might play forever, actually.
He's got 50 million a year for the next 4 years.
He's so fast. He's so big. So
soft touch.
He should be lumbering around. He should be sore at some point, and he's not. He's just moving. Connor has the last question for you here, Stephen A.
Yeah, Stephen A. Obviously, you know, what Jimmy Butler did with the Heat was unbelievable. 8 seed, 2 playing games, made it all the way to the finals. It was very cool to watch, even as a Celtics fan. What do they do now, though, with the Heat? Are they going to get Damian Lillard because he said he wants to go down there with his guy Bam? Or what do you think they do?
They got to try. They got to try, because Jimmy Butler is a star in this league. Make no mistake about that. He's a closer. You saw what he did last night, despite the fact that he was non-existent for the first 43 minutes of the game offensively.
Hey, he's getting killed for that. He's getting killed for that right now.
Well, he shouldn't. He shouldn't. He's always giving you what he's got defensively, and he showed up as the game waned and scored 8 straight points, gave them the lead. Here's what I would tell y'all, and this is just my thing about a superstar. First of all, when you look at a lot of these guys, when you're the marquee, it can't just be the close. You got to show up, and you've got to carry that load. Jimmy Butler is not a volume shooter. He's not somebody that's willing to take the bull by the horn and say, "I'm that dude, give me the rock and I'll take you there," unless it's the last couple of minutes of the game. You've got to be of the mindset, when you think about LeBron and you think about Kobe, God rest his soul, you think about MJ, you even think about Kevin Durant and Devin Booker, people like that, Steph Curry, others. Sure. You got to take the bull by the horn, and on a night-in, night-out basis, you dropping 25, 26, 27. And oh, by the way, you're not relying on the referees to get you to the free throw line an exorbitant number of times in order to pull that off. That's been Jimmy. It's not to say that he's not a star. It's not to say that he's not somebody pivotal that you should not have. But him as your number one option, considering the talent you're going to have to go against, I think it's been proven against LeBron, finals loss, against Jokic, finals loss. I think it's been proven that you need somebody else as your number one offensive option to complement Jimmy. If you do that, Miami will be right back where they were last night, in a position to possibly win a championship. If they don't, I think you'll see Giannis. I think you'll see Boston. And I also think that at some point in time, you'll see Joel Embiid knocking on the door, because I think he wants it bad enough. Somebody out of the Eastern Conference. It won't be Miami unless they get Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo help as in a number one offensive option, because neither one of them are that.
Hey, there might be somebody out of New Orleans on the move as a new dad, you know, allegedly, potentially. You know, there might be a new dad or coming father that might be on the move. His legs.
No, can't pick him. Can't pick him.
Yeah,
he misses too many games. He misses too many games.
About to have a kid. You know what I mean? A lot of other stuff. You know, might have some chips on his shoulder. You know, a lot of things are being said right now about.
You got to play, bro. You got to play first.
Yeah.
You got to play. I want to hear that shit. You got to play first. I love Zion, but you got to play.
Hey,
He got a lot of activity going on in his life.
Yeah.
Props to him.
Yeah.
But playing basketball games ain't one of them. He got to get on the court.
Hey, Zion, this too shall pass, bub. Everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay.
It's going to be all right as long as he plays.
Yeah, he plays good. Plays good, too.
Right.
Can't come
He'll play
bad.
good.
Yeah.
He's on the court. He plays. He's a 60% shooter.
Always.
Averages 26 a game. He'll be fine.
Yeah, he's doing this one, too, at like
he just got to show up.
280.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
By the way, 280, 180 dunks in the layup line or while you practicing ain't playing.
Come on, it's close, though. It's close.
Right
at least it's with a basketball in his hand. We're hearing about a lot of other playing.
They ain't paid a man nearly $200 million to show up in warm-ups.
I agree. Let's see him in a game.
Let's show up.
And then let's go home and let's go to basketball.
Yep.
Yeah.
And let's go home and let's go to basketball.
Just those two.
And it'll all be there later.
And by the way, if he plays basketball, all of that other stuff he's got going on
even better
will be there anyway.
Even better.
Yeah.
Even better.
Even better.
Even better.
Even better.
Hey, just like our show is when you stop by. Listen, you got to be dead. Go take a nap or 10. Safe travels back to New York. We appreciate the hell out of you. Great job on the coverage, brother.
Thanks a lot, my brother. I appreciate you. Appreciate y'all. Y'all take it easy. Pac-Man, love you, bro. Catch you later.
Yes, sir. Love you too.
Ladies and gentlemen, Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah, Stephen A.
He's been working.
Yeah, grinding.
This morning, he was on First Take. They got him on his own little TV,
Mm-hmm.
And there'll be a take being given by somebody. And boy.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes he just interrupts just because, hey, I'm going to have to.
Only way to keep him
Yeah,
away.
just to talk.
He was in Denver last night.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen the scenes from Denver last night. He was there, and then obviously he's right back on the First Take this next day. 2 hours sitting in a room all by himself.
Yeah, jeez.
In Denver, do your thing. I appreciate him stopping by. Yeah. Great day to have NBA conversation. Nobody better, I guess, to stop by than Stephen A. Smith. Very thankful for that.
You asked it. So Jokic just signed a 5-year max. Michael Porter Jr. got his 5-year max. Yep. Aaron Gordon's locked up for 4 years. Jamal Murray's there for 2 more years before he gets paid again. Christian Braun's a rookie. Brown's a rookie. Like they
gonna be there.
Yeah, they're gonna be there.
Yeah, and Jokic's next deal. Yeah. I mean, by the time he gets there and he'll be all NBA still, that'll be like a $400-500 million.
Yeah, and he's gonna say, you talk to someone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
I think you pay me rock. I happy
and horse.
But
yeah, they might offer him.
I need a stall. Outside,
right.
Horse?
Yeah, 200 horses.
And then agent's like, whoa, Joker. We need $2 billion.
Yeah.
Okay. You see what this guy does. You see the stats. You got to do it. And then they're like, Joker, you want $2 billion? I don't know. I guess. Good.
I also think
they just need to give him one of those planes where he can get to Serbia in 3 hours every night after the game.
Yeah, what was that called? They were creating that.
Concorde?
No, that one blew up, right?
It did, yes.
Concorde blew up. It was supposed to get New York, London, 3 hours.
Yes.
It was supposed to bring Europe.
Supersonic jet.
It was supposed to bring Europe and America together. And I think the NFL was actually basing Europe teams on the success of this plane because Jim Irsay mentioned it in his answer about expansion of the NFL. He said, remember, the Concorde was supposed to connect London and New York, and then it didn't, or whatever. And then he said there's supposed to be a new one happening. So that was actually a part of a lot of businesses' plans, I would assume. If there was a chance to have that, which there should be, right? All these billionaires are getting to fucking space.
Yep.
Can we not get some planes to fly a little quicker? Right. What are we doing?
We talked about it after he said that. It's not the Concorde, but it's like the same engineering type thing. And they said that by 2030, the plans are that there will be some sort of supersonic jet that you can fly commercially.
American Airlines has put out a picture of what one could potentially look like. So maybe this will be what they go ahead and scroll down there. American places deposit on 20 Overture aircraft. American Airlines, the world's largest airline, poised to have the world's largest supersonic fleet. So this is probably, if American Airlines is doing it and they have the world's largest, that means somebody else has something.
Yep.
They're getting 20. There must be somebody that has 10 or 15. That's good news. The world should be smaller. You're right. Maybe that'll help Joker. Be like, I go Serbia Tuesdays, come back Thursday. We play a little basketball.
Or why doesn't just someone show them hey, in Colorado, you could buy a massive ranch out somewhere and have 50 horses and
whole family.
Yeah, your whole family can live there.
Pick up the whole neighborhood.
Probably kind of looks like the Serbian countryside a little bit, maybe. There are places out there you could find.
Even a corner store that you go to.
Exactly.
Just pick it up like Rick Ross did with his house.
Boom.
And just move it over.
Right.
Yeah, make his own town.
Oh no, we was just talking earlier about how we love the United States. Some people are just stuck in what they like. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, that's why I'm saying
Obviously.
just pick it all up.
Yeah, and just move it.
Move it. Just
Make
pick
it
it up.
Jokicville.
Move it. Just pick up Serbia, part of Serbia.
Yeah.
And just move it.
Just move it. Just right here.
That's
So when it
like
gets-
us moving this and going to Serbia.
Yeah, if we wanted to go to Serbia.
If we were able to pick up, if I was able to get this, my house,
That's about
All the places you always go to.
that smoothie place I eat at.
Right.
Yeah, DoorDash.
DoorDash.
Make sure they have that.
If somebody was able to pick this, they could put it fucking anywhere they wanted.
Exactly.
They could put it anywhere they wanted, and I'm going to have my same life. That's what we're saying for Joker.
Bingo.
Let's give him the same life.
Exactly.
You can even get little dirt trails that you want to put on the back of the horse.
Yeah.
Bingo.
But what Pac and I were talking about is, and you're right, no place is like home, I guess.
Or Richmond. I was at the end of Ted Lasso, sorry. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Believe.
How about him? That was pretty emotional.
It was.
It was good, yeah. It was a good
Emotional
finale.
When they put something back together, I had a hard time.
Yeah. You're right. That was a cool moment. Mm-hmm. They're all in there.
Yeah.
The guy pulled it out of his shin guard. You know how wet that thing had to be?
Had one under the
How long was that in his goddamn shin guard?
Yeah,
Laminated.
couple seasons.
yeah,
whole
whole season.
season?
Arm sleeve.
Had to be so wet in there. Thank you for all the sweat. Anytime you go to Europe, though, and maybe I just haven't done it right. I've done it a few times, or any other country, really. I'm excited to get back to America. Love your countries.
Yeah.
Love your countries. Very excited to get back to the one that I live in. Just because, like, the easiest things of, like, a plug-in is just completely different.
Yep.
How you go about operating life, completely different. Want to get back home. That's what you're talking about. I respect that from Joker. I respect how humble he is, how much he enjoys still going back to his, beginnings and everything like that, and staying grounded. But goddamn, we hope he had fun at some point. All right, let's move on. Stanley Cup final tonight could be over.
No.
Hey,
Could be.
No.
could be over tonight.
Could be.
No.
Could it be?
Florida Panthers could lose to the Vegas Golden Knights in Las Vegas, and that would mean that the Vegas Golden Knights are Lordo Stanley Cup champions one day after the Denver Nuggets became Larry O'Brien Trophy Award winners. So both of the finals could end within an evening, and both South Florida teams could lose 4-1 in the series, or Kachuk could say, nay, like the horses that Joker rides in on, and extends this thing one game, and maybe two games, and gets this thing to a game 7. Crazier things have happened, could happen, but all eyes are set on Las Vegas winning their first Stanley Cup.
That's right.
Wow.
Let's have a night tonight, huh, Ty?
Let's have a fucking night. You mentioned it. Although Kachuk is a little banged up, they're saying his status for tonight is kind of up in flux, which makes no sense. It's a potential elimination game. There's no way he's not playing. But I just read an article on ESPN this morning about, Vegas has a slogan like, play. You got to play hurt to win. Kind of everything coming back to Stoner. Like this guy, just what he does in the locker room, what he does on the ice. It not only is it the toughest barn in the NHL, but if you've watched this series, there is no question that Vegas has been the better team, more physical, more skilled, bigger, faster, stronger. They want it more. So. I mean, I have a tough time believing they're not going to win on home ice tonight. But, yeah, you mentioned it. Crazier things have happened. But I think you're right. I think tonight is the night that
Nick,
the Vegas Golden Knights hoist Lord Stanley's Cup.
Nick, what do we got a little fight out of the Panthers tonight in Sin City or what?
They're definitely going to put up a fight, Pat, but I don't know how much fight they have left to get up. Ty mentioned Kachuk's banged up. It's not just Kachuk. There's a lot of guys on that team. I think Barkov's playing through something.
Barkov?
Alexander?
Jeez.
Yeah, Sasha Barkov. And
Sasha?
Big Bob.
Van Beesbrook?
Big Bob in net has battled his ass off this entire playoff to kind of will him along, and Kachuk have been the key catalyst to will this team to the finals from an 8th seed. And he's looked pretty pedestrian in these finals so far.
No,
So
bro,
maybe the
hey.
magic has run out a little bit. Maybe the steam has run out a little
Hey,
bit.
South Florida, good run.
Good run, South Florida.
Pac-Man, how you celebrating tonight? I know last night you put Junie on your shoulders and you sent a video to Darius Butler telling him that their bum-ass teams are about done. And he responded with saying, put the kid down. What are you planning on doing this evening,
I think
Pac?
I'm going to call Ty, and we're going to have us a nice shot around about 10:30, 11 o'clock.
Okay.
Like
While
that.
they're
Nice.
drinking out the
Why don't you guys do it live on Instagram?
Yes, here we go.
Maybe Twitter
choice.
Spaces.
I like that. That's a good idea.
You guys
It's over with tonight.
Hell yeah.
I hope
Too
not.
short.
Yeah, we hope not either. Let's go ahead and extend that thing. Even
Yeah.
though we are pulling for the Golden Knights and we love the operation,
Yes.
would like more hockey. We all would.
Want Stoner to lift the cup.
Yeah, because as soon as we lose hockey, this is what we got to talk about. Stephon Diggs is not at mandatory minicamp for the Buffalo Bills.
What?
Sean McDermott has said he is very concerned
did say
about the absence of Stephon Diggs at the mandatory minicamp. Direct quote from McDermott, Coach, No nonsense, no bullshit. Great personality coach saying we are very concerned that Stephon Diggs isn't here. Normally a coach will kind of give you a little bit of a runaround. We're in contact with Stephon. There's some things on kind of on a hold up or whatever. And obviously all OTAs are not mandatory. Mandatory minicamp is the one when these stories start getting blown up. Stephon Diggs not being there with everything that happened last year at the end of the year and in the middle of the year with his relationship with the Buffalo Bills seemingly, and even maybe Josh Allen seemingly, who's the quarterback. And it's all kind of reminiscent to what kind of took place in Minnesota at the end of his run there. Not that it's the same. I know there's two different situations, but Stephon Diggs has been a massive question mark on how he's going to buy into the Buffalo Bills for the last few months. Now he's not a mandatory minicamp, and just the other day, he posted on Instagram.
Ooh, uh-oh.
He said he's finding ways to articulate the feelings he's going through. And obviously he's straight-faced, stone-cold killer pose with sweet denim, Canadian tuxedo.
Looks cool.
He is a model, been to Fashion Week, into fashion. I appreciate that this is his art of choice. I think he had 10 different photos. Let's look at a couple of them and try to articulate the feelings he might be going. What if this is, I'm half in, half out right now? With the Buffalo Bills.
Could be.
What if he's like, my arms aren't out of the sleeve because I still like the jacket, but we need to figure some shit out before I get that poof back up over the top of the shoulders. Is that the feeling he's trying to articulate with this particular post?
Or, okay, he's got a big old Jesus on his chain. Is the jacket the cave? Is he coming out of the cave? Is he reborn like Jesus?
Letting Jesus breathe, move the rock, let him out of there. Could be the feelings he's articulating. Here's another photo that he had in there where he's wearing what seems to be either a cricket shin guard, deck hockey shin guard, whatever the case is. He's saying, I'm taking it on shins.
Big
I
time.
can take it on shins forever. I would like to have this leg. You see this one? I would like to be able to live like this, but instead I got to live like this because I'm taking it on the shins every single day for no reason. I'm working my ass off. Is that what he's articulating in this one?
That's pretty good. That's not initially what I thought of. I thought maybe he was thinking more like, hey, I may look like a football player. You may think I'm a football player, but deep inside, I wish I was a catcher from the 1940s in the MLB. I'm in the wrong space and time right now.
You think he's saying mandatory minicamp? It's baseball season.
Exactly.
That's ridiculous.
Is that what he's talking about? He's old school, America's pastime. Now, some other photos he had like some 1920 football pads on as well.
Okay.
Where I think he was trying to articulate, I'm an old school guy.
Well, man, out of time. Right
I'm
now.
an old school guy. I don't know if this is he don't want to get shot in the shins or he does like baseball. Nonetheless, he's not a mandatory minicamp. We do not know what his feelings are, but we hope everything works out because he has been awesome alongside Josh Allen and that Buffalo Bills football team. We hope everything works out. Stephon.
Good luck, Stephon.
Another person out reporting camp up in New England. Guy who's been on this particular program.
That's right.
Former teammate of mine, Lawrence Guy.
Yeah.
A man who was a part of the all-decade team for the New England Patriots.
Love him.
His entire career has been as a New England Patriot, pretty much, even though he played for the Colts and a couple other places. He has become a star in the Bill Belichick scheme. Now he's missing mandatory minicamp. Well, that doesn't happen up in New England, Connor, especially for an all-decade Patriot like Lawrence Guy. What's going on? Is all hell breaking loose?
Yeah, I don't know. I love
Walter
Lawrence
Payton,
Guy.
Man of the Year.
That's right. We have a few of those on the roster, and I love Larry Guy. He's got more QB pressers than most people on the New England Patriots. But with that being said, he was the first team D tackle of the 2010 decade. Okay, and we're talking about 2023, and we're talking about a guy named DeAndre Hopkins possibly coming. So sure, if this guy wants to try and milk the horse for a couple more pennies, few more shekels for old Larry Guy, do what you want. Absolutely. I also respect that move because he, knows what he's worth. And right now he doesn't feel as though he's being compensated for that worth. But I think everybody in New England, I think most people on the Patriots roster would say, yeah, look, if we got to lose a James Robinson, if we have to lose.
Who we just signed.
Just signed in March to a 2-year deal. And then we just cut him yesterday to save $1.6 million. And maybe we have to lose a Larry Guy in order to make a little more room to pay DeAndre Hopkins, $15, $16 million. I'm sorry, but that is what's going to happen.
Yeah, and we talked to Ninkovich on this particular program. Great beard out of Purdue, won a couple Super Bowls. Classic Patriot guy.
Yes.
Literally the classic
Goes
Patriot
bad
guy.
for him.
He has told us that, negotiating with Bill is not fun. He said because he was like Mr. Patriot Ninkovich.
Oh, yeah, big time.
Won Super Bowls. I'll do whatever the hell you need me to do. Fit perfect in the scheme. Been there a long time. And then you go in and negotiate with actually Bill, because Bill is the general manager. And Bill's like, Nick, did you see yourself last year?
Come on.
If this was 4 years ago, Nick, would have loved to give you that. And I'm sure somebody will offer you that because of what you. I can't do that because I'm paying you for what I'm thinking you're going to play the next 3 years. You're old as fucking dirt, Nick.
What?
What are you?
I had 11 sacks last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
A
couple of those you stole.
What?
You
No.
know, like that's how Bill allegedly.
Oh, yeah.
With what Nink told us, like there's some really awkward conversations happening with Bill Belichick because that's how he does business. Now, this is the greatest general manager in the history of fucking football. If you really want to have that conversation, because they were the greatest dynasty in the history of football, and so he's always counted as the greatest coach in the history of football. He also built the teams.
Yes.
And he negotiated the contracts, and he scripted out the salary cap,
What?
and how much money he's going to spend on what. Now you had Tom Brady being a hero, taking less money and upfront and all this salary cap gymnastics that everybody's doing. They've been doing for a long time.
Yes.
Bill Belichick's been using analytics and all this other shit for a long, long time.
Yep.
Greatest GM of all, but he will not get got.
No.
With even if he loves you,
Yeah.
if he loves you as a person, which I assume Lauren's guy he loves.
Absolutely, yeah.
Lauren's guy will do whatever.
Consummate pro.
Has done whatever for
Yes.
Bill. Block kicks, cool. Cover punts, cool. You want me to play D tackle, cool. I will do whatever. Had a lot of success, been great. But Bill is not a guy. I think Teddy Bruschi, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Teddy Bruschi's like, hey, you've done good, but I'm not able to write a check to you anymore to play.
No chance.
There's no way.
I mean, Vrabel.
So,
Yeah.
Vrabel, same thing.
Yeah, same thing.
I think there's like a list of those guys.
Yeah, there's a ton of them.
So Lauren's guy has seen all that.
Yeah, and especially like the guys who aren't like Lawrence guy, who are the first rounders that, Bill has said, I'm obviously not going to pay you that. Really, the only time it happens is when he knows there's a guy out there that'll come in and be perfect in the system. Like Gilmore, he got broken off, but he was a free agent. Revis. Randy. Judon. We traded for Randy, but still, he, signed him, gave him money. Judon, they just paid more recently. He was like probably the most expensive free agent right after Gilmore or right there next to him. So the tough part is in-house. Like in-house, there really isn't that much, leeway for people. Yeah.
So that leads to the Patriots with D-Hop now. So Bill Belichick was asked yesterday by the media about is D-Hop's trip in jeopardy because we saw him, Tim McGraw, Sprinter Van, Nashville doing the thing, Broadway, whole situation with him as a Titan. And Bill Belichick said, I'm not a fucking travel agent.
Yeah.
So I don't know the logistics behind it. I'm not going to say something right now, and then you're going to say that I misled you tomorrow because what I'm saying right now isn't 100% accurate. There's a lot more involved in this than just me, the logistics of this whole thing. So that's all I got to say about that. Fuck off. Is what Bill Belichick said.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
That's actually what he said to the media press. That was just yesterday. So that led us to believe, maybe there is a little something about D-Hop not getting out of the building in Tennessee. Free agent goes in, don't let him out of the building. Let's make him a Titan before he can even do that. He is now scheduled, depending upon if you believe Rappaport, who will join us at 1:15 Eastern Standard Time, or if you believe Jordan Schultz of the Schultz Report, who is saying he's going on Thursday as opposed to Wednesday. Whatever the case, whatever the day, who knows? I'm not a fucking travel agent. I do not know the case. But D-Hop is going to New England.
Yep.
D-Hop just had a great visit to Tennessee. He has said, I think, to us about Bill O'Brien, all good.
Good,
Don't even worry about that. Let's move on. They need a weapon up there in New England. I would assume that Bill is going to try his fucking best not to let D-Hop get out of the building.
For sure.
Because to your point, if he has eyes on something and likes something and thinks that they can fit in their system, and he's like, having a visit after Tennessee Titans is a big thing.
Huge.
He's going to go all in here, I think. Don't you think, Pac?
I think so too, and he told us about the relationship that he have with Coach, and I think for the Patriots to be even talked about, they have to go and get him. They don't really have a true dog.
Who do you have? Hunter Henry?
Hunter Henry, Devontae Parker,
Ramondre?
John
Ramondre, Juju. He just signed. He hasn't practiced yet. Mike is sick.
Juju has not practiced yet?
I don't believe so. I believe he's hurt. So
Yeah, but good energy in the building.
good energy for sure.
Juju good, but he's not a one.
No.
We agree.
He's a 2 or a 3. But
He agrees too, I think.
Yeah.
what I'm saying there with the division they's big boy football over there. You know, they need another guy that can dominate one side of the field, and I think D-Hop is the guy. I think Bill got enough money over there to give him what he wants.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys do have the.
Yeah, we were at 14 yesterday, and then we cleared another 1-2, I think, with James Robinson. So we can actually give him 15 a year, and next year, right now at least, we have the most cap space next year.
And now it all come down to do you want to see Tim McGraw on a Sunday?
Exactly.
Boom. But also, but do you want to maybe
answer.
have John Bon Jovi at your house for dinner, and he can do the whole living on a prayer?
I
and
didn't
do
see
that?
John Bon Jovi sitting by Kraft in that suite this year.
No, he was there. He had a couple games.
No, I think he was a couple seats down with the kid, wasn't he? He wasn't right next to Kraft.
So Jonathan on his left, Usually John Bon Jovi, sometimes Chesney on his right.
Nah, not this past season.
John Bon had his
you're-
time. Let's
I
not
think you're
put John
misremembering.
Bon in the current day with Tim.
McGraw?
Yeah.
Tony.
John Bon.
We're talking about
Tony,
John Bon Jovi
You
here.
son of a bitch!
All right.
I said he
You
had
watch it.
He had his day. Okay, what is he? 85 now.
I would
Yes,
come
probably same
on.
age
I
as
would
Tim
guess him
McGraw.
and Tim
Yeah.
McGraw are about the same age.
Good
Okay?
Lord.
They don't look the same age.
Bon
but-
Jovi ain't some fucking also ran,
Yeah.
Tony, and we're not saying that about Tim McGraw, okay?
They don't look the same age. I'll tell you
Jeez
that.
Louise.
That's because John Bon Jovi's been doing billion-dollar business.
Yeah, he's a
Exactly.
dog.
John Bond 61, Tim's 56.
Exactly.
Boom.
Okay.
Yeah, 5
Pull up a
years.
picture of their stomachs, okay?
Well, Tim McGraw went sober and just became
Yeah,
an
exactly.
asshole.
Sue. John Bond likes to drink Wiggy. Sue him, Tony.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Jeez.
they're just not in the same category.
All
as me.
right. Well, congrats to D-Hop, and we'll hopefully learn more from Rappaport in about 30 minutes. Hopefully you'll have some answers.
Yeah.
Yes.
This guy never, you know.
Never does.
Especially when Schultze's pulling the rug out from underneath.
Yeah,
body.
actually, is what Schultz
Tuesday
report.
or Wednesday?
Yeah.
Elbow drop.
So he, Rappaport, I just saw his Instagram story. I hope he doesn't do this bullshit again where he guilt trips me
Right.
on his publicly.
Yep.
That was bull.
I don't like that. Not one bit.
Never does that too. Today that time he just felt like he, could.
Well, I'm having the best round of my life, and I'm going to stop midway through because I'm doing the Pat McAfee. It's like, bro, it's a Wednesday in the middle of summer. Do not come on this show.
Yeah.
Real hero.
12 holes. It was the best I played, but I'm here. I love doing this show. It's like, all right, hero. You know,
Not enough
Sure.
on you.
I'll be holding that over my head.
We'll pat you on the back.
Okay, I got a baby right now. I got
Exactly.
enough already. He was on the golf course today. PXG is his clubs. He was in the middle of the fairway. It feels like the photo that he took from his Instagram story was as if he was playing well again.
Yeah.
If
Okay.
this son of a bitch comes in here and says that we cut off his round, I'm going to be so mad at you guys.
Hang up on him.
I am.
Yeah, done with it. Call Schultze.
Definitely gonna say it.
Fuck it.
But what we do know is he's on the golf course, so he's not. What? There he is. That's not
Is
him.
that
The little
him?
one? No, that's not him.
Well, the little one,
That might be him.
okay.
Accurate
We don't
guess
know.
I was gonna say.
size.
Life like
there's a chance.
Might be him. But look at that. That's a pretty good shot. I don't know.
Yeah.
Also, get your ass out of bed and go play earlier.
Well, that is certainly something.
Yeah, it is.
But the bigger point is, what does this guy know? He's been on a golf course walking a golf. He doesn't know anything.
No, that's a good point.
This is off season with Rappaport. This is us telling him things that are happening.
Yep.
Right.
Hey, do you know Schultz actually said, well, actually to you? He's, I didn't see that. Oh, well, yeah, I do see that now that I'm going through my phone. This is like Rappaport's family time, downtime, golf time.
Right.
We appreciate it. But if he's going, come on, we want some information.
Come on.
every
man.
time.
Especially on the Patriots because he
go.
used to fucking work there, didn't he?
Yeah, very well tied in New England. I'm starting to think it's kind of like an AJ Hawk situation with Rap Sheet where he knows a bunch, but he just won't say anything.
Yeah, we did learn that about AJ through the Aaron Rodgers.
Yep.
Speaking of Aaron Rodgers, we haven't talked about this. Love this. He's had more fun than he's had in a while.
That's right.
Yeah.
Didn't he?
Uh-huh. Ever.
He was at the Tonys. Yeah, obviously we talked
Yep.
about this yesterday. He was at the Tonys. He looked so cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, cool
Oh, yeah.
jacket with the shirt sewn in.
Boom. So he just didn't even have to. Just one jacket, one piece.
Sweet.
There was CJ Uzama in a bow tie. What a lame, Aaron was saying. This your first Tonys?
Idiot.
It is. He's going to the Wicked or whatever the
Yeah.
play is.
Broadway.
He's going everywhere. He's doing everything. He's at every practice. And now Robert Saleh is saying, hey, take the last week off, boys. Okay. We got the Hall of Fame game. You're all going to have to come a week earlier. Absolute bullshit. But go ahead and take the week off. Here's Robert Saleh about canceling the final phase of OTAs because of the success thus far in their OTAs.
At the Hall of Fame game, we're reporting a week earlier than everybody else.
The worst.
And guys need to get away. We've been here. They've put in a really good off season. All the guys have since April. So April, May, June, and just to give the guys the extra week to go take their break because you need a week off, and then you got to rev back up to get ready for the season. And if we having this extra week, taking the week off, then the fourth, there's just a lot of things that can mess up the flow, but we'll pick it up and we'll regain it once we get back for the Hall of Fame game.
So the players are not required to be here at all?
Yeah, no, dude.
Yeah, that's what that
All right,
means.
Jeez Louise. Okay, we're taking a week off early. Not the first coach or team to do this.
No.
This has happened on a very regular occasion. Obviously, it's in New York. It's for the Jets, and Aaron Rodgers is a part of it, so it's going to be made into something. So all the internet going, Aaron's pulling all the strings over there. Aaron's saying, we need a little of this, we need a little bit of that. I think what this means is that things are going fucking great.
Yeah.
Teams aren't taking work off if they don't think things are very good and they haven't accomplished what they needed to have accomplished in this particular particular thing. Aaron has been there every single day.
Yep.
Calf strain happened, still on field practicing.
Yep.
In the meeting room, they're saying he's chirping up, giving quizzes. He's giving quizzes in the middle of fucking meetings, in offensive meetings. He's literally in there for the beginning of a lot of these guys learning the offense. So it's almost like 101 becomes 401 because the shit that you're going to adjust naturally on the field, Aaron's already telling them while they're learning the offense, hey, we're doing this so that if a guy does this, we can also do this afterwards.
Yeah.
Normally you're learning this, and then it's like, okay, if this guy comes here, now we're going to break it off. Aaron's like, this is what I'm going to be looking for. This is how this is going to go. It's kind of like a merging of offenses between what Hackett likes, what Aaron likes, and then everybody learning it at the same time. Feels like they're going to be way ahead of the normal quarterback getting dropped into a new team routine like Matt Ryan was with the Indianapolis Colts, where he wasn't speaking the same language as the offensive line, so he was getting murdered every single play. Feels like they're doing great things over there in New York. That's why the week's off, and the boys are going to fucking love that.
Yeah, what a fucking player coach this is, though.
Yeah.
Shout out to Hack, but Hack, I'm going to say Salah. And speaking on Hack, Aaron have been with Hack before, so he knows the offense. So all the other guys that's been there before this trade happened, they probably been in, install 6. Aaron coming in, I already know install 1 through 20 because he knows the offense. So, of course, they must have been doing really good. Thank God they don't really have no real injuries. Coach getting them out of there early because they got to come early. That Hall of Fame game is a bunch of bullshit.
It is.
For the players.
It sucks.
Oh, my God. Nobody really even play in the game.
Nope. But got to go to camp a week earlier. Get to go to camp a week earlier. Yeah. That's always the spin.
Definitely hotter that week.
Yeah, you know that last week that you're kind of just taking in. We get some more family time, booze time, family, whatever you want to do. That's gone. And then while all your friends that are around the league are watching you sit in dorm rooms, you guys already report. Oh boy. Jeez.
Wow.
Not even a game you're playing in.
Nope.
Nobody's going to watch.
You get to go to camp now.
And guess what else you get to do? You get to stay in camp for as long as everybody else.
That's right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Don't get a week off?
No, you don't get out early.
Yeah, you get to. You get an extra week and a half.
Yeah.
It is so nice of them to be able to do that, but it's for the Hall of Famers. So,
of course.
Congrats to Hall of Famers.
Shout out to the Hall of Fame and Canton.
I love what Salah's doing, though, and Aaron being there, enjoying the hell out of it, having a blast, being a part of the install. I think it's all good for quickness, and I don't think Aaron's like, Aaron's been pretty open about it. I don't think he has commented about how long he's going to be there. He doesn't want to fucking wait around either. So whenever people are talking about him not going to OTAs, it's like he's going to OTAs.
Yeah, he's been there the whole time.
He's going to go to OTAs. This is a much different story than maybe what was happening at Green Bay, where that has already been in and the offense has already been in there. He didn't have time to wait. But then whenever he said, I might miss a few because I have things set up in him, he never missed a single day.
No.
So I think that is either the coach is telling him, like, hey, we need you to stick around a little bit, or him being like, should be here.
Yeah.
Either way, good news.
Yeah, I mean, you hit the nail on the head. Like, this is an atypical situation because I think just because he was in Green Bay so long, people think like, new quarterback, having to learn a new offense. Like, he's played in this offense a bunch. He knows it probably, just as well, if not better than Hackett does, knows what he likes in it. And then they also, they've really liked what they've seen in terms of him and Garrett Wilson being on the same page. They got Breece Hall back, and I think it said, he ran, they had the track man on him or whatever, and he ran 23 miles an hour. It was faster than any time he was running last year. So it's like he's healthy, he's good. Like, I think everything that they kind of wanted to see, they've already seen it. So it's like, well, what are we doing?
Let's do 3 more practices that we can blow out a knee.
Exactly.
Right? That don't matter.
Yeah.
Let's just keep them going here.
Because they know they're primed. It's like, hey, we know we're going to be good. We're ready to go. Let's not fuck something up and have some guy, tear an ACL within these next 3 days when no one really needs to be here.
Aaron has also never been shy about how he thinks the team is looking right now.
True.
Yeah.
Like in interviews, he's always been very, very open about we got a lot to figure out. We got a good defense, though. Offensively, we got some shit to figure out. Every conversation he's given publicly has been very him and Wilson.
Great.
Zach and Garrett. I mean, there is full connection. You're seeing catches from Lazard. You're seeing everything happen. It's like everything he's saying is indicating that he thinks they're in a good spot, which is a big deal, I think. I think that you can read that as good from the outside. It's not bullshit. He's not just going to lie.
No.
If he thought there was actual problems, he's not scared to say them, ever. It never has been.
And the Jets already have their starters. Besides the line, everything else, they have starters. You get what I'm saying? So they know the morale of their team or the structure of the team or what they wanted to look like. Now, they might can plug and play at the line part, but they like the Bengals. They got their starters. You get what I'm saying? So they know what it should look like. And obviously, it probably looked pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Videos look great.
Yeah, they look really good.
Videos look real good.
It's the best the Jets have been, definitely, in my lifetime.
Looking, at least.
Yeah, looking, at least. Yeah, they went to AFC championships. But how big is it for Alan Lazard to be there, too? Because he can tell the other
And
wide
Cobb.
receivers and Cobb, like, hey, this is what he likes. Obviously, Rodgers is going to tell him,
you
too.
got Hackett, who's offense coordinator.
Yep.
He's running the meetings.
Yep.
But they're saying in the meetings, like Aaron's going like, whoa, why are we doing that in the middle of it? And he said that he's never found a good meeting that is just completely quiet.
Yeah.
Meetings have to be interactive for people to stay engaged. I agree with that, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of coaches are asking for interaction as opposed to, Mitt's dad, special teams 7:30 every single morning.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, it's very early. First meeting of the fucking day. It is very early. It involves everybody on the team except for like the quarterbacks and the wide receivers. So there's a lot of miserable motherfuckers in there. So if you don't keep that thing light, like if when Tom was speaking, I don't shit talk him in the middle of that thing or ask a question, you got people snoozing, not paying attention at all, kind of drifting away. So I think what Aaron's doing is quizzing them. The other guys who are young, that Jets team's young.
Yeah.
Very young.
Very young.
It says it keeps you like on your toes, like keeps you attentive and in there. And I think they're experiencing like, hey, we have a shot at this now. And they all can feel it. And imagine if they fucking pull it. Could you imagine, Aaron, if they go and win a Super Bowl?
Oh, he'll be a fucking king.
Most impressive Super Bowl.
Just the way he will talk about that will be. And I know there's a lot of people that said the Jets haven't won since the 60s. And, Aaron doing all his bullshit. And when I was getting cheers at Madison Square Garden, they were saying, oh, there's a honeymoon phase when they go 3-1. We didn't. Okay, I've never actually done that in my career. Right. Even my worst years, we win 9, 10 games. You put me on this team, and we're all doubted. We're all counting out. We're the Jets. I mean, that's what Jets are. And then, obviously, first year there, we win the fucking Super Bowl. I win the MVP. And then, like, listening to him talk about it afterwards, he wants to do that.
Yeah.
He would like that to happen.
Absolutely.
And he feels like he's all the way invested and enjoying it. Congrats to the Jets. Seemingly a great start.
Yeah, and Stephon Diggs not being there for Buffalo. Huge for the Jets.
So let's stick in the AFC East. There's an update on the Stephon Diggs situation. Adam Schefter is reporting that Stephon Diggs' agent, Adisa Bakari, said his client is in Buffalo, has been in Buffalo since yesterday morning, took his physical, met with the head coach and GM in the past 2 days, and the Pro Bowl wide receiver will be there for the entirety of the minicamp. Now, let's go to McDermott's quote from yesterday. It is very concerning that Stephon Diggs is not at minicamp. So none of this makes sense. Seems to be a bit of a clusterfuck, miscommunication, but also maybe McDermott and them did not look at his Instagram to be able to articulate the feelings in which Stephon Diggs was feeling.
True.
We hope that this all gets squared away. If he's in Buffalo, you would assume that's good news.
Yeah.
McDermott being very concerned, not good news.
He's trolling?
We will keep our eyes on the situation.
That's weird. McDermott said he was very concerned an hour ago, but Stephon Diggs was there
yesterday morning. Yeah, is McDermott just fucking with us? Because that's also awesome.
Maybe he's just trolling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very concerned. I'm scared. I haven't seen him.
Yeah.
Haven't seen his Instagram.
I can see that.
It's bad.
Heard he had a shin guard on.
Well, that's not good.
Football.
He likes baseball?
What is that all about?
Yeah, I guess you can't really read the tone in his response, so he could have said it sarcastically, and we're reading it like he's
same way he said he was
genuinely
going to take
concerned.
that shirt off and show you that tank top he had up.
Yeah, they did tell me he's properly jocked though. What if Stephon Diggs walked in a meeting wearing that?
Are those Dario's
awesome.
shoes?
You know what I mean? What if he?
No, those are Robert De Niro's from The Irishman.
No, close. Add an extra 45 inches?
Yep.
Alexander McQueen's.
Oh, okay. Hey, wow.
Is that a real answer? Or
How much are
who's
those?
Alexander McQueen?
How much are those?
18 to 2000.
Jeez, get out of town.
Think about that shin guard too, bro. You think they make that fucking type of
Well,
money?
no, definitely not. That 18 to $2,000, I could see that.
Imagine him walking into McDermott's office.
Yeah.
Walking in there with that thing. McDermott goes, where have you been?
What happened?
What is going on? And then McDermott's like, all right, nice seeing you, Stephon.
Yeah.
And then he goes into the interview and they're like, Stephon Diggs, I'm very concerned.
Yeah. See what this guy's wearing?
Got shin pads on.
All right, let's get to a break. Stephon Diggs, great football player. Hey, be who you can afford to be.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
This is it through and through. Yeah. Let's get to a break. AJ Hawk will be on the other side. We have Ian Rappaport joining us. What does he know from the golf course about Stephon Diggs? Is he there? Is he not there? Is he in Buffalo?
What?
Maybe he's at the casino.
What?
Could be.
Great casino.
Maybe he was out and about. The bars don't close till like 4:30.
Yeah, they rip it.
Went up to Niagara Falls. Yeah.
Maybe one up to Wild Mushroom.
Montreal.
Have you ever been out in Buffalo?
I'm not a Buffalo guy.
What is that? Have you
It's
ever been?
awesome.
No.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Here's McDermott giving his actual answer about Stephon Diggs whenever he was asked about his presence or non-presence at mini camps, in which at some point in here, we saw the quote on the internet where he says he's very concerned.
Yeah, Steph is not here. Everybody else is here at the current time.
How concerned are you about that?
Oh, very concerned. Yeah, very concerned. I'm not going to get into, and listen, I respect everyone's questions and what they want to know about our team. Right now, I'm not going to get into that anymore. So we'll talk about practice. Happy to do that. Happy to answer those questions, and we'll move forward from there.
I mean, that's not good.
No, definitely concerned.
Let's get to a break. So what the fuck did the agent say to Schefter? He's there!
He did lick his lips after he gave his answer. So maybe he was holding back a laugh.
Yeah, but did he look up and to the right, allegedly, because that's when you're creating stuff.
Yeah. Did he?
That's what they say, Dateline. That's what they
Right
say.
in the middle.
Body language experts.
It's right in the middle. There it is.
He got cotton mouth. Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe had an edible.
Oh, hot up there, too.
What if McDermott's up there on fucking 50 milligrams?
You could be.
Maybe.
I don't know if he is or not. I'm assuming he's not, but if I had Stephon Diggs walk in with a shin guard and tell me he wasn't going to practice, I might. All right, I guess
I gotta
I'll
get
take
on this
Yeah,
guy's
yeah.
level.
Fuck it.
There's some Lightning McQueen's on.
Might make sense.
Jeez. Alex. Alex McQueen.
Lightning sounds cool.
Alexander McQueen.
Oh,
Where are those from? Those from another country? Those look like London.
Yeah.
Town.
Steve McQueen?
Yeah, who's Al McQueen?
Are those people worn with pants or
look up.
shorts?
He's a British designer.
You have any of those, Pac? You have any of those?
Not that exact one, but I have a pair of.
Oh, you and the McQueens know each other?
Yeah.
Sweet.
I'm into it.
Are those sweat shorts? Bro, he looks so cool.
I actually fucking love this outfit.
Yeah, it's really. You wear a shin guard in here one day?
I can pull that off.
Yeah, you could.
Go
Certainly
get a
could.
shin guard. You should do it like a goalie pad, though. Not a shin guard.
He's got like UGG shorts on. That's what those look like. Like a UGG kind of feel.
The rings are cool.
Yeah, pointer finger ring is so cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Put one of those on and a pinky one. You got a bookend on a punch. Get you both eyes with some metal.
Brass knuckles.
I ain't going to practice. We'll talk to AJ Hawk on the other side. Where's Stephon? He's in Buffalo. Maybe he's eating wings.
He might know.
Could be.
He was in France for so
where is
long,
he?
doing
Yep.
Paris. He was down in the backyard with Trayvon, doing his thing.
Yeah.
Then he gets up to Buffalo. He just goes to the Anchor Bar, just starts housing wings,
Got it.
forgets time.
Yep.
Doesn't know he's supposed to be there. Shit, let me grab my shin guard.
Can't go to practice.
Let's go to break. Be your friend, tell a friend something nice. AJ Hawk will be on the other side. Take 5. We're about to break some news. Ladies and gentlemen, a franchise has called to its fans to find a new logo for their team. Cleveland Browns said we need a new dog logo. We put an elf in the middle of the field, and people had a little bit of a backlash because we have the dog pound. We are dogs. Now we need a new logo. So they said, hey, any fans want to go ahead and draw one? Go ahead. They have 2 finalists, ladies and gentlemen. One fan created, one internally created. And it is now time for the Cleveland Browns fans to learn their fate of the next dog logo. Bringing in the box that will obviously tell us what is the winner is Brownie the Elf.
Wow.
Brownie!
Brownie get here.
Does he talk?
Brownie,
No.
they just staring each other down. I do not believe he speaks. What's going on?
Stand up, Diggs. Come on.
Drum roll, please! So this is a dog by a dog for the dog.
Hell yeah. Rated in wheat, Brownie.
Suck it.
Oh, let's go shake their hands.
Oh.
Let's go shake their hands.
Oh!
Truce.
Okay.
Hey, that was fun to see. Good AFC North.
Oh,
Oh, Brownie said last word. Brownie, in the elf community, how high are you in the hierarchy of elves? At the top.
Not more than Harry Potter.
Whoa. What about the cookie elves? They're pretty. What does a Brownie the elf eat, if you have to guess?
Poop.
What do you eat? I don't know. What do you do?
Brownies.
What is it?
Did Brownie wear the whole situation all the way here from Cleveland, you think, in the car?
What do you mean this is every day? This ain't
Yeah.
a situation.
Yeah, he wakes up.
He said this is a costume. AJ said this is a costume, potentially, and you're not an actual elf. That's what AJ said.
No, AJ.
No, not me.
AJ's up
AJ
there.
Hawk.
Right there.
That guy.
right there.
Flip him off, Ronnie.
Yeah, let him know.
Come on, tell him.
Oh! Brownie didn't eat. He eats bugs.
Yeah, he picked your bogeys.
Yeah, elves love picking bugs.
Yeah, they big. Is that the second favorite thing he eats? I wonder.
Oh yeah, because
Bugs.
Brownie's number 1,
Yeah.
bugs number 2.
Bugs 2,
Dog poop around the stadium.
3. Yeah.
Dog pound.
Yeah. Yeah. For the dog.
He thought he was getting
Dog pound.
Ladies and gentlemen, okay, here we go.
That's not a free throw,
Right in
though.
front of the free.
Bunnies here, Brownie?
Oh, but that's it. You lose.
No.
Stroke.
Oh,
the runner.
All right, since you made it on the second one, we'll go 20 people, $500 because
Okay.
Brownie's an absolute baller.
That boy Brownie. Welcome back to What Are We Watching? Last time we were here, we were watching the Big Door Prize. Now, yes, it went to the playoffs. Still needs a few more seasons to really determine where that show sits. Now, I still recommend watching it. However, if you're not in for a comedy, per se, of sorts, there's another show on Apple TV, and it's not a comedy. No, it's called Boom, Silo. Very interesting concept. All these people, 10,000, as you come to learn, live in a silo. Can't go outside, because guess what happens if you go outside? You die. Do you want to die? No. Do the people in the silo want to die? No. It follows a sheriff whose wife, unfortunately, I won't go any further. Sorry, you find out in the first episode. You got to watch. Not too bad. I will say, I do find myself on my phone at times. Some rewinding. Some, what did I miss? Some, whatever. Now, I like the show. 7 episodes in. It's got a lot of legs. However, I still don't know exactly where it's going. Now, the main character, boom, Rebecca Ferguson. She has the cosign, if you will, by one Tom Cruise. Yeah, see at the movies, that Tom Cruise. They're friends. She's a phenomenal actress. There's a couple other big-named actors you might recognize. I would give it a watch. At the current stage and time, since I have not finished it, I will say this is a 8-win football team. Who knows? Maybe that's good enough to win the division. I don't know. But right now, I'm not completely sold. I'd still give it a try. And for the time being, Silo is what we are watching.
Hey,
What?
let's go! This show fucking stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it. AJ, you never cease to amaze me with your toxicity, pal.
You got a couple of these?
God damn it!
What the fuck are you doing?
Foot Boston
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome. On this holy hell, the Denver Nuggets are world champions Tuesday, June 13, 2023. Hour 2 of this program starts now.
Sports
are happening, at least this evening. We have the Stanley Cup Finals. It could be the final finals game of the week and of the offseason, as all eyes are on the NFL, which is
86 days
from today. Let's enjoy the hell out of all of this. The Toxic Table is here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. One half of the Hammer, Dahn, Cowboys turn Diggs is here. And a man who's a 14-year NFL vet, Adam Pac-Man Jones is here.
What, Pac?
Joining us now live. We got a half a tin in there. Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
Thought somebody punched you in the mouth. Thought you had a swollen lip.
It's for Stoner.
It is for Stoner.
Yep.
For tonight.
Yeah.
The sweater looks fantastic. Joining us now is a man who's normally glowing.
Oh, yeah.
Because inside he has zero toxicity. No, he is the picture of optimism. Yep. He's a man who's a college football national champion, a Super Bowl champion, a Ryder Cup winner, the current reigning, defending, undisputed, shout out to Paul Heyman, president/champion of Ohio, the all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers, father of 10, multi-time COVID survivor. The accolades go on and on because this guy might be an alien. AJ Hawk.
Yay!
Steve Jobs look today. You look sweet. What's going on, pal? How are you?
Oh, what's up? I think I'm a very positive person. You made a joke like I wasn't very positive.
No, it wasn't a joke. I'm not joking, joke.
No.
I'm telling the truthy truth. That's what I do. You do.
Yeah.
You don't make jokes about me.
No.
Is that a new thing I don't know about? The truthy truth and jokey joke?
No, it just kind of came about as life is going. Let's talk about life is going. Joker's a champion. What did you see from him last night that made you laugh? What did you see from him that made you excited about the future? And what do you think about the Denver Nuggets getting a chance to celebrate the first ever world championship?
I was happy to see Denver do it, even though I guess if I had to pick a team, I was probably rooting for Miami more. I knew that they were up against it. It was going to be tough sledding for them, but fun to see everyone react to Joker and his celebrations and everything. I think the guy just likes to celebrate with his teammates or back home or whatever. I saw the video of him dancing back home around a fire. Like, he still likes to get after it, but I guess probably just not in front of cameras that much.
Yeah, he's a private guy.
Yeah, very.
He's a private partier.
Yeah, no one even knew he had a
Nothing
kid.
wrong with that.
Yeah,
Till the playoffs.
We've seen that he has a kid.
Yeah.
Beautiful baby.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, absolutely. Joker's brothers are there. His lady's there who he ties the wedding ring around his shoes every single day. And then you think about that supporting cast out there in Denver, AJ. I mean, Aaron Gordon was shirtless out on the streets last night with Denver. He and the rest of the boys are on contracts for the foreseeable future.
Michael Porter Jr., Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray's 2 years, and he's like the shortest of the people that need to be re-upped.
So that team is going to be together for some time. Good news. Great for Denver. And they love each other over there. And when you have a superstar that seemingly is that humble, you can get away with doing whatever. And I think Joker's going to be their guy for a long time.
He seems to be pretty rare, right? Not only in what he can do physically and everything about it, but just how he can facilitate everybody else. And he can be that guy that, hey, gets the ball and he's going to go one-on-one and isolate, but he also keeps everybody involved, and they know, like, hey, at any moment, this ball could be coming to me.
He was pissed on the bench last night.
Yeah, it was sweet.
Jamal Murray got up and, like, kind of moved out of the way, actually, whenever he was sitting there doing, and we've seen him get pissed off at the refs before.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know exactly what he was pissed off in that particular thing because they didn't have captions on it, although I believe at some point AI needs to figure out how we can have everything captioned. Okay, need everything captioned.
Automatically.
So I can read along with it. Not that YouTube doesn't already do it, but TV needs to be able to do it with things that are being said, even lip reading.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Let's start figuring out lip reading. Everybody needs to stay on their P's and Q's. AI can lip read this whole thing. But watching him show emotion was fantastic.
Yeah.
Afterwards, none.
Nope.
Nothing.
Absolutely none. Champagne.
He jumped in the pool, though. He took Jamal Murray in the pool, though.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Think about how deep that pool had to be for them to be comfortable enough to dive into it at 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
And whatever Jamal Murray.
Cannonball after
And
it.
with his brothers too on the court. He showed it. Like, I bet you when they got home.
Oh, yeah. You can probably tell they had a
No
really good time
vodka
behind
was safe.
closed doors.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why he was so upset about Thursday.
Oh, he wants to
Because
go.
he was like, Thursday, 48 hour, I'm going to be hungover. So Thursday.
Fuck.
I got to go home.
Yeah. Well,
parade in Serbia.
there's a video too of him in Serbia last year when he got the MVP and like the Nuggets surprised him and showed up at his house in Serbia and he's like crying and everything. So he does care. It's just he didn't show it, and then all his interviews are just hilarious.
Okay, let's pivot to the NFL because we'll have Ian Rappaport joining us in about a minute. But let's go ahead and set the stage. Stephon Diggs in Buffalo, not at mandatory minicamp. How concerned are you, Sean McDermott? I'm very concerned. Why is it happening? I'm not talking about it anymore. Okay? I'm very concerned. He's not here.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else is here. He's not here. I'm not happy about it. Right. Then Schefter's reporting that his agent saying he is there. He did the whole thing. He met with the GM, met with the coach. Sean McDermott would be like, what's going on here, AJ? Just early thoughts on the situation that is brewing in Buffalo as we speak in the offseason, which doesn't really matter, but kind of maybe does.
A little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely means something. I just don't understand at all the situation. The fact that I don't think the coach is trolling. I saw you guys say, oh, maybe he is trolling. After watching the video, I don't think that's the case.
Here's Sean McDermott answering the question about who's at mandatory minicamp, who's not at mandatory minicamp, why is Stephon Diggs not here. Here's Sean McDermott's answer to it all. You let us know your thoughts on if he's okay with everything that's popping off.
Is everyone here? And I know there's a lot of question about Stephon.
Yeah, Steph is not here. Everybody else is here at the current time.
How concerned are you about that?
Oh, very concerned. Yeah, very concerned.
Yeah, fucking not happy about it.
Not the best.
I'm not going to get into and listen. I respect everyone's questions and what they want to know about our team. Right now, I'm not going to get into that anymore. So we'll talk about practice. Happy to do that. Happy to answer those questions, and we'll move forward from there.
So the PR guy telling him, hey, you're going to get asked about Stephon Diggs. And coach is like, I'm just going to tell him he's not here. I'm concerned. Stop asking.
Yep.
Like, well, that's probably not the best. That's what
I'm doing. Too bad.
All right, I'm going in there right now. That's what I'm going to say. Yep. This is a whole situation now, and they're going to have to answer questions about this. Every teammate's going to have to answer questions about this because of the way it was kind of unfolding here publicly in the middle of June. Yep. June 13th now. Mm-hmm. We got a little bit of drama on a team that we think could go win a Super Bowl, Pac-Man Jones.
Yeah, and he just signed a deal. I don't understand why he wouldn't be there. It's not like he's holding out to get more money. He got 4 more years on his deal. Maybe he forgot. Maybe it was the photo shoot. He forgot what.
Maybe he was having buffalo wings.
What the hell?
Maybe he was jumping through tables.
Ooh, okay.
What the hell?
He was going ram jam through a table. That's why he had the shin guard on.
Oh, okay. Makes more sense.
That's how he was doing. Joining us now is a man who maybe has more answers. Just got off the golf course as if, he doesn't golf enough, but we do appreciate the fact that he takes time for his own little mental sanity and gets on the golf course.
Smart.
Mm-hmm. Ladies and gentlemen, the host of the weekly wrap-up of the Rap Sheet and Friends, us being the friends, he being Rap Sheet, from the NFL Network. Ladies and gentlemen, Ian Rappaport.
Hey, Rap Sheet.
Rap looks so cool yet again. That C on your chest,
Fresh.
What is that for, Columbia?
Columbia, yes. Yep. My alma mater.
Is that one of these? Is that a...
I played in a golf tournament. I played terrible, but on one hole I was closest to the pin, so I got a free shirt.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Wow. Hell yeah. There's Ian Rappaport all juiced out of his mind on a rowing boat, a crew boat, in which he wasn't the best because he was the most heavy. Mm-hmm. And they actually say, you taking steroids is making our team worse. It's like adding an anchor to a boat. But we do appreciate you committing to the explosion that it takes to kind of do this whole thing. Thank you for joining us. There's a lot popping off right now in this mandatory minicamp conversation. In Buffalo, they're going to go win the Super Bowl. This team. Von Miller is back healthy.
What?
Josh Allen's still there.
What?
McDermott's still there.
What?
Bean's still there.
What?
They add Leonard Floyd. They pay Ed Oliver. They have everything going in the right trajectory. Then all of a sudden, mandatory minicamp pops off, and Stephon Diggs, a guy they gave 5 years to just a year ago, with 4 years left on his deal, who had a little bit of conversation drama at the end of the season, is not at practice, but then his agent tells Schefter he is in Buffalo. So he get confused. Is he eating wings? Why is he not at camp? What's McDermott saying? What's going on with Stephon Diggs and the Buffalo Bills as we stand right now, Tuesday, June 13th?
Well, first of all, let's get to the most important part. It is basically impossible for Stephon Diggs to not be on the Bills this season. So, sometimes we have drama where a player will want to be traded, want a new contract, want different things, and we'll say, and we've talked about it, like Danielle Hunter, Budda Baker requested a trade. There's a couple of them. Stephon Diggs' contract, because of the way it's structured, is essentially untradeable. Right. And he's also, everything, I guess, could be money, but he's making $24 million this year based on the new $96 million deal he signed last year. So this doesn't feel to me like it's about the money, because that is a whole lot of money. But there's definitely something. I mean, remember last year he left before talking to reporters against the Bengals, I think it was. There was some sideline stuff, and I hate to be the sideline body language guy, but there was definitely some stuff. There was some cryptic tweets. There's some sort of frustration going on. And again, Diggs is not going anywhere. But if he wanted to show them, just so you guys know, all is not 100% well, this is a way to do it that doesn't really hurt anybody.
Why is his agent telling Schefter that he's in town, but he's not in the building? Why is McDermott saying he hasn't seen him? And then the agent saying, no, he's seen him. Is he
physical?
Is he going to a casino in Buffalo? They got a good bar scene.
They do have casinos in Buffalo. Right?
Yeah,
great
they got a casino.
I haven't been.
Great. Buffalo is a great time. Their bars don't shut, essentially. Their bars pretty much say, oh, really?
Now we're talking.
You want to, oh, really?
Let's see.
You want to go till 4? You got it. Let's see if you can make it. That's kind of what they do. And Niagara Falls is very close as well. You just drive up the road a little bit. It's a great time. I mean, Buffalo.
The wings really are great. I know you're joking, but if he was like, hey, look, guys, I'm going to Bar Bill to go get some wings, I would be like, you do you, Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, and I don't know if Sean McDermott would say that, because he would say the wings will be there whenever you're not at practice. But why is his agent saying that, you think? What's the angle of that?
I don't know. It's hard to imagine everything is as well as that. And I saw the tweet. It's hard to imagine everything is as well as that sounded. Now, maybe he will be there. Maybe the reporters will go out in the field. Diggs will be there, and we'll say, all right, cool. But Sean McDermott is a pretty straightforward dude. He basically says what he means all the time. And if it sounds like he's concerned, then I would imagine he's concerned about something. So there's plenty of time to get on the same page, whether it's targets, whether it's something with the connection with the quarterback. Again,
large deal, miss a mandatory minicamp. There's big fines that could come from this entire thing. Implications.
Little fines.
Little fines.
Yeah, it's hold on, I have it here. Let me see what
I mean, like 16 and 32. That's a lot of money.
Yeah,
and then 90.
Days.
Yeah,
90.
So 16, 32 plus, and then up to 99 if you miss all of them. So like, it's a lot for some people, but if Stephon Diggs was trying to send a message, missing one day of minicamp is a way to do. He is a very well-spoken, very smart, very effusive guy. I would like to know from his mouth what is going on, and if there is something, what is it? Because sometimes he had said it.
He is an effusive fucking guy.
Yeah, he's an effusive son of a bitch.
Everybody says that. The effusivity coming out of that guy's pores are just maybe the most effusive things we've ever seen.
His IG post was full of effusivity.
Yeah, so much effusiveness just kind of flowing through it.
Really?
It's hard not to double tap the photo with how effusive every photo is.
For sure.
And that's why he's killing the Instagram game, and that's why he's trying to articulate his feelings through there. Here's one of them. He's trying to articulate his feelings.
No shirt?
No, well, he's still got denim, though. He's properly jocked. I wouldn't wear a shirt either. It's his next photo that makes you go, is he half in, half out?
Uh-oh.
Oh.
You know what I mean? He's trying to articulate feelings. It's the same post. And then the last one that is our favorite one by far is this one, because is he saying, I'm tired of taking it on the shins. I got to wear these shin guards. Why is everybody attacking me?
That is an old school. Wait, what is that? That's not a catcher shin guard. What is that?
It could be cricket, could be deck hockey, could be a catcher. I mean, it could be anything, to be honest with you.
You're wearing Doc Martens?
Well, they're Alexander McQueen's, you fucking
uncultured swine.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, those are $1,800 to $2,000.
Good Lord.
You don't even know what you're looking at. Ian, they could show you greatness and you'd be confused, pal. It seems like that's what just took place. But what is it then? You know what? Like, have we had any? He doesn't like how many times he gets the ball? Yeah.
I mean, it's the money part to me. Always start with money. I don't see that here. Again, like, he's making so much. They've paid him. He signed an extension, talked about wanting to be there his career. So it's hard to imagine that. If he was going to be traded, where would you honestly rather be? Like, there's maybe like one or two teams that are kind of with Buffalo.
Green Bay.
Welcome to
I
the
don't
Colts,
think either of
What's your
those.
problem?
Definitely the Colts.
You know what I mean? So, like,
You get the ball, AJ. Okay?
I mean,
Okay.
Jets would be fun.
Yes, Jets would be quite
Let's see
fun.
how
Not for
fun
the
they're
Bills,
having.
but for the Jets.
Did he take his physical, Ian? Do we know if he took
the
his
Bills
physical?
paid him too much to get traded. He's not going nowhere.
You cannot do it. You can't do it. So the only sort of evidence we have, or whatever, is his cryptic tweets and then the sidelines conversation with Josh Allen. So maybe they're not on the same page. Most receivers want the ball a lot. I assume he wants the ball a lot. It's either way, what's going to happen now is a conversation about what is wrong with Stephon Diggs and how can they make him happy and how can he be happy. I assume that's probably the goal here, is so everyone knows, like, he's not happy. Let's figure out which way to make him happy. I would also say that Sean McDermott is very good at setting expectations and managing personalities. I imagine this will be fine, but this does, at least a little bit to me, feel like what happened at the end with the Vikings. I'm not saying it's
tough not to make that comparison. Tough not to, just because, in Minnesota, it was like, yeah, this guy hates everybody here.
Got paid too.
Very clearly. And Bean even said, yeah, it seemed like there was something going on. So I gave a call and said, hey, you want to get you guys want to make a trade? They did. He ended up with the Beals. So, like, optically, that's how the deal was pretty much made in there. So hopefully they're able to figure this out. He's a hell of a football player. Speaking of good football players, good, Connor?
Yeah, Rapshi, D-Hop coming to New England. Should I expect the tweet from you today, tomorrow, maybe Thursday? And is that also why we're cutting James Robinson and a couple other guys?
I don't think James Robinson has anything to do with that. When he signed, I mean, this is not the most important part, but I'll get through this quickly. When he signed, his deal was redone a little bit to take away his either signing bonus or guaranteed money, I believe because of the physical. Because, he's had some knee issues, I believe, because of the physical. So when they released him, basically they hadn't paid him anything. So I don't know for sure, but my guess is it has to do with that original situation. Hope it's okay, but it has been, I know there's certainly been some questions about the knee with James Robinson. You're not going to see anything from me today or tomorrow. The visit starts tomorrow.
Whoa!
Wait a minute.
Are you sure about that?
Are you sure?
Might be Thursday. Schultz report. Pull it up. Pull it up. Pull it
Yeah,
up.
starts tomorrow into Thursday. Yeah.
I don't know.
There was a little source off. DeAndre Hopkins will visit the Patriots on Thursday. This comes after what I'm told was a successful visit. So you're saying, yeah, he will visit on Thursday. Also on Wednesday is what you're saying, Rap? To show
Yeah, so he'll fly in Wednesday. A lot of times they'll have either go to the facility, you'll have dinner. Like the Patriots do not do a lot of visits at all. So just that this visit is happening to me is extremely noteworthy.
Huge deal.
This would, I know we talked about this before, but this would make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
The money would have to be right, but I will say this. DeAndre Hopkins has a lot of options. He is an extremely good player. Him and Dalvin Cook are the best players by a lot available right now. It is hard for me to imagine that he would take a visit without thinking that the money could be right. Like, I'm not saying there's a deal. I'm just saying there's no way he takes a visit.
He hired an agent, right?
Yep.
Hired
He has an agent.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Keldon Crenshaw.
Pats
Yep.
have the cap.
I like that they did that, by the way. Lamar did that deal, huh? That's fun. Everybody's getting agents.
Right.
Okay.
Right now.
Ain't that right, Ian? Isn't that kind of what it felt like?
Yes.
Yeah. But it's good. These are hard deals. You got to make sure you do it right. Hiring an agent is a good move.
Yeah, not every agent's
Lamar-
good. Not every agent's good. There's shit
Not every agent's good.
There's shit
and
agents out there.
not everyone needs to have an agent, but free agency is hard.
Agreed.
And having an agent is good.
I agree. And that good agent, having a good, we got to make sure.
Yep.
Because there are everybody just acts like every agent's a good agent. There are some fucking dumb, terrible, bad business agents out there.
Yeah.
What?
That is a real thing, Rap.
Yeah. And what we've also learned is that when a player doesn't have an agent, and I do not mean this in a bad way at all, okay? So this is not going to be bad.
I'm wearing a Columbia polo.
Spit it out,
Okay.
Ian. Spit it out.
Player doesn't have an agent, teams make sure that they treat them more than fair. They make sure that they don't take advantage of the player. I will say that. The deals seem to be
Sure about that?
What?
bend over backwards to be fair.
What?
Now you're laughing.
Why would that sound bad?
I already
No.
said I didn't mean it to be bad.
But why would we take that?
So you're saying that it's easier for players to make deals with teams than it is with agents because the teams are bending over backwards. But then you're saying you need an agent actually for free agency. What are you
saying?
What are you saying here? It seems like you know what you're doing with that Columbia thing on. Seems like you're speaking somehow out of both sides of your mouth.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
I knew as soon as I said it, it wouldn't make sense. It's like one of those things where you try to tell a joke and you're like, oh God, there's going to be silence after this.
No, but I understand what you're saying. Like whenever Baltimore was dealing with Lamar, it's like, hey, we got to deal directly with the human here. He has to be back in our building. Like we're not talking to an agent who can then dumb down what we said or how rude it was and kind of put it out there. You know, like you got to be a little bit more delicate in those situations when you're handling business. I understand what you're saying completely, but to your point, if you have a good agent, not every agent's good. Okay, that is something that just like not every mom and every dad is good either. Like everybody just like, oh, that person was rude to their mom. It's like, well, the mom actually tried to steal from the kid. You know, like there's a lot of that type of stuff that happens. Not every agent is good either. Like I think that is kind of like a thing. Like, oh, I'm an agent in the NFL, and people just automatically assume, oh, this is a good agent. Then you actually start talking to the person. It's like, this is a dumb motherfucker. Actually, this person's not a good agent. This has no idea, and they kind of make a bad name for the other agents that are actually good. And there's some rules that are actually in place through the NFLPA to protect bad agents, and so that players don't even know that they're with a bad agent almost. So that's an entire game in of itself. But I am very happy that D-Hop got an agent and is able to navigate this free agency process because he seems like he's the cock of the walk right now.
Yeah.
Big time.
You know what I mean? Like Dalvin Cook, I don't know how many visits he's taking right now.
But wide receiver position.
But you got Sprinter vans, Tim McGraw things happening.
Right.
You got an entire hey, welcome to Tennessee. And I assume Bill, who doesn't do a lot of these.
Never.
You think he's going to put him in a fucking Toyota Camry whenever he gets there? I don't think so. I think there's going to be a good recruiting visit almost, right, in there?
I mean, I would imagine it is. Now, I am curious, does Bill send a limo? Does he send I don't know, not limos.
I'm incredibly worried Bill is going to call
show up and is like, does Bill show up in an Escalade and he's in the driver's seat and he's like, hey, dude, hop in there?
Bill driving an Escalade's cool to think about. The older ones, though, not the newer ones.
Yeah, the older ones.
The older ones that are more
I can see him as a Land Rover guy.
Really?
Old school, kind of cool, but a little quirky.
Super cool.
With the top off, almost like a F4, I think is what they're called, like the old school Jeep Land Rover thing you're talking about.
extra cool. Yeah, I mean,
Can
I
you
can
imagine
see
Bill pulling up in there, safari cap on? Pop in, bitch.
Yeah. I'm
You know
going
what
to
I
take
mean?
you through the jungle.
That's awesome. That's amazing to think about. Go ahead, AJ.
Ian, do we know after his visit in Tennessee, like how does it usually go? Do they make an offer to his agent? Do they talk to him about, hey, what it could look like if we brought you here, what a deal might look like? How does that work?
Yeah, I mean, there is some sort of, I don't want to say negotiation, but at least an idea of like, all right, here's what he's kind of looking for. Would you guys be in this ballpark? Because what nobody wants to do, nobody wants to waste anyone's time, especially in the middle of June when I think most people would rather be doing what I was doing today, which is on the golf course. Like, you don't want to waste time. You want to be up front. These are people that you're going to be dealing with, agents and sometimes players. You know, you want to deal with them straight up. So you would say like, hey, what we can afford is around this player or around this figure. And if you don't want that, do not visit. But if that's something that could be close, then let's talk. And so if Hopkins is going to take a visit, he's going to know the team's going to probably be about where he wants to be. And again, that's why, like, to go back to your point, like, I don't know how imminent anything's going to be with Hopkins. Like, could something happen Thursday? Yes. Could something happen right before training camp? Feels to me more likely, but we'll see. He's going to know coming out of there, like, all right, I have a pretty good idea of where things stand.
Guys get out of buildings and not sign deals on a regular basis, it sounds like. So him not getting a deal done in Tennessee and going to New England doesn't mean that Tennessee, although he saw Tim McGraw and had the Sprinter van, doesn't mean that is not a thing that could still potentially happen.
No, I didn't expect him to get a deal because it makes sense. Like, if he's even considering the Patriots, you know, unless they're going to give him $20 million a year, like, he should take the visits. He should have more information to make an extremely important decision, not less information.
Bill Belichick's not golfing, by the way. I'm sick.
Yeah, no chance.
Yeah, most guys rather be golfing right
He's
now.
a good golfer.
No, he's a fisherman. Okay.
Yeah, he's out on his boat.
He also
remember?
plays golf.
Well, yeah, he did have that story with Brady when they
played in
golf
Pebble
and
Beach.
He was hitting off that ditch. At
Oh, so
Pebble
maybe
Beach.
Bill was golfing.
But that was a long time ago.
What if Bill comes strolling in off the golf course for D-Hop and says, you know what, why don't we go out on a golf course?
Yeah. Well, and he has
one of my favorite Belichick things is, let's say like Tom Curran or someone would walk into a press conference and Bill would look at him and note that he was wearing golf spikes and like call him out for like, thank you, Tom, for making time in your schedule between golf and this to come show up at the press conference.
What was the one he did? Yeah, exactly. I mean, Tommy's living his own life.
Yeah,
I mean, he had another 18 to do on the other side. He was breaking some record, I assume, at that case. The only time we've ever seen him genuinely pumped is when Boomer came in.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, Chris Berman comes in. He goes,
Boomer!
Boomer! He climbs for what do we do?
Grace us with their president.
Yeah, like, he's like very pumped about that. Bill Belichick. I can't believe you got to work in that whole world. I assume it hardened you as you've gone through your entire career of being one of the NFL's finest insiders. Pac-Man has a question for you.
Justin Jeffrey reported today. Anything on his deal or getting something done with his new deal?
Who did? Justin
Jefferson.
Nailed it. I did not know who you were talking about.
Yeah, he did Justin Jeffrey again.
I thought it was
no, I did.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
you did. I think you did.
Jefferson.
I thought it was maybe a D tackle. I had not heard of. But Jefferson.
Can you guys leave Pac-Man alone?
No, this is a part of it.
Oh, shut up, Rap.
Yeah, why don't you just answer the question? Okay. You know what, Rap? Pac-Man needs you to talk shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got your
If anyone's got your back, it's this guy.
Hell yeah. Rap and Pack, the Rap Pack.
Oh, like Parnak. Let's go.
Parnak,
big
congrats
win,
to your
bud.
horse. Yeah, hell yeah. You weren't there for it, but hell of a win for the horse for sure.
I watched on YouTube.
Oh, congrats.
Hero. Me too.
You see what happened to those two other horses?
Whoa.
What does the name mean? What does Parnak mean?
What happened?
Is that can't rap backwards, which it is?
It'll take me. I'll have to write it down to look.
We already did the research.
You want to
Columbia, huh?
Yeah. What's the Parnak
I'm
name?
not good at backwards. What's that?
What's the Parnak?
The anagram.
I forget. It's French. She's French.
Okay, well, speaking of forwards,
Oh, wait, hold on
go
one
hang a
sec, hold on
salami.
one
I'm a
sec.
lasagna
Hey,
hog.
hold
Just
on.
spelled the
Boom.
exact same forward as
Hey,
his back.
So on, this is what I just got from the Bills on Diggs.
Oh.
He was here yesterday. He was here this morning. He left prior to the start of practice.
Whoa!
Okay.
Had a reservation. At
Did he meet with the GM and owner? Didn't they say he met with the GM and coach or whatever?
Yeah, I mean, I guess
So
if
what
that
happened?
happened, it was before. Yeah,
Interesting.
Okay, so let's talk about
That's
this
actually
then.
pretty interesting.
So the Adam Schefter tweet, go ahead and pull that up right now. Adam Schefter said this, okay? Adam Schefter tweeted that Adiri Bakari, Adisa Bakari, the agent, said that, forget it. He said Stephon Diggs was in the building and had met with the GM and the head coach in the past 2 days, and he will be there for the entirety of minicamp. What we are now learning via Ian Rappaport is that meeting happened before the first practice. Then the first practice happens. Afterwards, McDermott is asked about practice, and this is what McDermott says after meeting with Stephon Diggs earlier in the day and then realizing that he had left the building. This is what McDermott had to say about the Stephon Diggs situation. He basically had to go on and say,
Steph is not here. Everybody else is here at the current time.
How concerned are you about that?
Oh, very concerned. Yeah, very concerned. I'm not going to get into and listen. I respect.
So he basically says he's very concerned. So the meetings went terrible. Is that what we're expecting? Like, what could have happened there, Ian? You think, just as a human who's been around the NFL for a long time,
does not seem like whatever he wanted went well. But again, I don't understand. Like, I would say this also. If you're going to be emotional, June 13th is a good time to do it. I'm not saying he's emotional, but if there was something he didn't like, this is a totally fine time to do it. I am sure this is all going to be fine. But again, like when Sean McDermott comes out at the press conference and says it is concerning, I trust him that he is concerned.
And we know that he met with him before then.
Yeah.
So he's very concerned after hearing him talk and talk to him. I am very concerned.
Yes.
That feels like a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
Hey, Bills, let's figure this. Hey, let's
Figure
go.
it out.
We got a Super Bowl to go
Bills.
get.
Bills.
Okay, and back to, we appreciate you for doing that. We know you have to go. Justin Jefferson deal, is that going to happen?
Okay, so that is, obviously that is something that the Vikings are working on. That is hugely important for the Vikings, for Jefferson, for the receiver market, honestly, for every young receiver out there. You're just hoping that he's going to do a great deal. And he is a great player, and I assume he is going to get a great deal. So it's something they're working on. He is not, the fact that he shows up at minicamp, I'm not surprised. He is not I didn't expect anything less. Not a drama-filled dude. I did not expect anything less. So he's there. No issue. I'm sure they will continue to work on it. There's a path to getting this done, and it makes sense for everyone to get it done because, again, he is awesome, and these are the guys that you are dying to pay.
And they also just got rid of Dalvin Cook,
Yep.
So it seems like with some of the moves they made, they know that they're going to have to pay. They'll have it. Kevin O'Connell and Justin Jefferson have been great together thus far. We assume that it will only continue. Congrats to them getting a deal done. And Stephon Diggs watch will continue to happen by Ian Rappaport on the television, NFL Network. We can't hear what you're saying. Please get to the bottom of this for us.
I'm on it. I mean, theoretically, I'm on it.
Go splunking.
Yeah, get in there.
Get in there. Turn the light on. Boom.
Is that the thing with the caves?
Yes.
Kind of.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ian Rappaport.
Yeah.
It's that guy's deal.
Sometimes he drops effusive.
Hey, that was a great word. Stephon Diggs situation seems
bigger than what we thought.
Yeah,
big.
Concerning.
Yeah, that's huge.
Because at the beginning of the conversation, Ian Rappaport's like, he's wanting to make a statement that he's not happy about something. Now he's made the statement. He's very smart. He's very effusive. He understands what's going on. So now it starts the conversation about what he's not happy about. It's like, turns out what we just learned, the conversation that he was not happy about already happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then he left the building, and then Sean McDermott was asked about it later after he was the only one that missed practice. And Sean McDermott goes, yeah, I'm very concerned. That's wild scene up in Buffalo. I don't like this. I've heard the Buffalo culture is great. Everybody we talk to loves the locker room, loves being there, loves their coaches, loves everything. I mean, they had a guy that was dead. Okay, came back to life, back in there practicing. That's a feel-good story. Everybody in there celebrating. Von Miller was hurt. Defensive Player of the Year before, multi-time Super Bowl champion. He's back in there. Poyer, he's back in there. Josh Allen, back in there, more motivated than ever. Mitch Boyd, we just talked to the fucking center. Love the guy.
Yeah.
Everybody talks about how awesome the culture is. And now all of a sudden you got like one of your best players, and he's seemingly on the odds here.
Oh, yeah.
What the hell is going on with Stephon Diggs and the Buffalo Bills, AJ Hawk?
Well, okay, he met with the GM and head coach before minicamp. Now, I would assume every player on the team is not meeting with the head coach and GM before minicamp. I don't think that's a normal meeting time for everybody. So whatever, I wonder what was the intent of that meeting? Like, why did they have it? And then what happened during the meeting that caused him to say, see ya?
What if they told him and they wanted to give him a heads up that, hey, we might sign D-Hop. How do you feel about it? And he was pissed.
I think it's the opposite of that. I think that's what he wants. Because remember, there's that quote.
You think Stephon Diggs does?
Yeah, because there was that quote during the offseason. I forget who he was talking to. It wasn't the shop, but it was some show, and he was basically saying, like, I don't know what more we can do. Like, we've made it this far multiple times. We had a great season, in the regular season. I don't know what more work we can put in. And then you look at what they did on offense. Like, yeah, they drafted Dalton Kincaid in the first round, but he's a rookie. And then I think one of the only other positions they added to was the running back because Damian Harris is there. And then they lost Isaiah McKenzie. Like, him and Gabe Davis are both great, but then you look at Cincinnati. Look at, KC. Look at the Jets now. The Jets have added so many guys, and Buffalo kind of hasn't done what maybe he wanted them to do. I don't know.
You think Stephon's worried about never being able to win?
Yeah, you need 3.
So you think that's what Stephon Diggs is saying to him? What if Stephon Diggs told McDermott, I don't think you guys can ever win here? And then McDermott's like, yeah, I'm very concerned. The guy just took a shot across our bow.
Yeah,
pretty much. Took a shot at all of us. So we aren't necessarily thrilled with how this is all going.
No.
But I do, like, will we ever learn?
Well, there's no way to know, but is it possible that it's not football related? Like, it could be like a mental health thing. Like, he's kind of got that cryptic Instagram post about, like, trying to express his feelings. Like, is it possible that he went in here and was just kind of like, hey, my heart's just not in it right now?
I don't know. Pac, what do you think?
I don't know. The pictures, like you said, 1 foot in, 1 foot out on the outfit.
Yeah. That articulate his feelings.
Yeah.
That's all we can take from him.
That's all we can take. Like, obviously, he's not happy. I could say he wants somebody else to help win. I could say that he wants the ball more. So many things that we can go nitpick and pick at. But I don't know. It's very interesting. But I will tell you this. You got to have 3 dogs to be really going at this thing on offense.
Yeah, I'm fascinated by it. If Stephon Diggs wanted less balls, more weapons, that'd be like the most backwards wide receivers pissed off at team thing in the history.
That don't make sense.
And that's not really his MO, because that was his whole thing when he was having the outbursts or whatever on the sideline during the playoff game, was like, throw me the fucking ball. Right. Like, give me the ball. I can help us win.
AJ, what is it? Why don't you tell us?
Come on.
I wish I knew. I mean, honestly, could it be has their offense drastically changed this offseason to where he doesn't like the direction it's going?
I don't think
the same coordinator, Ken Dorsey.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Like, is he worried, I'm not the number one option on every play? Like, what could it possibly be? It has to be some kind of, hey, where are we going? We need to all be on board.
Yeah, after meeting, I'm very concerned. He's very concerning.
Yeah.
Because we've heard him. Like, he met with the GM and he met with the head coach. Is that 2 different meetings? Is that 1 meeting? Now I need to dive into logistics. Because if it's 2 meetings, he carried that same energy into 2 different rooms.
Yeah.
Right? We have a full conversation. Yeah. Not going right into the other one. Hey, this is how I fuck you. All right, I'm out of here. So if it's 1 meeting where he meets with both of them, and then they kind of have a convo, and that goes in a way in which he didn't expect, or he didn't like, or he didn't appreciate, so he decides to leave to let him know that he's being serious. And then all of a sudden, though, you would think that McDermott would just say what most coaches say is like, we're working through some stuff. It'll all get figured out. We're good.
Yeah.
But instead, his initial reaction, and maybe they had a bad practice too. Remember, he's calling plays for the defense.
Yeah.
So he might be a little bit pissed about how practice went whenever he gets onto that microphone. Yeah. And they're like, hey, we saw Stephon Diggs when I'm very concerned. I'm not talking about it. If you want to talk about practice where our defense got fucking cooked, I will certainly talk about that. Like, there's so many little things that, could be.
Yeah.
So, and all of them are like telling a different story at this stage. Yep. Because if Stephon Diggs is walking into 2 different meetings, and both of them are like, not good.
They didn't resolve it throughout those meetings, and he takes off and he leaves knowing that he could be fined. That's what's concerning.
Yeah, let's call Sal Capaccio. Let's see if he answers this.
That's why I like to know, like, the fewer balls. Obviously, as a competitor, he wants more. But like, why would you say that to your defensive head coach and the GM? Like, wouldn't that be a Josh Allen and Dorsey conversation?
Yeah, dude. I don't. And then what if he did talk to Dorsey and Dorsey said, I don't want to fucking.
Yeah, then that would make sense.
Because what happened down in Miami.
Hothead.
Well, and the way that McDermott said that's why I thought, like, okay, maybe he's worried about the person and not the football player.
Well, that was my initial thought.
I thought he would, if it would have been something mental or something like that, I think he would have said something different more than Like, I'm concerned that he's not here.
Yeah, because remember, McDermott has shown to be a very empathetic coach.
For sure.
Right? Very empathetic
With
coach.
the whole DeMar Hamlin situation.
So I guess when he says he's very concerned, he could be talking about him as a player, as a human, I mean.
Right. Yeah.
But then I think he would have softened it, right?
Well,
don't you think he would have followed up with very worried about Stephon and everything he's got going on? But just him not saying we're going to work through it and get there is a weird thing.
Well, and the agent,
pretty fresh, too, though. Pretty fresh on his mind. If they had just gotten out of the meetings that day or yesterday, he's probably trying to process it too, like what's going to happen, what's he going to do.
When once again, right after practice, and he is calling plays, and he is a competitive human being. I mean, I guess we kind of got to judge the. This is wild that we're talking about the Buffalo Bills this way.
Vacation's like 3 days away, too. Like everyone's ready to pack their bags, get out of there, and take a little break, too. So he's probably thinking, man, I got a lot on the other side here, man. Like this, I thought it was going to be a nice drama, filled 4th of July and have a good time and come back and let's hit it.
Yeah, you're hearing in that parking lot on that last day, if it's sports cars 2 wheels,
it's already
and then if it's SUVs 4 wheels, squealing out of that parking lot. And you're like, oh, that must be the players. It's like, no, that's the coaches. That's coaches, that's the front office, and that's the players. I mean, that is everybody getting the fuck out of here. And now Bean and McDermott, what a week.
Yeah.
So we got a deal.
Supposed to play golf.
This whole thing, damn it. We couldn't get that guy a better shin guard.
That thing.
His agent did say he's going to be there for the rest of the camp, right?
Yeah, that's
awesome.
why if it is mental, the agent's kind of burying him. Then.
No, his agent said he'd be there for the entirety of camp. He already missed the first.
He's in Buffalo. He's got his plane isn't getting back until after this thing's over.
Maybe he was just saying like, oh yeah, he'll be in the city of Buffalo while they're at camp.
Yeah,
he's not going anywhere.
He's actually hosting.
Show up.
He's hosting an event.
Yeah.
Okay, 2:00 Eastern. Please, can we get him there? Sal Capaccio is calling us back. He is at training camp right now. I assume there's a lot of this going around on the side by the media people.
Yeah.
What did you hear? The newest reporters they met before practice yesterday, and then he got pissed and very concerned. Yeah, what happened? I mean, not a lot for us to talk about. Josh Allen threw the ball 85 yards, right? Okay, Von Miller seems to be all the way back. Good for him. There's a guy not here, and he's not happy.
He's an important guy.
They just got paid.
Josh Allen, great practice today. Hey, where's Stephon? That's every.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Yep.
That's the entire thing right now, AJ.
Yeah. That's what sucks for the players, and that obviously the coach. He's very concerned because, like, you're right. We talked to a lot of Bills players, the coach, GM, everybody. They have a great thing going. The culture is awesome. And right now, this little blip in the radar, whatever's going on with Stephon, like, they don't want it to continue. I think they want to figure this out quick and not let it drag on through the summer.
Josh, why don't you have a little get-together at the house tonight?
There you go.
Okay, Josh.
Vaughn.
Come on.
Bring Vaughn, get Stephon in there. This is for Stephon, though.
Yeah,
Let's do some high fashion
birthday
shit.
party.
Yeah, new girlfriend and some of her friends.
Yeah,
maybe.
bring Haley and a couple,
Couple
Get
of
your shin guards out.
Bills were tired.
Actresses
Bills were tired of this. They were ready for a new season too because they dealt with a lot of stuff last season.
The most probably in the history.
Yeah.
If you talk about just the grand scheme of off-field stuff they had to deal with while trying to accomplish a goal that 31 other professional operations are trying to accomplish as well. They had to deal with a lot. This is a whole nother added ball game. When Sal calls us back, we'll continue to chat about it because he'll have more information. Speaking of more information, I learned some stuff about a particular play that could have changed my entire life.
Oh, no.
The Indianapolis Colts were playing the Pittsburgh Steelers in Pittsburgh, 2014, 13.
14, I believe.
14. 2014, Indianapolis Colts, Pittsburgh Steelers, prime time. Lights are on, Heinz Field. One punt, pass, and kick at that field as a kid. Okay, I was announced champion there as a 15-year-old punt, pass, and kick. Everybody sees the Andy Reid video and everything like that. I go out on field, hawk ball real far, okay? Real far.
Hell yeah.
Get a nice cheer from the Yinzers that stuck around during halftime, then go grab beers. So not necessarily our people now, but certainly a group of people didn't grab beer at halftime of the game, and they cheered loudly. I dunk on upright as I'm going off there. First Steelers game I could go to. Tickets tough to get to. Had a blast. Dad was there. Dad loved the Steelers. It was a good thing. I was returning as a professional football player against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Family, friends, whole city there. You know what I mean? Primetime game. Steelers are going to show up. We had a fake field goal. I was supposed to score a touchdown. I was supposed to walk right the fuck in. Right in. Hey, we're going to practice this thing Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
What?
And when we're practicing, there's no blacking out of this play. We're not saying, no, we're not doing this play anymore. This is 100%er. Pat's walking in, okay? So when he gets in there, first touchdown, let's all make sure we have a good time here. Okay, let's let these people know that we're here to have a good time as well as a score time. And then Troy Polamalu fucking ruined it. Troy Polamalu did something he ain't never done in the history of his entire fucking career. He lined up on the short side of the field, which is poor technique. Should not be doing that. There's a lot less room over here. Why would you have an overload towards that side, especially with how much space and opportunity is on this side? Troy Polamalu, high football IQ, should never and has never been to the short side. The only thing that can fuck this up, I guess, is if that head and shoulders model snoops it out and goes right to the place you were supposed to walk in, where we had a double team, a pull, and a push, and literally waltz in the end zone in Pittsburgh. How you doing? How many points you got? 6 of them things. Thank you. Troy Polamalu is finally given the reason why you ruined my life. God. I got Polamalu'd, and Polamalu explained why and how I got Polamalu'd on the All Things Covered podcast with BMAC and Patrick Peterson. This is what they call Baby Jesus had to say about the play that I'll remember for never happening.
One famous internet type story, Troy, I want to share with you. We talk about being able to be put in positions to see things before they actually happen. Pat McAfee detailed his first opportunity to score a touchdown, a career touchdown on a fake field goal, right? And he said everything was a go. He was excited. First opportunity to score a fake field goal, touchdown. Troy lines up in the C gap, which he never does on the field goal. He sees Troy line up on the C gap. Got to call a fake off. Pat's pissed because he don't get an opportunity to score. He said he still hate you to this day because of that. But what did you see, Troy, for you to be able to snuff out a fake field goal to line up in a position where you never line up in and forcing them to attempt the field goal?
Baby Jesus.
Well, you know what? I saw him too excited on the sidelines.
Oh, you saw him on the sideline before he came in. Oh,
Hey, that is a veteran move. I tell guys all the time, bro.
Patrick.
Keep your eyes on the score.
Patrick.
I love that you just said that.
He was joking, Patrick.
Jeez.
You know, the funny thing about it is we actually had a bad tendency if I was blocking to the field.
I'd say.
100% field goal block tendency was if we're on field goal block, they're on the hash, we're always going to run it to the field. And they ended up being on a hash that was on a, pretty much guaranteed a make field goal.
Yeah.
And, our special teams coach at the time was like, hey, man, we just need to change up our tendency just once. And I just remember us having that conversation before we went out there. It's like, all right, maybe this is the time to change it.
Wow.
So that actually, I wish I would have played some lottery numbers with that guess, but
no question. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Great
Legend
time to
lives
change
on.
it up. Hey, the legend of Troy continues to grow.
Yeah.
Even being retired.
Yeah, I'd say. So just, hey, why don't we break our tendency one time out of fucking 1,000 of these? 1,000 of them. Just choose to do it. And that special teams coordinator, Danny Smith, okay? Fellow Yinzer, this little chew-gumming son of a bitch, this guy, he will have an entire pack of gum in his mouth on a sideline, and he will chew through it. Oh, yeah. He's been coaching in the NFL for a long time. Yinzer done good, okay? He's been around the NFL. He's back with the Pittsburgh Steelers, back home. Guy you'd love to hang out with.
Oh, yeah.
Guy you'd love to have a beer with. Got a chance to do it with him a couple different times at the Combine. It is electrifying.
Weapon.
Now, they put a microphone in front of his face once a year, and he gives an answer. That is electric. Today, he actually said, I'm supposed to say no, and I'll leave it at that.
But
also kind of bullshit what's going on. I mean, he is through and through just a genuine classic soul. So now that I know it was his fault, because he just dropped into Troy Polamalu's little head, hey, remember, we got a little bit of a problem, chewing his fucking gum. We're always doing that. Somebody might see it. Not this team, obviously, but we're just saying we need to change it for the future. And Troy just... Oh, yeah, he did say that. Let me just fucking go over here. And it ruins my life?
Not fair.
Fuck Danny Smith. You hear me?
Yeah, fuck him.
We don't say a single good thing about that guy ever again.
Never.
Got it.
Can't have it, okay? He's a legend. He's great at what he does. He's funny. He's charming.
What?
He's a guy you'd love to drink a beer with. He is an asshole.
Yep.
Right alongside Polamalu, who just, might as well go over here to the short side of the field. So now we have an answer, okay? And I do like the fact that some people read the sideline and they try to get there. I've been living with that last couple of years because he said that to another YouTuber.
He did.
He said his aura coming on the field seemed to be a little bit too chipper. And I'm like, I'm the one. I'm the one that did. I actually did this. And I'm like thinking to myself, yeah, well, I would do that. I mean,
We're pumped.
I certainly
pumped for it.
That is something I certainly would do. Play cards. I tell people my hand. Hey, I got a really good one right now. And they either choose to believe it or they don't. Troy Polamalu is like, oh, this guy's so pumped coming out there. He said that a few years back. I've had to wear that.
That's right.
The reason why I can't talk shit in Pittsburgh about scoring a touchdown in Pittsburgh against the Pittsburgh Steelers, a team that some of my friends would fucking die for. Is because of my own fault. Now we get the final answer. I'm appreciative of the All Things Covered podcast. And I'm also appreciative of Troy Polamalu being an incredible football player. Just so high level at all things football. It is kind of mind freaking, as if it's Chris Angel taking people's legs off to do it. I'm not the only person he did it to. I just so happened to be a 6-yard waltz touchdown. I couldn't even fathom what quarterbacks had to do to prepare for that guy because it's impossible. Because he just thinks of everything, remembers everything. Oh, let's just break a tendency here. Let's ruin this person's life. I was on the long list. I feel honored as opposed to hating him. Danny Smith, though, replace him right into that thing. AJ, that's what I'm thinking.
Well, when I was listening to Troy speak there, and you say Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you worked on it. Is it possible you guys had a snitch there on the squad in Indy? Someone sent a little text or a little phone call over to somebody in Pitt.
Wow.
Certainly a possibility of that, isn't there?
You didn't call one of your boys and tell them, did you?
Yeah, the enemy's just in one of your camp. I would never tell them.
No.
Ever.
Because we would tell.
Bingo.
Yes.
Never.
Here's my question, because you said it was going to be a walk-in. Did you ever, for 1/2 of a second, think, I could take Troy one-on-one?
I get him around the
Not a single time.
Spin move?
Not a single time. Saw him go over there. I'm not the guy that should be trying to beat Troy Polamalu. Yeah, I am.
Because it was a high-scoring game. It was like 35-17, I think, at the point. You're like,
yeah, you kick that field goal, you go down 2 scores. I mean, there was a little bit of a quick thought in there, as if I am a 4th down quarterback, took snaps on 4th down numerous times, threw a ball as well. So there was that type of thought. But also, I grew up in Pittsburgh. So I've seen the Polamalu. Okay? I get it.
Okay.
I know what he has done. Yeah, and there's a full freak out, obviously.
What did you say to the sideline just then? Like,
So
no,
Chuck-
motherfucker, he's over here.
Chuck came over and was like, we're doing this. And I'm like, we are not.
You don't think I want to?
So then if that video continues in the TV roll, we start jogging up that tunnel, that fob, to get to our locker room. And Chuck comes running up next to me, and the camera actually catches us talking. And it's like, I'm telling him, yeah, dude. So every film that you guys showed me, and that we saw, Troy wasn't standing on the other side, right? So, there it is. What happened? What the fuck happened? What are you doing? Tom McMahon, what the fuck? I thought you were scoring a touchdown. They all thought I was like a baby back bitch right there. They thought I was scared. That's what they which I guess it kind of was. But they're like, you were too big at the moment, too big for what happened? I'm like, go look at the fucking pictures.
Yeah. Find out differently.
Okay, go look at the goddamn pictures. A little different game out here, okay? Jeez Louise. And then I go into that locker room, I hold my head.
Yeah.
I hold my head.
Bummed. Heartbroken.
I was supposed to have a goddamn moment.
Yeah.
At home.
What happened, Pat?
Troy Polamalu.
Bull.
We're not mad at Troy anymore.
No.
Danny Smith.
Yeah.
He's the guy.
Fuck him.
You got angles over there, man. You got an angle?
Yeah, sure. I can get the pile on, dude. No, I'm supposed to go right up.
Yep.
He would have.
Yeah, they would have kicked him out, right?
He would have so quickly just. And then
laid somebody.
Did he rush? Right?
Rip the ball off of my hand, out of my hands probably, and just kind of do it. Yeah, the protection too. I mean, they're coming off the short side, which I guess you're used to, and you call out or whatever what the heavy is. But this is.
What if could you check it to the strong side? I mean, geez, look at the field.
Yeah, could you imagine? I guess we would have had to then change.
Just got to hook that end, get that end hooked, and somehow get somebody up to the backer.
I don't know who the wings are though. The wings might be like a tight end who's never pulled. So every once in a while, you only got a few guys on the field that have blocked people before.
Yeah.
Actually moving people. So that's one thing if you're looking at special teams if somebody's gonna run a fake. If normally the right tackle is on the left side, there's probably something popping off. And that tackle's probably one of the only people that actually can move and block or has pulled. We ran a fake the opposite direction against the front that we weren't supposed to run it at a time we weren't supposed to either. And the guy that was supposed to pull had never pulled before because we had to check it to the opposite way. And it was almost understood that the guy couldn't pull. What happens if it happens? Now we need it. And he got tripped. I ended up jumping it, you know what I mean? So there's a full... Anyways, Troy, you're a good football player.
Yeah, way to go, Troy. We get it.
Let's get to a break. This show would be much cooler if it was hosted by a guy that had a touchdown. Might do good.
You could still just say, I was thinking about giving him a shoulder to chew on, but in that situation, it just,
Who am I to show up?
Yeah.
Andrew Luck in the offense.
Yeah, you kidding me?
We're down 18 at that point. You need me to come out there and.
Yeah, you don't want to
Then what
ruin.
happens? Am I playing running back the rest of the game?
I start doing Jerome Bettis too.
Yeah. Your friends wouldn't be your friends anymore because Troy's their favorite player. He made him look dumb.
Dude, Troy, he was such a legend in Pittsburgh for so long, just being a psychopath out there.
Yeah.
Like, oh, who's the psycho? Oh, it's Palomalu, dude.
Mm-hmm.
He was so good at football.
Play without a seatbelt.
I mean, him at US.
Every play.
Every play.
Every play he's praying, and then he's going 400 miles an hour. And then he's picking himself back up. Ugh. All right, here we go, God.
Do it again.
Get another one. And then he's just figuring it out. It's what a machine. Thank you, Troy.
Thank you, Troy.
For what you did for football, not what you did to me, asshole. No, sorry. I don't think that about you anymore. I think that about Danny
Daniel.
Smith. All right, let's get to a break. We'll have Richard Jefferson join us in this hour. It's Sal. When? Let's do it now.
There we go, Sally.
Let's go, Sal.
This will be good going into the break. We'll be able to chew on it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to chew on it.
What?
I'd like to chew on it.
It's okay. Hey, do whatever you got to do.
Just own it, Diggs. Just own it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we were saying this whole time.
I'd like to chew on it.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now is me too, Diggs. Me too. Joining us now is Paisano, who has covered the Buffalo Bills since he was in high school.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
He is the Buffalo Bill. If you were to think about Bills Mafia, who would you want representing him? It is this magical man. Not only is he on the radio and on the sideline, I believe he's a writer as well and on the news. Ladies and gentlemen, Sal Capaccio. Paisano, thank you for making time. I know you're in the middle of work. Let's dive right into it. Stephon Diggs came to the building, met with the GM, met with the head coach, leaves the building. They have a practice. Coach McDermott in press conference after practice says, I'm very concerned about the situation with Stephon Diggs. That came after a meeting with Stephon. What happened in those meetings, and where are we right now up there in Buffalo? This is the Bills. The culture's good. We're on a Super Bowl run. Now we got a bunch of drama, seemingly, Sal.
Yeah, some drama they don't need here, right? Drama this organization, this team doesn't need. There was a lot that happened last year, at the end of last year, off the field, on the field, from weather-related issues to DeMar Hamlin, of course. This team went through a lot, and this is something that they've tried to avoid as many distractions as possible. But this is one big distraction happening right now at One Bills Drive. I'm inside the field house right now, guys. I moved in here. I was out at practice a little while ago. They're repping up. We're going to hear from Josh Allen shortly, and we'll find out maybe some more clarity on this. When was the last time he talked with Stephon Diggs? I can confirm to you, I know this. Stephon Diggs is here in Buffalo. He was here last night. He was in town yesterday for physicals or whatever they do before before mandatory minicamp. And I can also confirm to you, he showed up here today. He was here today, and then he left before practice. That was obviously before Sean McDermott spoke to us and then said, I'm very concerned. We don't know what's going on. This is a player who has a very large contract. There's no contractual issue here. I've never really seen anything like this. It's kind of bizarre. I will tell you, though, as you've probably seen, there's been some reporting from Adam Schefter and others that his agent, Adisa Bakari, has said that he will be here for the entirety of minicamp. Well, that's today, and he's not here, so I guess that means tomorrow.
Sal, what's the atmosphere like at practice? Does it feel kind of weird because of this Diggs situation?
I mean, it does from a media standpoint, I think, of like what's going on. We're all a little confused. Like, how do you go from, we expect everyone here, everything seems to be good, to not being here, one of the top players, not only on this team, but in the league. I think from a player standpoint, it's not, I'm sure, Pat and others here on the show can attest to, you're out there to do your job, and it's mandatory minicamp, and you can't worry about those other things. You got to do what's best for you to make sure you're ready for the season. And when you're called upon, do your job. And, there's a sense also of there's some guys getting reps who wouldn't normally get reps because Stephon isn't here, because we know when he is, he's going to be the number one receiver on this team. So I wouldn't say it feels any different on the field when I watch it, but it certainly kind of feels different just around the field when the media is talking a little bit and trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, and now, just like you said, Josh Allen's talking to the media, every player is going to have to answer questions. And it feels like the only thing we know, and they probably know more if he's been in the building now a couple of days, but hasn't shown up to practice. And although McDermott's very concerned, I will be excited to hear how the teammates feel about the whole situation, because seemingly that locker room is a very tight one. The only thing we've really heard from Stephon Diggs outside, and you can tell us if we're wrong, is he posted on Instagram that he's trying to articulate his feelings in the only way he knows how to get what he's going through.
Yeah, what way is that? We don't know.
Well,
I mean,
we can start
because
to
we
touch the tea leaves a little bit. You know, there was one photo where he had the jacket where he was obviously halfway in it, halfway out of it. And then there was a photo where he had shin guards on, you know, and we didn't know if that was him feeling as if he's taking it on the shins. You know, is he taking it on the shins? Has there been has he gotten blamed for stuff? Is there anything we haven't heard of out of the Stephon Diggs? Why he and the Bills or Bills Mafia and stuff? Why would there ever be anything, you think, to lead to this moment if it's not contractually?
It's a good question. I have not seen these until you guys have been posting here. I'm looking at them now as I do this with you because I've been out at practice.
Working.
You know, Stephon's a different kind of guy, right? I mean, he is super ultra competitive. I will tell you this. Make no mistake. This man wants to win. He wants to win in a very, very bad way. That's something you can never deny from Stephon Diggs. He wears his emotions on his sleeve. He goes about it a different way. I think that's the genesis of what happened on the field in Cincinnati last year, being demonstrative on the sidelines, the video capturing it all. You know, he left. Left pretty abruptly after the Cincinnati game. He's a captain. He rubbed a lot of people wrong. Like, here's a captain, a team leader after they lose their final game of the season, a game they didn't play very well, and he left. So he's always kind of marched to his own drum, so to speak. This seems like one of those situations where he's doing that again. But I think he's also a guy that's so wrapped up in winning, so emotional, that he probably needs some time in his own way. But it's time to come to work, right? It's mandatory minicamp. Contractually obligated. And this is what makes Sean McDermott, quote, very concerned to me, which is it's time to come to work. It's time to be here with your teammates. And, you know, hopefully that happens tomorrow.
He didn't post those photos today. Those from a few days ago. But I'll be excited to hear what the teammates have to think. And it sucks that this is what the teammates are going to have to talk about. Same with the coaches and the personnel. But we appreciate you, Sal, covering it all. We can't wait to hear what you say next, pal.
No, thank you guys. And I appreciate you giving me a call. And sorry, I couldn't get on the trigger right away being out there. We got a lot of rules here at practice.
Sal.
I'll take a FaceTime call while out of practice.
Do not apologize to us ever. We cold called you. We actually said we want to cold call Sal.
Let's get Sal.
Let's cold call Sal out
Gotta try.
here. We appreciate you answering and making time for us. Ladies and gentlemen, Sal Capaccio.
Yeah.
All right, so Josh Allen's going to have to talk. This is exactly
going
what we said.
on.
Yeah. Yep.
Everybody's
Shit
going
in
to
the
have
water.
Everybody's going to have to answer questions for this.
Yeah, you know how this go.
For as long as he's not there.
Yep.
What if McDermott says, what if he rips the clip, sends it to everybody? This is what everybody's saying.
Verbatim.
That'd be smart.
That's possible.
We're very concerned. No more questions.
That's what they do in New England.
Let's get to a break. Hour 3 on the other side. Richard Jefferson will join us.
Hell yeah.
More Stephon Diggs talk. We don't like doing this, but this is a big deal.
Yeah. And this is a good prep just in case tonight the Stanley Cup ends.
Well,
Yeah, it's gonna end.
yeah, it's done.
Because we're gonna have to dive
yeah,
into IGs and cryptic messages.
Yeah, and what gets wiped off of IGs.
Boom.
It's more so what's absent from the Instagram as of the past couple years than what is present.
Yep, true.
But right now, these shin guards are telling a story.
Yes, they are.
Let's get to a break. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. Take 5.
Bye.
It's nice to see that there's still Ken Dorsey's out there, though.
Yeah.
We're talking full fucking fit. Whenever this game ended without them being able to spike it and take a long field goal or whatever the fuck they were going to do. Ken Dorsey here closest. He's a married man, got a medal. Oh, you fucking it. We did it.
Damn it.
We talked about this all week. We talked about it all week. We get the fuck down.
Son of a bitch.
Break this fucking thing.
Yeah. I love how the other coach, too, is looking over like, oh, shit. I
Bald
didn't know
guy?
Ken had. Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't know Ken had this in him.
And the bearded guy should feel good about how he looks right now.
Yeah.
Bearded guy's ponytail, fucking great.
Great.
Top notch.
Beard, unbelievable.
Gumpy.
Looks to be a bit of a thick, stout gentleman. But Ken Dorsey losing his fucking bananas.
Hat.
Taking this, get this. Why is this in front of me right now? Get out of my way, dude. Why are you still on the desk, bro? Fuck you.
Fucking thing.
Bang.
Hey, fuck. Oh, he's
Bang.
going to get fined for that.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to get fined for that. Tom
lot.
Brady, 1 week ago, broke a Microsoft Surface. Now there's a rule. Hey, no players or coaches are allowed to break anything. Did he break? He's getting fined for that.
100%.
Oh, no.
I thought that's why he was trying to cover the camera at the end.
Oh, so he was saying, hey, fuck. No, I don't think he was trying to cover it. I think he was saying, find me, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, I
Fuck
think,
you, too.
boom.
Hey, somebody else came and covered the camera, though. Whatever other coach put his hand over that camera.
No, I think that was Dorsey. I think it was.
No,
Yes.
watch his hand come in.
Oh,
yeah.
Shit,
it's a
shit,
right
shit.
hand.
Oh, my God. I didn't even notice that, AJ.
Yeah, you think he's going to cover the camera in the middle of that rant?
No,
You
I think
he's going to kill somebody.
I thought that was the shit he
Yeah,
threw.
throwing.
Something at it.
No, I watched it a few times. That's a hand.
Wow. Wow.
Hey, that's good teamwork.
AJ. Yeah.
That's good teamwork up there. Now, I do believe he's going to get fined for the Microsoft Surface bash after the Tom Brady one became a rule. And maybe that's what the coworker said. Oh, come on, Ken. There's a camera.
They can see you.
Ken, there's a camera. Jesus, you're going to go viral.
Sorry, Ken.
They're riding in that elevator down to the locker room after the game. And Ken's standing there with his fucking papers all disheveled and the Microsoft Surface cracked screen, and his notebook's been ripped in half because he has superhero strength at that moment. It's like he's ripping a fucking phone book, and they hit the basement button to go down there. At some point, there was an awkward silence. The bearded guy is looking to his left. The bald guy's like, oh. And then whoever covered that up was like, you're going to go viral. Yeah. Hell yeah, Red Panda. It is time to go on up to the unicycle that has captivated people all over this planet Earth.
Oh, my God.
Ladies and gentlemen, Red Panda is in the Thunderdome.
Oh, my God.
Let's go. Hi, Red Panda. Thank you so much.
I'm hyperventilating, Pat. I think I'm going to have a fucking heart attack.
Mad Mel, could you tell me about the scouting report on Red Panda?
Absolutely explosive. You will never see someone with this kind of stability and balance in all your life. Been an absolute game changer for the last 30-plus years. Brings her A game every single time she comes on the court or multi-purpose field.
And
look at her go.
Completion to Red Panda. He's in the trenches. He's got his eyes on the prize. The ball is going on the head of Red Panda. Two balls completed from AQ Shipley.
This is nuts. Are you serious? This is
AQ can hold more than two
at work.
plates, 2 bowls.
No way.
I absolutely love this song. Oh, my God.
There we go, Red Panda. 1 for 1. If Red Panda goes perfect on a day, we'll give away $50,000 to one person that retweets this video and says something nice to somebody. Red Panda, the legend, performing during the first round at the Thunderdome. She's 1 for 1 on bull tosses from her right foot to her head.
Come on.
Oh, my God.
No way.
Oh, my God.
2? No.
Red Panda stacking 2 bowls on top of each other and...
She did it!
Red Panda! She's batting and pitching a perfect game! There's no way this should be humanly possible.
No.
But what is impossible? It's I'm possible.
Yes. Whoa.
And whenever you're talking about Red Panda, you're talking about the biggest I'm in the history of I'm possible.
Yes.
What she does every single night is not supposed to happen.
Yeah.
There's no way you're supposed to be able to accomplish this feat.
No way.
No.
AJ Hawk, what you say? How many people can do this? None. Just Red Panda. 5 bowls.
Let's go.
$50,000 to somebody.
Let's go.
Say something nice to somebody. Whoa. And uses the hashtag PMS Draft Spectacular. Red Panda, take a bow. Hell yeah.
Wow.
That was awesome.
Hey, what?
Don't break the table, obviously.
I just break shit. Sorry, man.
Somebody came sprinting behind the barrier and tried to spear him.
I fucking dare somebody.
Oh, no.
I dare the next two.
Ass kicking.
What?
Saudi Arabia.
What?
Riyadh.
What?
Taking a jet plane.
What?
All the way there.
What?
All the way back.
What?
On the way back.
What?
WWE champion.
Hey, you see? Hell yeah!
Guys destroyed our shit. Hey.
What?
Let's go. This show fucking stinks. And the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it. AJ, never cease to amaze me with your toxicity, pal.
You got a couple of these?
God damn it! What the fuck are you doing?
Boston College.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome. On this holy hell is Stephon Diggs, a Buffalo Bill, Tuesday, June 13, 2023. Hour 3 starts now. Sports are happening as is fashion. If I can put that on my resume, I am doing the same things that high fashion people are doing. I'm protecting my shins, and I'm looking fucking good. Now, I'm doing this, obviously, because the only thing we've really heard from Stephon Diggs is him articulating his feelings on his Instagram. In one of his photos, he was wearing a shin guard, and the shin guard, could that potentially articulate the fact that he's tired of taking it on the shins? I'd like to be my left leg with the Alexander McQueen shoe, not my right leg with the fucking pad on it, because everybody's been attacking me. I'm sorry I left the game late, okay? After we lost Cincinnati in the playoffs, I'm a captain. I had to get out of there. I was pissed off. I might have went and lived in Paris. You know why? Because I got mad respect for the fashion. See the goddamn shin guards I got on right now?
Hell yeah.
So what's going on in Buffalo? We don't know. We will have an update, I believe, from Josh Allen, who has to speak to the media here in about 10 to 15 minutes. We learned that from Sal Capaccio. To my left, your right, non-fashion having motherfucker, AJ Hawk. The talk tables here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. One half of the hammer, Dahn, Cowboys turn Diggs is here, and 14-year NFL vet Pac-Man Jones here.
Boy, Pac.
Pac-Man, what do you think is happening with Stephon Diggs and the Buffalo Bills?
He tired of taking it on the shin, bro.
All right.
Really get that.
Rest of the show. You got to do the rest of the show.
They're moving.
It's like, you see, I'm stopping so many balls right now, but also everybody's seeing you walking down the fucking catwalk. Right? Remember, Kanye was fucking, he was wearing these 2 weeks ago, and Stephon Diggs is articulating feelings. These things are talking. These things are doing. This is my new fucking thing. What are you talking about? Especially with all the sellout stuff. I was just wham.
Whack.
Could have used them.
You can only wear one, though. It's just one for fashion. You can't wear both.
Double the fashion.
Yeah, Kanye did it.
Kanye had too.
Yeah, correct. You're right. You can do whatever you want.
And shoulder pads.
And also, how will everybody know, especially because I like to do this so much, if I do that, then people only think it's on my right leg.
You're right.
But then a couple hours later, you got to get the other.
Boom.
And then they know it's on this one.
Doubled up.
You know what I mean, AJ?
I like how you turned around to 360 to get your left leg back there.
Well, that was to articulate the time was passing.
That's exactly right.
You know what I mean? Because I wouldn't do that back to back. I'm not a fucking asshole.
Different timing.
So weird.
This show sucks. There's a big deal going on, though.
Huge deal.
I love it.
You tired as hell.
Winded. I did a Stairmaster this morning.
Yeah, that was a foot fire right there.
You got to keep gyrating, man. What do you mean? You got them on.
Look at the show. Enjoy the show. Involuntary spasms. Yeah, that was happening. I'm very winded. But, you know, there's other stories to talk about. And as Josh Allen speaks about the high fashion shin guards, we will report.
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs is a great player.
He is.
Very good.
Be who you can afford to be plays in this particular role.
Yes, he does.
He could be a Buffalo Bill by the time the season starts, and we would not be surprised because of how good he is. But it seems like a lot is going to have to get figured out. We will hear from Josh Allen, hopefully, in the coming moments.
And that contract must be terrible, too, if Sal Capaccio and Rapture are saying it is impossible.
Yeah, what does that mean? It's Stephon Diggs.
Is the dead cap so big that they'd be way under the salary?
$24 million.
Yeah, but, like, if a team wants a weapon in Stephon Diggs, it's like, you know, Miami was like, hey, give us Tyreek Hill. We'll pay him however much money we got to pay him. Saying something is virtually impossible these days doesn't seem realistic.
Well, in 24 is the cap hit. I wonder if the dead cap is higher because of the fact that so early on in this.
45 million.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Not going to happen.
Can't trade him.
No.
Does he know that?
Yes, he know that. He's pretty smart.
So what's he thinking? He's thinking, you guys need me to hang my shin guards in this city.
Because if I don't, you're paying $45 million for those shin guards.
Boom. All right, Josh Allen will say something, right?
Yeah, I'd hope so.
Unless that word.
Yeah. I'm sure he'll clear it up.
Why don't you call it? Yeah, he'll Josh Allen said, listen, we're having a gathering tonight. Everything's going to be okay.
Haley's going to be there.
Who is this human you guys keep saying? You said this about earlier.
Who's Josh Allen's new girlfriend?
Yeah.
What's her name?
Haley Steinfeld.
That's that famous lady.
Yes.
Who was a part
Eric's
of.
daughter?
Pitch Perfect.
Whose father?
Jerry?
No, that's
Steinfeld.
Steinfeld.
Add
She's
the
a singer,
T.
correct?
Add the T. Singer/actress. She's been nominated for. She got nominated for an Academy Award when she was like 12 years old.
What?
Yeah.
What show? What
True
movie?
Grit.
She was just walking the walk for Spider-Man.
What?
Wait, what?
Recent, yeah.
She's about to be a big star.
Hey, I'd say she's dating Josh Allen, seemingly.
Shit.
But also, I did not know of this person's existence whenever you said it. Haley's the name we got.
Yeah.
Yes.
Haley. Because you said it earlier, and I was like, okay, something's happening. I don't know what this is.
Yeah, I forgot her name for a second, to be honest. I just said new
me
lady.
as well. I'm not somebody that would know her name, though, so she should take no offense to that. Very happy for her.
Yep.
And them.
And for
Both
Josh.
of them.
If they're happy. You know what I mean?
Actually, AJ probably knows her because she was in a scene with the entire Packers offensive line in Pitch Perfect.
Really? AJ, did you hang out?
Nice. No, I was not there. I was not in that movie. She was in Pitch Perfect?
Yeah, I think that was number 2. She was in number 3, but, you know.
What
She's a
movie were you
singer?
in? AJ was in a movie?
No, I was not. He's a Packer offensive lineman.
I thought they brought you on set.
Yeah, a bunch of Packers were in Pitch Perfect, too. Clay Matthews.
Bakhtiari.
Sitting, yeah.
TJ Lang.
Donnie Barclay? That guy went to West Virginia?
I know.
Oh, there's some good. I'll have to tell you off mic sometimes some stories about old Donnie Barkley on set. He was.
Okay.
Donnie's the man. Nothing
I
bad.
think we get it.
Nothing bad. No. He didn't do anything bad, but just Donnie's his attitude and how his delivery and what he says got the boys going a little bit.
Yeah, Donnie's an absolute legend. Who is the model next to him? That was an offensive lineman?
Where? TJ Lang?
No.
That's
Jordan Rodgers.
That's Jordan Rodgers. Yeah.
Holy shit.
So Jordan was in it?
He's an offensive lineman for the Packers? That's an interesting pick.
Well, yeah. Clay was, yeah.
Yeah, Clay had a line in it, too, I believe.
Bakhtiari had a line.
I think they kind of sang in it, didn't they?
Yeah.
I think so. Clay flexed. I think he had like a cut-off tuxedo on, and he flexed. His guns were
Rick
looking.
Vaughn.
That's whenever he was pushing that protein milk, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Will you remember that, AJ?
And she's right there. She's brunette
Muscle
on the
Milk?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Who is she? Which one is she?
Brunette on the right underneath Clay.
Oh, next to old girl from
Rebel Wilson.
Yeah.
All right, well, congratulations to a couple. Hope they're having a blast. Because Josh's relationship with his number one on the rocks.
Yeah, exactly.
Seemingly a new one here with Superstar.
Yeah.
Thriving.
Is that what he's pissed off about?
You think Stefan's not happy?
Oh, he had a crush on Haley before. Is that what you're saying, Tony?
Hey, boys, let's figure it out. Okay, we'll hear
okay.
more from Josh here soon. Joining us now from the basketball world is not only a champion and an absolute superstar, but a pundit who looks great in a tank top. His traps are trapping, aren't they?
Every day.
Yes, they are.
Ladies and gentlemen, from NBA Today, which is shot live every single day, we can't thank him enough for joining us on this glorious first day ever with the Denver Nuggets being world champions as their title, Richard Jefferson. Buddy, did you get yelled at? You said you were going to get yelled at for wearing a tank top. Is that what happened? They tell you, you can't do that. Is that what they said?
Well, no, I just didn't want to like interfere with the whole, sexiness that you got going on. So I figured I'd go hoodie. It's a little bit more Denver here right now. So I'm in Denver, rainy hoodie weather right now.
Okay, so I appreciate you thinking about me whenever you're coming on. It's very kind of you. This is your second time on the program. You've crushed it both times thus far.
That's right.
Let's talk about Denver last night. Speaking of crushing it, what a celebration, huh? Did you get to witness that all night? Obviously, I believe there was like a potential shooting that happened as well, which is incredibly sad and dampers the entire environment. But aside from that, it seemed like the whole city was out there, first time world champs. What was it like?
It was amazing. I was very fortunate. I was with Josh Kroenke and his family in their suite watching them. It was an emotional scene for them just because, they spend so much time. The Kroenkes, they won the Super Bowl. The Avalanche won last year, and then the Denver Nuggets, and even Josh Kroenke, he played basketball at Missouri. So he's a basketball guy from that space. And so, no, it was great. It was great. And honestly, Jamal Murray, Mike Malone, that entire crew, that entire core, when we talk about good people and good dudes and guys that doing it the hard way and on that journey, they definitely did it that way. And it was fun. Shout out my guy, Aaron Gordon, Zeke Naji, University of Arizona guys. They get their picture up in the champion hallway now. So, a lot of happiness for a lot of the guys there.
Hell yeah. Go ahead, AJ.
Richard, so we expect to see this Denver Nuggets team make a run at the finals for the next 8 to 10 years. It seems like it's tough to slow these guys down.
God, we're the worst.
It is tough to slow them down. But I think the hardest thing now, which a lot of people don't know, and I'll give you guys a little peek, is kind of like the CBA, right? The new CBA is going to allow for a lot more parity. It's going to be a lot harder to pay your players. And so, Bruce Brown, he's going to be gone. But do they have a chance where over the next 5-6 years they can win 1-2 more? Yes. But but eventually you start having to pay multipliers. Like if you're 50 million in the tax this year and you keep all your guys, next year you got to pay 100 million. That's what's going on in Golden State right now. So they do have the ability when you got your core guys, but that's where the GM, the owner, it becomes a lot more. Can we just keep exchanging pieces? Not to go football, but kind of like the Patriots. The Patriots had their guys, and then they just kept exchanging pieces, bringing people in, shipping people out when they got too expensive, doing it through the draft. That's what they're going to have to do.
Yeah, Bill Belichick, not a good drafter, but I understand what you're saying. Yeah, the supporting cast, they kind of build around
the supporting cast. They build around Tom Brady and their key guys, and then they just figure it out around because they got the two horses, in my opinion, that can lead them for a long time.
Agreed, concur. It sounds like that's going to happen in basketball. And obviously, we don't mind that whole CBA conversation there because we deal with that a lot here in the NFL with salary cap and everything. So they're going to punish teams for keeping their guys on the roster. So I don't understand. As you were explaining that, I was thinking to myself, so teams are not being encouraged to keep their players because they want movement? What is the... Well,
I think they're trying to have a little bit more parity. They're trying to have a little bit more parity, and they're trying to make teams that are trying to load up. And I don't want to quote unquote say buy a championship, but they definitely want teams to be able. It's like there's the same reason why Green Bay.
That goes completely against what we all believe about the NBA. Yeah, because we always assume about the NBA outside looking in. They're like, if LeBron's with a couple superstars on one team, and then there's another team that has a couple superstars, that's perfect for us. Prime time. Boom, boom, boom. We just kind of got all our stars in one game. It's an all-star game every single night, pretty much. And if there's a couple other teams doing that, that's good for the NBA. Sounds like that's not how the NBA is like, nah, actually, we like this Denver Nuggets story. We like all teams being good. I didn't know that. That's a surprise, it feels like.
Yeah, well, it's more of like, there was that spike where Golden State was able to bring in Kevin Durant, and then all of a sudden the parity is completely gone because they're so talented. And it's happened over the course of sports. What they're trying to do, and again, I'm not a CBA expert, but what they're trying to do is that there's a multiplier tax. So if you're in that tax 1-2 years, fine. But if you're just trying to pay everyone and keep doing that, again, Aaron Gordon, Jokic is going to make $60 million. Then there's certain guys that they're going to bring back. And then all of a sudden you start looking at that tax bill of $100 million. And I think it's going to be a lot harder, especially for small market teams. I think Golden State's tax bill is supposed to be $500 million. Damn. Let's take that. Their tax bill.
You're in Kroenke's suite last night.
Where does that go?
Sounds like they
Who gets that 500, Richard?
It goes into a pot. And it gets spread out for all the teams that are underneath the cap. So you have to look at it. Not only are you not getting a piece of that 30, 40, 50 million, you're not getting that, then you're also paying into it. So it's like it's a fun, not fun place to be.
Well, except for, bazillionaires paying more money to play. I mean, they got to do what they got to do. I'm excited to see how Denver's able to keep it back or continue to build around this guy who didn't even know he won a championship seemingly from the outside looking in.
Yeah.
Just having the time of his life, just not doing anything. I need to get back to horse. What are we doing? Parade? I don't like this whole thing. The most humble human of all time, it feels like.
No, but I saw your clip where you're just like, he was like, wait, I can't go home tomorrow. I have to stay parade Thursday. I go home Friday. Okay. Yeah, that's him. And it's a beautiful thing about him. And it's like, look, you have to appreciate that about him. I don't want to say he's the only superstar like that. Tim Duncan was very, very similar. There's other superstars that kind of stay away from the limelight. And then there's other superstars that just look for the limelight. So you enjoy Jokic because we're not going to see him on any commercials. He's not going. They're gonna have to come find him in Serbia. That's just him, and I think that's beautiful about him because you see him. He only wants to play basketball, and there's nothing else. And there's something pure and beautiful about it.
Okay, let's talk about the other superstar. You've played with so many, and I know the boys have a lot of questions, and we appreciate your time here, live from Denver in a hoodie. It's raining out there.
Oh man,
it's because all the fireworks are shooting up there, breaking up the clouds. That's how it all works. So you played with so many superstars around the league for so long. And Jimmy's getting killed, right? Because of obviously the internet's going to let their jokes fly. And it felt like Jimmy wasn't the same Jimmy Butler as he had been. Himmy Bucket seemingly not in the game last night until the final 5 minutes where they started shooting and letting everything go. Is there just sometimes where guys just aren't feeling it? Like, what do you think happened with Jimmy throughout a lot of that game? Why do you think he was so passive when he understood seemingly that he had to be the guy? And how do you think this affects him going into the offseason?
Well, look, I think, Jimmy's a stud. I think everyone, if you just base someone's success off of one series, you're forgetting about what he did against Milwaukee, what he did against Boston. I think those 3 extra games that they had to go against the Seas to put them out. Sorry, Connor. Those 3 extra games that that hurt the Miami Heat, because now all of a sudden you go against a rested Denver team. You're playing at altitude, and I don't think people fully understand the level of exhaustion that you have to play at in these moments. That's why that game last night was so ugly. The Denver Nuggets, say what you want, they couldn't make any shots. They couldn't make any free throws. It was a nasty, nasty game, as a lot of times these closeouts are. But ultimately, man, it's just Jimmy did everything. Jimmy left it all out there, and that's all you can ask. If you are a true competitor and you leave it all out there, shit. What else you gonna do?
So many games.
Yeah.
You guys play so many. So many. If you win, that's like LeBron going to the finals, 19 times or something?
Yeah. For like 3 extra seasons.
9 times. How many? Yeah, the amount of games in prime time. Those are all primetime games. That's where stars are made. His career, his season's so long. Off season, then. That's eating into the off season. So short. So him being, that's crazy. So Jimmy being tired makes sense. Just the way I was watching him play basketball, though, I was like, this guy isn't human. He's just like, he's a completely different animal. And last night, I was watching the internet, just completely forget that he is still him. He buckets. Let's never forget it. Pac-Man has a question for you, RJ.
RJ,
what's up, Pac?
Cardwell Pope, Kristen Brown. How important is it to have these type of guys to play their role in these big games like this?
Oh man, it's huge, bro. Like, this is one of the things. Like, listen, like, they just got a new GM. His name, Calvin Booth. Outstanding job. He drafted Christian Brown with his first pick. He brought in Bruce Brown on a very, very friendly contract, and then he got KCP. So those were the 3 off-season signings. How important? Everyone knows those 3 guys' names, right? From as a Denver Nugget and what they did in KCP. And it's about starring in your role, man. A lot of people will accept the role, like, fine, I'll do it, or I'm not. And then there's guys that show up that are like, what do you need me to do? Tell me what you need me to do. You need me to do this? You need me to do that? Okay, I'll get to work and make sure I do it. And they brought in 3 guys that all did it. Christian Brown, the student, won 3 championships in high school, won a national championship in his first year. And then you bring in an absolute winner. He's a winner. He understands what it takes. There's a little bit extra that winners have. And so you can't compliment their GM and their front office enough for those 3 picks that all were absolute stars in this postseason.
Okay, so in our world, in my world more specifically, like, you make it to the NFL, you're obviously very good at football. Even if you're just getting a practice, a tryout, or whatever, you've probably been the best on your team wherever you were. And then sometimes in the NFL, they're like, okay, we're going to need you to block on punt team, and then we're going to need, which is a completely new, very new thing. You got to learn how to do this in 3 weeks.
Quick.
You got to do a kick step like you're an offensive lineman. Then you got to throw somebody. Then you got to run 70 yards, just wide open
every time.
And then you got to try to tackle somebody. And then we're gonna put you on a kickoff team as well. Kickoff return. All these have brand new techniques. But that person had been the best football player on their football team their entire life. Then they get to the NFL and they're like, okay, hey, there's a lot of really good football players here. This is what you're going to have to do. Some guys can't handle that mentally, like ego-wise. Some guys don't buy in. To your point is like saying buying into that whole. I bet over your career you've seen a lot of guys that didn't get it, like, hey, this is how you're going to fucking be in the NBA, or you're not going to be in the. Is that conversations that happen? And have you?
Oh.
Yeah?
Oh, 1,000%, Pat. Like, even me, I went from coming off the bench to scoring 20 points a game to being a 12-point a game starter to being a 5-6 point a game player afterwards. You have to accept your role. Either evolve or die in any sport. Evolve or die. And so it's like, I only played 17 years. I didn't play 17 years because I was like LeBron James for 17 years. I played 17 years because it's like, you need me to come off the bench? You need me to be a space-up guy? You need me to score a bunch? You need me to be a defender? What do you guys need? And I'm going to do my very best to fill in those gaps and then also be a good teammate. So, yeah, a lot of guys don't. Some guys, and I don't want to say any names because I don't want to call nobody out, but there's certain guys that, like, once their career goes to, like, I'm going from a star to, like, a role player, that's not how they want to play basketball. Or that's not how they want to do their sport. But the guys that can say, hey, look, you know what? I was a star. I'm a role player now, and my job is to support the stars, give them some advice, and then support the younger guys because they understand, like, wait, he used to be a star. He's telling me some good advice. And so, yeah, man, that's part of the league. And the guys that don't do it, they don't last as long as they should.
And those guys that get told, like, hey, this is what you're going to do now, love those like LA Fitness pickup games.
Oh, I bet.
You know, because people are like, this guy's sorry, he's on the bench for or whatever, and then all of a sudden, not missing.
Yeah.
Not a single.
At all.
There's levels to this shit. Yeah, it just so happened to be in the NBA. Doesn't get to happen as much in the NFL because there's not as much pickup games.
Yeah, true.
You know, for guys that are like special teamers
Yep.
to go play running back, where it's like a bunch of randoms.
Wide receiver.
Don't get to really prove it. Basketball, you get to, which is good news. Ty has a question for you, RJ.
Richard, every year after the NBA Finals ends, we always hear, people speculating about all these superstars who either want out or are going to probably change teams, and we've already gotten 4 or 5 big names who people are speculating are going to go elsewhere. In terms of a guy like James Harden, I saw a lot of people, he's one of those guys who it's always like, hey, where's he going to go? He's not happy in one spot very, very often. People are talking about Phoenix. And then maybe like them having to get rid of DeAndre Ayton in order to kind of facilitate that whole thing. Do you think we'll see a bunch of these guys, Harden included, move to different teams? And also, like, am I crazy in thinking that Harden, like, he's tried it with Durant a couple times. In NBA circles, is he known as a guy who, great player, great scorer, but he's kind of just never going to win a championship?
Well, I think, again, that's the definition of evolve. He's evolved. He went from a 35-point-a-game scorer to then with Joel Embiid leading the league in assists. Like, that's the definition of evolve, right? He's like, I'm not that guy anymore. So sometimes it's about accepting him as who he is. Right now, he's a 20-10 guy. And that's on, let's say, quote unquote, the latter third of his career. I wouldn't say straight decline, but he's still an all-star player. So I think for James Harden, I wouldn't say that it's not about him winning a championship. It's just you're trying to figure out which version of him can you win a championship with. You couldn't win a championship with him averaging 35 a game. Now understand they went against the Warriors with Kevin Durant and those ballers. So that's not, there's not that much shame in that. But then he's rotated where he's got an MVP in Joel Embiid, and he's a 20-10. I'm going to get everyone involved kind of guy. You didn't win a championship with that. So it's not that he can't win. It's not that it's just sometimes you need things to go your way, and you got to put in that work. But there's going to be movement. There's going to be a lot of movement in this offseason, a lot of draft movement, a lot of crazy stuff.
Yeah, which is the NBA, it seems like every offseason.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're talking about Zion.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Zion may be on move. It could be good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It could be good.
Zion's moving things. Yes, that's for sure.
Oh, RJ, enough.
Jeez Louise.
Be an adult, please, on this show. Okay?
What?
Yeah.
I would never. If you think that I'm the type of person that would crack jokes about someone's personal life, then you don't know me well enough.
Thank you. I'm happy to hear that.
That's good.
Jeez, that's good news. Connor has a question for you.
Yeah, Richard, we also were watching you yesterday, and it was awesome when you were just shoving your mic into Perk's face. We all got a big kick out of that. Great.
Good work.
That was a great show.
Good bit.
Great bit. Another thing that was kind of hot on the internet last night was kind of the whole Jaw situation, and Adam Silver recently said, he didn't want to take the shine away from the Nuggets and the finals in general, but after that, we'll probably, hear the ruling. Are there circles in the NBA that think that he's going to get something like Gilbert Arenas got when you were playing in the league, or what do you think is going to happen there? And then also, has anyone reached out to him, like yourself, like veterans, to kind of maybe help him get past this hiccup in his career?
Look, I can't speak. I don't know him very well. I don't know his camp very well. But I will say this: there's nothing like when someone says, like, wait till your dad gets home. Like, that's the one where you're sitting waiting on your punishment. It's coming, and you're just like, yeah, his team is waiting on his punishment. His opponents are waiting on his punishment. Everybody is waiting. And look, you can say that because there's a competitive stance, but there's also a side of it like Ja. Obviously, we root for him. You root for any young athlete that gets an opportunity, especially one as talented as him. NBA, I think, and truth be told, I think sports needs him because he's such an exciting guy that casual fans want to watch him. And so I think for me, it's more about like, hey, I just hope he figures it out. That's it. Again, same thing with anybody. We can crack jokes, we can have some fun, but ultimately, I think it's like this guy needs to figure it out.
So you just said you were cracking. You see that?
Cracking jokes.
Because I thought he was being honest with us when he said he would never do that. Turns out he was lying.
That's not what I would do.
Turns out you were lying right to
guys,
his face.
I appreciate you guys. I got to run the NBA today, live today.
Live.
So
it's live though.
Hopefully you guys will have me on. So it's live. It is live. That's why I have to run. I can't be late.
All right. Good luck out there, ladies and gentlemen. Richard Jefferson. Thank you. All right, man. So we learned a lot there. He didn't tell us about when the John Morant suspension will come, but the internet was certainly letting the jokes fly.
Yeah, they're ripping it. That CBA thing for the NBA is very interesting.
Yeah, and he was sitting in Kroenke's Sweet.
Yep. Yeah.
So that's the owner, obviously. When he first said it, I was just, ex-player, I don't know. I'm going to act like I know, because we are a sports program and should know. And then he started talking more. I'm like, Kronk? Oh, he's with the fucking owner. He's the owner.
Yeah.
Okay, smart to tell us you're friends with the owner.
Mhm.
Okay, I like that. But also when you start talking about the CBA and are you able, and they basically don't let you keep people. It's like, well, there's probably a good connection there for at least a little conversation.
For sure.
To hear thoughts about what the future looks like. Because if you're Kroenke, a man who's made an immense amount of cash, you're not thinking about right now all the time. You're probably thinking about the future on a pretty regular basis.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So they probably know what's going to happen, how they're going to handle it. And it feels like with the way the NBA and the CBA set up, it's like almost like they don't want you to pay your people more and more money, which I don't fully comprehend, but good luck to everybody being with the parity, because if it wasn't for teams being built from the bottom and being able to build on, marble as opposed to sand, we wouldn't have had this Denver Nuggets team.
Absolutely. And even the, Warriors team that he referenced, obviously KD comes in and they win a few more championships, but then after KD's left, they still got one last year. So, and they're homegrown. Like,
Yeah, they
them
got a
and the
little
Nuggets-
beef right now, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
AJ,
Big
remember? Draymond Green punched that kid right in the mouth. You talked about it. You were on NBA Today.
Jordan Poole, yes.
You remember? You were like, I don't know how it's going to be down the road.
In the hype video for the season.
Said it.
That was the kickoff of the entire NBA season.
Yeah.
Welcome to the 2023 NBA season. And then they got, bingo. Dribble. They got like LeBron dunking it, all the storylines that could be. And then all of a sudden there's like, Golden State has some drama. AJ Hawk's face. I don't know how you'd be friends after that. Bang, right into another thing.
Yep.
I mean, you told the story of the NBA. That's unbelievable.
I don't think there was any video of me. I think it was just voice.
We all saw your face when we heard it. When we heard
Okay,
it.
have they gotten over it? Are they cool? Are Draymond and Jordan Poole? Are they
Not
cool?
at all.
Well, that's what they were saying was the end of the year problem is that the younger supporting cast around Steph, and I guess Clay would still be counted as the whole thing. The younger supporting cast would like to kind of remove the older supporting cast. Like, hey, this is kind of our team. Congratulations. You guys helped Steph and Clay before.
Change the game.
Thank you for your services.
Yeah.
Now it is kind of our time to do the same thing. Seemingly, that's how I read the beef, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of what we
That's
heard
how I
about.
read it, too.
And that so much so Steph Curry actually had to get up and say,
Stop this shit.
bingo.
Yep.
Don't get on a bus.
That's right.
If you don't want to do this.
Then he dropped 50, game 7.
Yep.
Yeah, and won. And proved why people were fighting to be his supporting cast.
Yes.
Yeah. Then they lost.
Yeah.
And then they said, the young guys don't like the old guys. There's a lot of beef. Are they in the middle of the dynastic run still? We don't know.
And Steve Kerr was like, hey, this isn't the chance.
You can only keep the beef down for so long.
Guys not playing together.
That's right. Beef all over the place.
That's right.
People look in the locker room, and guess what? It's divided.
GDIs, goddamn individuals.
Boom.
How about it?
Big me, little team.
Yeah.
We need to flip that.
Yeah, can't have that.
Little me, big team, AJ.
It's tough in basketball, man. It's a star-driven league.
That's what Denver has.
And if you take care of the little things, the big things will take care of themselves. They didn't take care of the little things.
Well, they didn't.
And the little things were brewing for a long time. It's like a bamboo.
Then became big things.
That's right.
Just like
that
it.
Boom.
One of those shoots.
What about bamboo?
The bamboo shoot.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Up your fingernail?
the New York Jets have signed another player from the Green Bay Packers.
Oh.
Safety Adrian Amos.
Oh.
He's signing a one-year deal worth up to $4 million with the New York Jets. Aaron Rodgers was asked, hey, whenever you're in practice and stuff, got a good player? Aaron's a good player, actually. Yeah, now that I'm thinking about your scheme as well, with the way you guys kind of run what you do, you kind of drop him in there. I think he'd be a great addition. Yeah. Then they go, Hackett, what do you think of this guy whenever you try? Oh, great player. We had him in there. Boom, all of a sudden we got the New York Packers. Yeah. This thing's really starting to cook, isn't it? It feels like it's starting to cook up there, Pac-Man Jones.
It's a lot of Packers going to New York.
How's he player?
He's pretty good. He's really good. If I had one nick on him, ball skills. He don't do pretty good with catching the ball with it when it's in the air, but he comes down. He can play. He can play it from top down. He's pretty good.
Look at this. The Jets' defense gets seemingly better, AJ.
Whoa.
Yeah.
They do. How many years was he in Green Bay? Because people love him there. Like that dude.
Only 2.
He was very good for their defense. Though.
Yeah.
He was a Bear, then he was a Packer, now he's a Jet. So it's obviously not his first home. We assume it will be his last home. I think everybody's hoping that is the case.
Yeah.
But this Jets defense, real deal.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like this is the conversation about
They
why.
were last year.
Yes.
They were last year.
Had the rookie of the year.
Yeah. Sauce.
Great name.
Yeah. Is there, is Quentin Williams
They're
still
only getting better.
They did
holding out?
that figured out.
Yeah.
Because he's their best D lineman by.
Is he at the
And
minicamp?
who's their edge rusher that tore his ACL in camp like first day? He's back.
Oh, last year's Lawson?
Lawson.
Yeah, it was Lawson, right? He's
Carl.
back, isn't he?
Brees Hall's back. They said he's running 21 miles an hour on the thing.
Carl is a monster. If Carl
23, sorry.
Ooh.
Yeah, they got a team over there.
Really good team. Yeah.
Still making moves though too, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
You know?
They trying to win right now.
Yes.
They have to.
Right now.
They know.
Hey, we have no idea. You know, this quarterback that's kind of running our offense right now. We don't know how long he's going to be here. You know?
Yeah. Fucking gotta win right now.
So if Hackett does well there, Hackett gets hired somewhere else.
Nah.
Salah's like, hey, listen, Aaron. Just if you want to be the offense coordinator, however long you want to stick around, dude.
Whatever you
That'd
want
be
to do.
great.
They said he's just running shit. AJ, you heard that?
Feels like it, right?
You tell me.
Yeah, come on. You know.
I mean, I don't think he's not running things. I mean, he knows, has respect for the head coach and the coaching staff, but I'm sure he has plenty of input.
You would think Aaron know this offense better, a little bit more than Hack. Like he was in there with his dad when all this. Like Aaron should know this. This should be Aaron offense.
And this is the offense that he has described as beautiful.
Yep.
Remember, isn't that what he said? He said the West Coast offense is beautiful. There's reasoning behind everything. There's concepts. There's changes. Once you really understand.
There's not movement on every single play. Sorry to cut you off, but he's even said that. Like, can I just get one play without some pre-snap motion? Like that was his issue with some of what they ran with LaFleur. Like, and I know that's what people do to confuse defenses, but I think at times he just wants to get back to like the roots and what he came in with.
Yeah, and Aaron also wants to, like, I understand that some quarterbacks might not just be able to see exactly what the defense is doing without the motion, because the motion's big. Like, are they in zone or are they man, right? That's like the most simple concept for me as a watcher. Like, who follows the running back whenever he comes in? Who follows the wide receiver? Are they just checking off? Then you're immediately knowing they're in zone. If somebody's sticking with it, it's like, okay, they're in man right now. Like, it's just an easy indicator. And Aaron's saying, yeah, can we get one play where you don't, okay, we get it, they're in man, okay? Are they in man quarter, though? Are they in, like, if you just let me look for a second, I might be able to figure it out for you. That's old school, though. You know what I mean? That's very old school. And it feels like this offense, he's going back to that, and he has talked very highly of it, and he knows it very well. Do we think that the wide receivers will be able to just pick it up?
I've read a lot of stuff too that's said like they expect Garrett Wilson to be right up there with Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson this year. Like, he's poised to have an absolute breakout year. And then Lazard, obviously.
He got two vets that can teach the younger guys. I mean, the guys that wasn't with him in Green Bay.
What if they do it? New York will be bananas. New Jersey will.
They're expecting to.
Yeah, everybody. That's it. But what if they do, dude? You know what I mean? This is like when I was golfing with that one guy. He was 265 yards out or whatever, around a bend to a fucking green.
Yep.
And then he stops everything and makes a big fucking scene. And then he takes out his fucking club and he puts it on the middle of the green, like 8 feet from the thing. It's like, okay, you were basically forced to do that. There was no other option for you. You duffed that. The next 48 hours of your life is going to be tough. Like, that is literally what you're going to be talking about. With Aaron right now, in the Jets, they know all anybody's talking about is Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl. Same exact, like, hey, we got to go do this. If they go do it, what an accomplishment, not going to be easy. Speaking of not being easy, tough to keep teams together even if you got the greatest coach.
That's the truth.
Josh Allen has spoken about Stephon Diggs in his press conference post-practice. Sal Capaccio is on the beat. Josh Allen on Stephon Diggs. I know internally we are working on some things. Not football related. Steph is my guy. I fucking love him.
Great answer.
Okay.
There was a lot more.
Not football related. Here it is. There are some things that could have gone better last year. I think as an organization, maybe we're not communicating the right way. Allen on Diggs, who says there is not a personality conflict between the two. Josh Allen on, okay. Allen says he spoke with Diggs today. We don't want this to be a distraction. He doesn't want this to be a distraction. Okay, well, we're already there. This is what it is right now. I'm not sweating. He's my brother, and I love him. Allen on Diggs' situation. Josh Allen asked Stephon Diggs to want to be here. Yes.
Well.
And that's it.
Communication stuff from last year is interesting.
Yeah, so,
like what?
This is a Josh and Stephon Diggs thing is what it seems like.
No.
That's what
No.
I don't know.
Then what?
There are some things that could have gone better last year. I think as an organization, maybe we're not communicating the right way. He does say we, I guess. We're not communicating the right way, but I guess as the organization, in my eyes, when he brings up organization, he's talking about like front office coach with Stephon Diggs.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
GM.
Where are you seeing that it's Josh?
Well, I don't know. It just seems like he's reiterating the fact that he loves Stephon Diggs, and the last photo that I saw of Diggs, aside from his Instagram on a football field, is him looking at Josh Allen. What the fuck? Just personally.
Now you are a Patriots fan.
I am, but that's the taste in my mouth because that's the last thing I was watching.
So you're a Patriots.
Why would he throw organization in there then? Like, I don't think
he said organization. Then he said we. So I don't know. And then maybe we're looking at it all wrong. Maybe the fact that the Buffalo Bills were even rumored to be talking to D-Hop, was something that Stephon Diggs is like, what's that, bro? Like, what are we? You know what I mean? Like maybe,
Yeah, but
was he there at all in OTAs? Did Diggs show up at all in OTAs? Do we know?
I think he was in Paris, bro. I was trying to follow along. He is a really cool Instagram.
Like, why hasn't this come up earlier? Is my question.
I think there was rumblings as the season ended.
Yeah.
As the season ended, there was rumblings, but then they kind of disappeared because the Buffalo Bills are the Buffalo Bills. Like the Buffalo Bills, everybody likes being a Buffalo Bill.
Right. Yeah.
Well, you know what I mean?
That's why the D-Hop thing, though, like, look at the last 3 Super Bowl champs. Like KC, they have Kelsey, who's their guy, which Diggs would still be, but they still add MVS and Juju, and they added Tony.
There's been stories, though, and not that they were looking to trade Stephon Diggs, but, like, there's been stories where players got pissed off because they've been told, like, hey, we'll never trade you. And then it gets reported that they answered the call that there was a trade thing.
Yeah.
Maybe there was, like, something where they're like, Stephon, you're a guy.
he can't get traded, though.
No, but I'm saying, like, the D-Hop thing. Like, I do wonder if, like,
I see what you're saying.
potentially not knowing that they were going to potentially be looking for another number 1 type wide receiver maybe pisses him off, but then he goes to the building and he does it. I don't know. Organization, communication. What would they not be communicating with him?
All we talk about is how many weapons you need. We legitimately talk about that so much. So why would
we talk about that? We're not number 1 wide receiver.
But look at the last. Yeah, but if his contract's untradeable, and every single team in the last 3 years who's won the Super Bowl has added guys every single offseason and during the season, then why would that be a problem? Now I get
seems like a lot of reason.
Stephon's a different.
Yeah, I don't know though. Like maybe he is mad that they didn't get him and they're not going to win, or maybe he thinks they're not going to be able to win and he just wants to win. And then why would he go in there, have meetings with them, and then the head coach is very concerned when he's talking to the press conference? Does he have a full presentation on how they went? What the fuck is going on?
That could make sense though, because
we hope everybody's okay.
The conversation around it was like, hey, D-Hop takes them over the top. And if he, he's a number 1. So he might have been like, oh, like, I'm not fucking good enough to get us over the hump. We need to get D-Hop in here to win a Super Bowl. Like, you could maybe see how, especially given, like,
that's football related, isn't it? Isn't that football related?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, but maybe it's like the trust. I feel like you guys are
Or
trying
maybe he didn't like the way they did the whole situation. Like, they kind of threw him under the bus a little bit with all the stuff after the playoff game last year.
Josina Anderson is reporting that she's being told the private talks have taken place for a while now between Stephon Diggs' camp and the Buffalo Bills, and there was an understanding that the sides are on same page. That's why Sean McDermott's comment today caught some off guard. There's hope that the head coach will give a clarification soon. That's one of 2 tweets. What else does Josina have? She has this. I'm told the nature of the private talks is not money related, though. The heart of the matter wasn't shared at this time. While a team source said Diggs left prior to the practice today after previous meetings, the expectation is he's returning to the facility per source. Man, hope everybody's okay. All right? Hope everybody's all right. Hope everything's okay. Obviously, there's some shit going on. We just want everybody to kind of get back on the same page. A lot of money, a lot of production, and if it is any type of miscommunication, let's sort it.
Yeah.
Let's sort it.
Get to the bottom of it.
You know what I mean, AJ? Let's sort it.
Let's sit down and talk it out.
Let's go to some phone calls on the 500 phone line to wrap up this glorious Tuesday. Let's had a lot of news.
A lot of news today.
1-833-432-3663, 1-833-4-DOME. The Dome would be this building that we're in right here, the Thunder.
Yeah. You smell me?
What a place.
Yes, what a place.
We're about to get it super decorated, bro.
What? Here we go.
AJ, we're about to make this place not so corpo looking. You know what I mean?
Like what? Like what does that mean?
I don't know. We've hired a couple of artists and painters and things like that.
Oh, sweet.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sure we're not getting properly fucked on pricing, but I mean,
you got graffiti on the walls. What are you gonna do?
No, just
Sweet artists come in.
You know, artists are so interesting.
They are
because they are incredibly talented and they provide an incredible thing to the world. But also, like the pricing on it, I feel like is always going to be interesting.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, because you're putting a price on somebody's craft, which is their time and their effort, but also their creation, and their art. And how much is that worth?
Their process.
And the whole thing. It's very interesting. You know what I mean? But this place is going to look pretty sick, I think, this football season.
Oh,
AJ.
yeah.
People are going to be calling into the 5 well, maybe not the 5 hour NG. Maybe 5 hour NG. Calling into the phone line, 1-833-432. Dome. I am so pumped about this upcoming football season, AJ.
It's going to be, I mean, honestly, it is far away, but it's really not that far.
How many days, Connor?
We are 86 days away from NFL.
You said 84 earlier.
No, 86.
Did you
Is
say
that until a game, or is that camp, or is that preseason game? What is that?
That is till the Thursday night football kickoff of the season. Lions Chiefs.
Regular season.
Yeah,
Regular season.
Good to know.
Not that Hall of Fame crap.
No. That
But
count.
lo and behold, just like us, we'll do it again.
That's right.
Coming up that Hall of Fame game, we're going to be so pumped.
Oh, my God.
NFL uniforms are on a football field to celebrate NFL accomplishments.
Bet the over.
Let's go. And that's an XFL game in the future happening in Canton, Ohio, except for Josh Jacobs playing, which made us all wonder, what the fuck did Josh Jacobs do?
Yeah, that was a nice little treat.
It was.
Josh Jacobs get 20 carries in the Hall of Fame game.
It was almost like congrats to the Hall of Famers, and also congrats to Josh Jacobs getting to display that he is so much better than all these fucking guys on the football field right now. That which obviously led to us thinking there was maybe some issues between the Vegas Raiders and Josh Jacobs. Turns out there was.
Yeah.
And then he gets back on the field. Now he's a franchise, and there's more. So I'll be excited to see how that pans out with him being a superstar. But we're going to do it again, aren't we, AJ? This Hall of Fame game, we're going to get so pumped up, and it'll be one drive, and we'll go, this ain't football.
Okay, good run, Hall of Fame.
And then we realize, we're staring down 4 more weeks of this preseason.
You're right.
football.
That's okay.
That's not even really the start. You're right. Like that's.
We'll have training camp fights. We'll have all types of stuff.
Highlights coming from camp.
Monkey
Guys going
standing
through the
high.
bags, throwing the ball off of
Guys
nets and stuff.
puking all over the place. Quarterbacks throwing balls into tiny little nets.
Hard knocks with the Jets.
Yeah, hopefully we get a Jets hard knocks.
They do not want it.
Oh, they don't.
Their fucking choice.
Let's go to Matt in Pennsylvania. Matt, what's going on, pal?
Yes, hello, boy. Pat, AJ, and the boys. Much mana.
Much mana.
Mana.
All right, so I want to discuss about the Buffalo Bills, as you guys say. You you guys say the Super Bowl window's not closed, but I have to agree with the Dahn, Boston Connor on this. I think it's closed, and they've been in disarray for quite a while since the end of the season.
What do you call you?
They got beat. Everything that went on in the season. Cincinnati went in and sucked the life out of the Bills Mafia, beat them like a drum.
Yeah, they did.
And then you have Leslie Frazier leave, and then you have Terrell Edmonds gone. It's 100 tackles gone. And then everything else is going on. AFC has gotten way much better all the way around, just not in their division.
Okay.
Do you think the window's closed?
All right, great question. Hey, good points. Great question, good points. What's a Dahn? What did you call Connor there?
A Dahn, D-I-L-D-I-N-E.
Yep, but
what is a Dahn? Is that similar to the O version of dild?
It's not a bildo. No, it's kind of like a slang for like a dillweed or a dweeb or a dork or something along those lines.
Nice. What part of the world says that?
Pretty good.
So it's in my parts of Pennsylvania. I'm calling from Potter County, Pennsylvania, Austin, Pennsylvania, about 3.5 hours north of Pittsburgh.
Oh, okay. Northeast?
That's eerie.
Yeah, northeast. Yeah, I'm towards the Ohio side.
That'd be west.
That's west.
Yeah, I'm sorry, not Philly. Yeah, west, the Ohio side.
Who's the Dahn now, prick?
Dahn's a drinking buddy.
You and your New England Patriot.
I met a Dahn today, and he gave me wisdom and fun in a bottle.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're a hero.
Absolutely.
I don't know if the same Dahn is the same one as Potterstown or whatever, but thank you for the call. Appreciate that. He brought up a lot of good points. He knew what he was talking about.
For sure.
Feels like he's very invested in not having the Buffalo Bills succeed, which I do appreciate.
Yep.
But it is a crazy thought whenever you have Josh Allen as quarterback, which everybody's saying is the mold for what you want, that we're talking about what is going on over there in Buffalo, dude? All things were good just a week. It was all good just a week ago. Like it really feels like it was publicly.
And the D-Hop stuff, too, it does kind of, now I'm trying to think back to before. Von Miller kind of pushed it in the beginning, and then he stopped pushing it. Oh. Kind of.
Wow.
Are we starting to piece some things together here?
Well, because now I'm trying to see how the,
you're thinking like a fan of a football team, not like of a player.
No.
You're talking about Stephon Diggs potentially being offended that they were trying to sign D-Hop?
Yes.
Yeah, and you brought up like a lot of good points about to win a Super Bowl, you need to have another guy and everything like that. Yeah. But if the team didn't tell them, that they were potentially doing, you can see how maybe that's what he got offended by.
That's communication, yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Here's from April, history in the making. Fear of God, Jared Lorenzo, Adidas, hashtag Fear of God. Stephon Diggs, 3 handshakes. DeAndre Hopkins, 2 handshakes.
Maybe that's what he's pissed about.
Oh.
Wow, can't triple stamp, double stamp, dude.
Yeah, 1 emoji down.
What's going on? Maybe I care more than you do?
Yeah, but see, now that makes me think, okay, never mind.
So definitely.
So what does that have to do with it? Well, he's not going to be mad at D-Hop for any of that. D-Hop's not,
Well, then why would he be mad with him joining the team?
Was big difference.
He's talking strictly as my production's about to go down.
Yeah.
I mean, he had 120 catches.
Yeah.
He's still going to catch 100 balls.
We agree. We're trying to.
It's enough.
No, I know.
We're on your side.
No,
here.
I know this is an open forum. I just don't understand why he'd be mad.
Diggs also like this tweet, I do believe. Thank you, Arizona. Always love. And it's him shaking the hand or giving a fist pound to Devin Booker at a Phoenix Suns game. And it's him posing really cool. Chandler Jones probably put Mac Jones through the desert.
No, he was on the Raiders.
Oh, yeah, right.
He's still in the desert, though.
But in the future, he would put Mac Jones through the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when Chandler Jones took Mac Jones and said, get over here.
Yeah.
Don't try to tackle me.
It's an inside job.
Boom.
Jacoby Myers went to the Raiders after. It was always an inside
Boom.
job.
You won't be cheap shotting me.
What do you think?
It was an inside job.
What do you
like most things these days.
You
Jacoby
muttered some,
Myers.
Oh, my God.
You muttered some things.
Jacoby Myers, who threw the ball, is now a
Matt
Las
Jones,
Vegas
dirty
Raider.
player.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not. That's not what we're talking about.
All right.
Okay, if we want to talk
Matt
about
Jones
that, we
dirty.
can.
The old dong kick on a slide.
Yeah, just slide.
Oh, yeah.
He
Gator
took
roll.
his shin guards and said, I'll get you there. And then he wasn't able
Still
to
got
get
him on.
Wasn't able to get him with the shin guard. So then he put this thing up, and he actually did one of those. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
He did I get your ding? Did I get your
Against the
ding?
Bears.
Oh, yeah.
Good toe point.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good ding.
That really clips him at the end. That's what gets him. He really clips the tip at the end.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Why was he kicking people in the dome?
I don't know. That's just how he plays, and I can't say anything about it. It's just what he does.
If he's on my team, I would like it.
Yeah, it is what it is.
You would like
Got to feel so good to take a knee with those on.
Yeah. The funny thing about it is I can't feel anything. Feels like I'm still standing. You know what I mean? Feels like I'm still standing.
Go lay some tile.
Yeah. Maybe carpet.
Yeah, bang that carpet into the corners.
You know what I mean? Get that knee going. I'm scuffing on my shoes that the Herbstreit family bought for me.
Oh, no.
Let's go to the fence. Let's go to Mate in Pittsburgh. What's going on, Mate?
Hey, how you doing? Long-time listener, first-time caller. Love the show.
Hell yeah, mate. Hell yeah. What's going on, pal?
Hey, just want to send a little RIP to a sports legend in Pittsburgh. Mr. Stan Savran passed away. Little shout-out. That's all I got.
Yeah, you're right, mate. Thank you for calling and reminding us. Quite a bummer yesterday is the name. Stan Savran was announced dead yesterday around Pittsburgh. This man's on a microphone for basically everything Pittsburgh related. Had a Pittsburgh show, beloved by everybody. Nah, not everybody, I guess, but everybody understood and respected the fact that he represented the city of Pittsburgh in beautiful fashion in the sports world. And the world will miss him, as will Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Stan. Hell yeah.
Thank you, Stan.
Stan. Hell yeah, Stan. I apologize to Stan that I'm wearing these shin guards. Even though it is, nobody's going to
So
take it serious.
disrespectful.
When you started it.
Nobody's going to take it serious.
If anyone would appreciate him,
Stan would.
it'd be Stan.
Rest in peace, Stan. I do fucking appreciate everything you did for my
Godfather.
Yeah, sure.
Godfather of Pittsburgh.
Take a
sports.
step forward then.
Now he's sitting up in heaven with DiNardo.
Yep.
Yeah, he is. DiNardo and Stan are up there.
Mm-hmm.
We do appreciate you, Stan. I do apologize that I have these fashionable shin guards on in the middle of this. You didn't. That was. I wish that this was not the day that we had to do this. Jeez Louise. Rest in peace. Stan would have respected that.
Yeah, he would have.
One more phone call here before we get out of here on this glorious Tuesday. Let's go to Nick in Maryland. What's going on, Nick? What's your problem, AJ?
Hey, Pat, boys, how's it going? Keep it moving.
Nailed it.
Had a question about Odell Beckham reporting to mandatory minicamp today. Just wanted to see what you guys think of this upcoming season for the Ravens, especially their offense, and do you think they can overpass the Cincinnati Bengals this year and win the division?
Oh, I was going to have Pac-Man kind of break this down because, you know, he probably knows Odell Beckham better than all of us because he's probably played against him a little bit. Odell Beckham really changes that team over there. And do you think that the Baltimore Ravens are back in contention for the AFC North with your Cincinnati Bengals?
Of course, Odell changed the team. With the things that he can do, and you can move him around outside in, having the quarterback back. I think them and the Bengals will probably be the winner of
What about the Pittsburgh
division.
Steelers?
I don't think Pittsburgh will be talked about this year as far as winning the division.
Odell Beckham went to the Los Angeles Rams and corrected every narrative that was potentially out there about him after he left New York, goes to Cleveland. His dad makes a video about Baker Mayfield seemingly looking him off, even if he's wide open as the number one wide receiver. Cleveland lets him go and says, yeah, we understand you're going through some shit. We don't love that we're locked down here either. They would move on from Baker. All those coaches would go on to dap up Odell Beckham Jr. when they saw him in the future. And every teammate OBJ has ever had has said they fucking love him as a teammate. When he went to Los Angeles, McVay said, hey, listen, you're one of one. I'm going to get you a touchdown every single week that you're on this team. So much so that in the Super Bowl, Odell Beckham Jr. was the game plan. We want to win a Super Bowl. Let's feed this dude who can throw tuds and obviously do everything else. He became a whole new conversation until he tore his ACL in the middle of that Super Bowl. Now, tearing his ACL is such an interesting thing because he was playing this entire season and all these highlights that we're seeing him in right here with an already partially torn ACL because the previous surgery that he had didn't take. It wasn't a full surgery. So in the biggest moment in the Super Bowl, the surgery that wasn't full ended up being an exposed whenever the whole ACL tears. He's back better than ever, going to be a weapon. Lamar Jackson's probably super pumped, AJ. Yeah.
Well, it will be fun to watch their offense with Lamar and Odell. I hope they do some crazy, like, pitch it back to Odell. Lamar goes out, catches a touchdown pass. I hope to see all of those kind of things. But I still feel like Cincy is the head of the class in the AFC North.
Yeah, and you are obviously a Cincinnati Bengals fan, I think, naturally.
Yes, I'm very biased, of course.
Pac-Man is as well, so we have a lot of that. But it's for good reason. The team is fucking remarkable.
Yeah.
And Joey Burrow looks cooler somehow than he's ever. He's somehow Joey Burrow this year. Somehow it's gotten even better.
Headband.
But I can't wait. You're right. Odell Beckham Jr. under center with Lamar at running back or whatever, or a wide receiver.
Oh, yes.
They did that last year with Mark.
Yeah, Mark.
Injuries I did.
Yep. They did.
He under center. Lamar actually hands on pads running back. Pitch option. Was it
Pitch.
option? I don't remember if it was option or pitch.
I thought it was a toss.
Yeah, whatever the case, he
Either way.
actual running back, lead, cut, got a couple yards and up there. And they do that strictly because they say not bad for a running back. But with Odell Beckham Jr. being able to throw as well as he can throw, run as well as he can run, and Lamar, Monken can get real creative. He can get real creative for that. Are the Steelers scared right now?
Actually, no. I'm actually very, very confident going into this year. Very, very happy with.
I don't know if that's the case, Diggs. Doesn't sound like it.
Oh, he said you put a little bass in your voice. Maybe I'd listen to you.
That's this guy's fucking problem. I don't have bass to put in my voice, okay? No, I'm very, 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 very confident. I mean, Pac says it takes 3 wide receivers. Sure, Ravens now have 1, so congrats on that. Bengals lost both their safeties. That'll make their fucking defense really good.
We got Lou Anamomo.
That is right.
Boom.
Holy hell.
Oh, players
I've
don't
never
matter?
heard a more true statement.
Players don't matter?
Yeah, but he can plug and play with safeties.
You talking
Didn't
about
we just draft the safety?
I don't know. Are drafted players good? I don't
Stud.
Who?
Oh, I'm not sure if they drafted one or not.
We did.
Lou will get him right.
Yeah, of course. What did you said Justin Jeffries early?
Yeah.
That's the first time I've heard. Have you said that before?
Justin
The boys just act.
Jefferson.
You said again. You said, did I do it again? I didn't.
Yeah, well, there was one other
he
time.
said that.
There was one other time. And you actually brought it up to me later, like, hey, why didn't you correct me when I said Justin Jeffries?
That's awesome.
Oh,
Some
yeah,
of these
you
names.
did.
Hey, some of these names are impossible back.
Oh, yeah.
Like there's sometimes I'll be talking about something, and I'd seen the tweet.
You don't forget too many names.
From the person of the name, and I have to take the tractor another round because I'm still trying to find what the name was in that tweet. So I'm selling this person a whole nother, at least 10 to 15 words to try to figure out what the name is. It is a tough thing though because I feel like if you get somebody's name right, they appreciate it.
Yeah.
If you get somebody's name wrong though, they're like this.
They'll remember.
Yeah, this person doesn't even.
Have
You know what I
them
mean? But not a lot of people are good at names, though.
No.
So
it's,
bad.
It's not an easy thing at all. So when you said Justin Jefferson, I'm like, fuck, I have no idea who that is. I have no idea what D tackle that potentially is.
Is he Tennessee?
I don't know who I'm
Jeffrey
supposed
Simmons.
to know. Yeah, who is it? Jeffrey Simmons? He's a dog.
Yeah, dog.
Not a bad show these past couple days.
No.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Loaded with guests.
We did new logo drop yesterday.
Yeah.
That was sweet.
Did you enjoy that, AJ?
I did. I mean, I was completely surprised, for real.
I guess Cleveland Browns are fans of the program.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Some people, not all people.
Sure.
Some people in their building, big fan. We appreciate them.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting us do that.
That was sweet.
They were cool people. Now, obviously, Brownie is an elf. They don't speak our language, so didn't get to meet anybody else. But everybody else that was there from the Browns, we kind of got a chance to chat with and learn about. They're cool people, man. I'm excited to see what they end up doing. This is their brand new dog logo.
Absolutely nothing.
What are you talking about?
They ain't gonna do nothing.
They got a new dog logo.
Yeah, and it has cool things in the logo, like top left ear. That's the shape of
I'm
Ohio.
more worried about them than the Ravens.
Oh, is that really?
Yeah, it is.
There's a couple little Easter eggs, I guess, in this thing that was
What else?
generated by a fan.
The brown stripe in the middle.
Dirty, what else was in there, Dirty? Didn't they tell you a bunch of the...
Yeah, that mouth is supposed to be that bridge that the Guardian stands on.
Yeah,
And then on
okay.
his collar, that white part is the yeah, there it goes, the east end zone,
Guitar
which is
pick.
where the dog pound's at.
Guitar pick for the
That's
Rock and
cool.
Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Wow.
Look at that.
Who cares? Cincinnati.
Well said, Pac. Well said.
It was cool. Congrats to them. That's a very good logo.
Yeah.
There's some of those internet people that make it in my timeline. They like redo people's logos.
Yeah, some of those are awesome.
And then they're like, retweet this to get to the team. And I'm like, some of these teams are going to be very pissed that they see this. Because it's like, that's definitely nicer than ours. But we've signed trademarks on this logo for the next 45 fucking years.
Right.
But our fans are like, hey, this is much cooler.
Yeah.
And it's like, it
not that
certainly
easy,
is.
buddy.
Yeah, the Lions
It
one?
certainly is, but that ain't how this goes.
Have you seen the Lions one?
Unbelievable.
Yeah, that
It's
girl
like-
that makes those is so talented. I want the Lions one. That logo is 1,000 times
Sweet.
Yeah, the Lions kind of get put in a spot there because it's like so good. And the Lions like, what do you want? We literally just re-signed the. We got the fuck every jersey, our whole stadium, our fucking field.
You know how much money that costs?
Sorry.
We are so sorry.
They could though, just like buy those logos and make a bunch of T-shirts and not have to
Secondary
get-
logos.
Yeah, exactly.
They do that, right? Yeah. This is a secondary.
Yeah,
logo.
this one is.
It's good looking. Dog. You gonna buy that for the state of Ohio tribute? You know, guitar pick.
Yeah, you gotta put
It'll be between that and some V-Friends cards that I could open up.
Maybe buy 20 to 40.
Go with the cards.
What do you mean?
Choosing what to spend my money on.
Are you talking about the Gary Vmon, the Pokemon?
Yeah. Yes.
The
Yeah,
Gary
whenever he's been
Vmon.
opened up, he's been very excited online. One of his buddies opened up a really rare one.
No.
No, he did. He unpacked a precocious porcupine and came in his pants pretty much. Went absolutely.
No, the whole room. The whole room busted everywhere when his buddy
What's so funny?
had an autograph on it.
It's one of one, Pat.
Yeah, does he
Yeah,
make
Pat.
a joke in your ear?
What is Pat doing? Is he crying?
I think he saw a photo of himself with the shin pads on.
The shin guards, yeah.
Fashion, bro.
Yeah.
A nice bat.
Man, why? Why'd you say that the way you said that?
What do you mean?
doing?
What did I say?
People are enjoying this thing. The way you said it was just like, hey, everybody's real excited. What's your problem, bro?
I'm
Let 'em
trying to
have his
figure it out.
fun.
I feel like the old guy. I'm like, just let me in on the fun. Let me understand the excitement.
I think it's Gary Vmon, and if I never did the Pokemon thing, I've actually told the story. I have respect for everybody. It's fucking an incredible business. They've done incredible things. I didn't even play video games growing up or watch TV. I mean, I didn't do anything. I didn't have time, let alone cards and flipping everything.
What makes one more valuable than the other, though, in the whole VMon?
So I think the Pokemon, I don't know. They have points, I believe. Zito just sold
Z?
Charizard.
Yeah, Z's in it.
For like a shit ton of money. Just about a week ago.
A week ago.
About a week ago, he literally sold something for a bunch of money. So I understand the whole give and take. And then you sit and you play, right? It's like you're playing war.
No one ever played. You just collect the cards.
What about the Gary Vmon, though? Are they playing?
That's different because that's high stakes. That's, hey, my Gary Vmon are going to fucking wipe the floor with your Gary Vmon.
So do they play against each other? Is that what I don't know, AJ. That's a good question.
Yeah, the points. You see I think the 9.5 is that how many attack
What
points
makes
it
them
has?
worth anything? What gives them value?
Because Gary says so.
Yeah. Wake
Okay,
up.
that's all I need to know. That's all I need to know.
All right.
That's what I assume.
Supply and demand on Gary's chart.
People are having fun. I did see that video you were talking about. Those people are fucking jacked up. I need something, okay? Because you guys are all so fucking cynical.
What do you mean?
Yeah, so effusive.
How?
I need something in my life that happens around us that gets you guys as jacked as those guys were. I don't know if I've experienced that in some time.
That's not true. That's not true. When we all went to Top Gun, we were all that.
Yeah,
jacked.
you're right.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You're right. We were.
Yeah, we were juiced up.
Okay.
And we got another opportunity here in about a month when fucking Mission Impossible comes out.
Boom.
Okay, all right. So that's what our Gary.
TC.
Yeah, TC.
Bro, think about that moment. They were so happy in that video, AJ. So happy.
Was it real? Like that was the first time they inched that card away and saw his autograph?
Yeah.
Yes.
Went fucking ballistic.
Gary V needs these right now. from AJ. You know what I mean?
I am only giving him great pub because I'm trying to get in on it.
Think about that. That's how good these are. Wow. Not only are they fashionable and make you look cool, they're incredibly convenient if you're ever getting attacked.
Never bang your knee on a little table again.
Never, dude. Just fucking walking around, bang. What's up?
I'm good.
No
I'm good.
problems. Ooh, I got a surgery on that knee a couple of times. Couldn't tell. You know why?
Why?
Clods are on.
Boom.
That's my kneecap. I just hit my patella. You know that?
Watch out for that. What was the old little part that you messed up?
Popliteus.
Thank you.
There it is.
That was the back.
Yeah.
That was a real problem there.
That is uncovered.
My popliteus is back. Yeah, but
You might have to tape the other one on one leg.
back.
Yeah.
right. That's good fashion.
You know?
Put 2 on one leg.
Yeah, put that one on the back of the other leg.
Calf one is at max stretch. I'm gonna be
You
honest.
have any shoulder pads in there you can put on?
No, dude, that's not fashion. Don't be an asshole.
Yeah. You need a t-shirt for those anyways.
Oh, this is so cool.
Yeah, here we go.
This is.
Here we go.
Like
You want to talk about fucking fashion, dude?
Here we go.
Yeah, dude, I'm completely fucking fashion. I'm penetrating right now. Ping. Look at this. They think I'm walking away.
Turn it all the way.
I tried. This show sucks. This show sucks, dude.
Safe popliteus though.
This is literally the only thing we know, though. You're right. And calf at this point.
Boom.
I mean, good for the goose, good for the gander there.
Yeah.
The only thing we know is this is potentially the only communication we've had publicly from Stephon Diggs.
That's right.
Yeah.
It involved a shin guard on one leg, not on the other.
Yeah.
What does it mean?
And he looks bummed
Was this
out.
for like GQ or what was this for?
It was him articulating his feelings.
Yeah, with a balloon. Red balloon. We haven't talked about what does the red balloon mean?
Red balloon.
Oh, it's in the caption.
Oh.
Usually it means it.
No, he's
Decline.
up and away.
He's
That's
floating?
Big Cuddy.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I think. Just floating, yeah. Levitating. Okay. He's above himself right now.
That's right.
He's, you know, in movies, they have your soul kind of,
Yeah.
and it looks down on you.
Is that a butterfly?
Where?
Where at?
Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Belly button.
Nah, that's a Bentley logo, isn't it?
It does look like a Bentley.
Kind of looks like a moth.
Might be more.
He's got some sweet tattoos, this guy, huh? I didn't even know.
I mean, come on.
All right, what, AJ?
Look at the smiley face.
Why are we zooming in on dude's belly button?
I'm trying to see what
Look at the tattoo.
we're trying to articulate.
Belly buttons are weird, man. You know that.
They are weird.
What?
Watching my whole daughter go through the whole belly button thing was weird as well. That was a butterfly, though, dude. We think. We're not
He's got a smiley face, though, next to his watch, so maybe he's smiling on the inside.
Yeah. Oh, there is a smiley face there.
Yeah.
Next to the
Smile time.
next to the white face there, you got the smiley face. Good watch, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Patches on his jacket. Maybe he's healed all his scars.
All right, let's go back to the shin pad now.
That paper airplane.
Let's go into the background of the shin pad here, see if we can catch anything.
Did he bring it, or do you think they're like, hey, here you go, strap this thing on? He's like, yep.
Well, that's his closet. He actually rolled it to the chute there in the back.
Oh, okay.
See him in there? Pack, how much of that shit do you have? All of it, right? Didn't you wear that last week, that thing? 2 in from the right? What is this? What is it? What is this for? Good question. Is this just articulating his feelings? Because then we got to start taking it all in, like the empty thing over there to the left.
Yeah.
What was that rolling in? What was that rolling in? Was that the Beals Mafia rolling in there and then rolling out empty on the backside, or sitting on a wooden box? What's that all about? Doesn't like tables? You know, Beals Mafia.
Right.
What is going on here?
This is bad.
It's not good.
He peed down that box.
Yeah, is that mustard or bunch of piss?
I think it's a bunch of piss.
That's the next fashion trend, is that just piss yourself and take
Big old
pictures.
Yellow dong.
I think it's already been a trend. You know, I think people were doing that back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Not on like the cover of GQ.
You don't know.
Bro, how cool is that fucking look right there?
Look at that jacket.
Could you imagine?
I love the shin guard.
Could you imagine walking around like that?
No.
That'd be so cool. Imagine just lumbering in somewhere.
You have to wear that.
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
Turn that right foot. Turn that right foot so we think.
I don't know if I can.
I hope you try to get that around.
People are going to think I'm looking.
Yeah, like crisscross. Turn your jeans backwards.
I'm going to try, dude. Yeah, people won't even notice. Just looks like I'm looking to my side.
Yeah, basically.
You know what I mean, AJ? Just looking at my side, dude. Don't worry about
Unbelievable.
it. Thank you. This is not a magic trick. This is a sports show. Let's get the fuck out of here, dude. Stephon Diggs, is he going to be a Bill or not? He has to be, I
he
guess.
is. He's going to be a Bill.
And it's not. It sounds like it's personal. And he said, I fucking love him. Okay?
Yeah.
That's what Josh Allen said.
Small problem.
Just wants him to know it. Maybe he's back in the building tomorrow. Maybe they're making things better. Hopefully his Papladius is okay. And hopefully tomorrow we have a good program.
Hell yeah.
We've been batting 0 since we started this whole thing on good shows. We think tomorrow is going to be the day. They say when you're cold, you're due. And that means tomorrow's show is about to be better than we've ever had, AJ. Ain't that right, AJ Hawk?
We are due. Absolutely. I can't wait.
Tomorrow we could be talking about a brand new Lordo Stanley Cup champion.
Smell me.
Fucking goal, boy.
The Vegas Golden Knights could win their first ever Stanley Cup just one night removed from the Denver Nuggets winning their first ever NBA Finals championship. Ty, your prediction on the score this evening as your Vegas Golden Knights since day one go to accomplish something they've never been able to do.
Fucking Golden Knights wrap this puppy up 4-2. Stoner, two goals, maybe an apple.
Whoa.
I like Marchessault to maybe have a goal, and I expect either Jockey Aces or Jonathan Marchessault to be awarded the Conn Smythe as well.
Pac-Man, you agree with that take there? 4-2 sounds good to you?
Totally agree.
Hold on. We have some breaking news here. We have video now of Josh Allen speaking what we read he speak on Twitter now. We aren't body language experts, okay? Although they do say 80% of communication is nonverbal communication.
Right.
So our entire lives, we are kind of trying to practice being body language experts naturally through our communicating process as humans. Here's Josh Allen answering the questions about Stephon Diggs after practice. Remember, this comes after Stephon Diggs had been in the building, met with the head coach and the GM. Then he left the building, missed practice. Head coach then says he's very concerned about the situation. Here's Josh Allen talking about his number one wide receiver and fellow captain of the Buffalo Bills, Stephon Diggs.
Oh, I know internally we're working on some things, not football related, but you know, Steph, he's my guy. I fucking love him. He's a brother of mine.
Hell yeah.
That was
you know,
sincere.
this does not work, what we're doing here, without him. You know, we wish he was in here today and was out there on the field with us, and that's not the case. But I've got his back no matter what. And again, I've got no doubts that we will figure out what's going on, and freaking love him. I can't stress that enough. You know, there's things that I could do better, and you know, to help out with this process and try to get him back here and you know, be the Buffalo Bill that he's meant to be.
Interesting. Things that I can do better. What's that, AJ? More texting, more talking, more throwing?
Well, or just a guy that knows he's the leader of the squad. He's taking some ownership of the situation, whether he believes that or not.
Oh, and he's letting him know, hey, I fucking love you, pal, publicly. Want everybody to know, no matter what you're hearing or thinking, you need to know that Josh Allen loves this guy.
Big time.
And he said, I got his back no matter what, Pac. That's a big deal.
I wonder. I'm thinking they haven't talked since last year. That's what I'm getting out of the conversation. Like, hey, I could have done better, or it's things that I can do better. Maybe I didn't reach out. He been gone the whole offseason. You know, these wide receivers are very touchy when it comes to feelings.
Okay.
That's coming from 14-year NFL corner.
Yep.
Adam Pac-Man Jones, but a lot of stories have come out from wide receiver rooms in the history of the NFL about potentially not feeling respected or not being appreciated or thinking that things aren't going the right direction. They are a position that is, you know, very important to the success of your team and also very reliant upon somebody else for their success. It's an interesting dilemma, the mindset that you have to be a great wide receiver. You have to be needy. You have to, I want the ball all the time. Because if you're not that guy, you're going to get beat out by the guy that wants the ball all the time, because that leads to how hard you work. That leads to everything else you do for the team. And if you're not getting paid off for all the running you're doing and everything like that, that position does have a history of saying, fuck this. We ain't doing it.
See ya.
Now, we don't know what it is. We heard it's not football related, so obviously it's not the amount of balls. It's something off the field that Josh Allen said he could do better. The organization seemingly has said that they could do better. What is it? We assume they'll get it figured out. Tomorrow we'll have more updates.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get to a break for about 20 hours or so. Okay?
Okay. Yep.
AJ, what are you going to do for the next 20 hours? You going to get better today?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to get better. Always getting better.
What are you gonna do? You gonna wear 2 shin guards and always be protected?
No, I'm gonna go to Play It Against Sports and probably buy 1 shin guard there. They're gonna say, hey, you need the pair. No, absolutely not. You need 4. Stephon Diggs. I need 1.
You can sell me 1 for the price of 2 because of how fashionable they are now.
Bingo.
Yeah. Yep.
Bingo.
I think I'm gonna go.
You sell a 10.
The arm one. You know the arm plate.
Yeah.
Do it.
I'm gonna rock that one. The arm plate.
Could you imagine?
Like a lacrosse pad. Get the big lacrosse pad on your arm.
Imagine you got that thing like iced out too.
Ooh.
That'd be sweet.
Like in the little crevices.
Yeah, set the trend.
Maybe we should start wearing like a cowboy collar or a neck roll with our street clothes.
Oh my god.
That would
How
be
sweet
sick.
would that be?
Some people say they think you do that already.
Yep.
Because the way your fucking neck looks.
I wish.
Okay.
That'd be nice.
That would be cool if you did that. Why don't we start wearing cowboy?
That'd be sweet. Something to rest your head on too.
Just straight up,
Oh.
square one,
Yeah.
Cox or one.
I could. Oh yeah, the Brian Cox, the old
No neck.
You could just lean back and fall asleep at any moment.
Why don't we just wear football pads?
Don't worry, we will soon enough when AI takes over and destroys the world and we live in a post-apocalyptic landscape. We'll be dressed like Mad Max. We'll be wearing football pads. It'll be great.
Okay, let's get to a break, I guess. Jeez.
Whoa.
All right, Nick.
Don't worry.
Thanks, pal. Great work, boys. Okay, big thanks.
Real
to
downer.
Richard Jefferson, Ian Rappaport, Stephen A. Smith, obviously, Pac-Man, AJ, everything. Thanks for that, Nick. Really, thank you, Nick.
It wouldn't be like that, okay? If AI wins, it'll be a nuclear winter, and we'll all die slowly.
Oh,
in football
much better.
pads.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Be much different than Mad Max.
All right, everybody have a great day. Let's not think about that.
Yeah.
Let's think about that not happening.
Not having nuclear sex with an AI.
Let's think about the only bad thing that could happen is not that. It is potentially that your wide receiver's a little bit upset about something.
That's right.
Yeah.
And the reason why that being the worst thing that could happen being a good thing is because that's going to get settled.
Yeah.
Yes.
Humans will get things figured out.
Yeah.
There's never a communication issue whenever somebody's getting paid $24 million and there isn't a money thing on a problem.
No.
It's just a human thing.
Yeah.
And maybe it was like thinking, oh, they're looking for another number 1 wide receiver. Am I not enough? Maybe it is like, oh, you should have been more communicative with me this offseason. Maybe it's something we haven't thought of at all that has made Stephon Diggs think to himself, I don't like what's going on here.
What the hell?
It is not good, though,
No.
that he met with the coach, met with the GM.
No.
We still don't know if that was 1 meeting or 2. 2 meetings, worse than 1. 1 meeting, and they met with both at the same time, walked out of not happy. Then Sean McDermott said, I'm very concerned about it. That is certainly something that I can't wait to hear about what they talked about, which the world awaits.
That's right.
Richard Jefferson's currently on NBA Live today.
Nice.
He's wearing a sport coat over the hoodie.
Okay.
He looks super Whitworth and cool.
It's a good look.
Whitworth needs to be the one that puts the cowboy collar
Yes.
on the sport coat.
Bingo.
Please.
Because he already has that hoodie there, so the hoodie kind of covers it up.
Yes.
Yeah.
It'll just kind of sit there over the hoodie or under the hoodie.
Something to think about.
Looks so cool.
Thursday nights,
Something
make
to
them
think
cool.
about.
That's right.
Let's get to a break. 20 hours and 33 minutes. All right?
Yep.
Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. Today's a great day because we're alive.
Yes.
We don't need to be thinking about this artificial intelligence stuff.
No.
So next time you guys have a thought like that about us all dying in a terrible fashion, hold it in.
Sure.
Compress it down. Sit on it until you're not around me.
Okay.
Then let it out.
I'll write it down.
Don't keep it inside though.
No.
You need to let it out.
Yeah.
I just would like to choose ignorance as bliss.
Sure.
So I'd like to think that it's not going to happen. And the smart people will take care of it. That can't be what I look like. Okay?
Why? That'd be
I don't
sick.
need to hear that that's going to be what I look like.
Who's this guy?
You already got the shin pads.
That'd
Yeah,
be awesome.
I look cool. Me and Stephon Diggs do this
His
all
cup.
the time.
Yeah, he's got a bedazzled cup. That'd be
Got a
sick.
cup with
This
rhinestones.
guy looks like the fucking dodgeball team that they got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's not protecting him at all. What is this?
What do you mean?
What are you talking about?
Dude,
I mean,
if anything comes at his dong in those exact spots, his dick is safe.
Yep.
Shoulder pads, you don't want to meet that man in the hole. Are you kidding me?
Bullet can't get through that.
Flavor saver because he doesn't know when his next meal's coming.
Yep.
Exactly.
yep.
What is this thing?
Post-apocalyptic.
Oh, yeah, post-apocalyptic from Mad Max.
This is the movie you're referring
This
to?
is real from that
This is
movie?
what you wanted me to look like, Nick? What
This is what we're all gonna look
What
like.
is this? The
I'm not going to look
No,
like
we're
that.
That's just how you survive.
Water runs out.
AJ, this is what you're going to look like, Nick said.
I've never seen this, but I do not plan on dressing like this.
What if it's your only means of survival?
Yeah.
There's no chance that that's the only means. There's always another way.
No, that's the
not-
way right there.
Yeah, not in
That's
this
right.
world.
You're looking at it.
Bro, look at the little mini crossbow on the right hand.
Oh my God.
Imagine coming in and just going ting ting with
Yeah.
a bow and a mini bow and arrow.
Dead.
You may actually start this revolution.
That's an Ohio fuck if I ever seen one.
See, if feathers on the top of this thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoulder
How
pad?
to tell where the wind's blowing.
That's based off of
John
you,
Travolta?
AJ. That guy's character is AJ Hawk.
Yeah, he actually flies a little bit. That is a hawk, isn't it?
Same haircut.
I better start bedazzling my cup.
And your torso.
Yep.
Pierce.
Yeah. And get a crossbow for your wrist.
How about him trying to say that he doesn't already bedazzle his cup?
Yeah, we know. Lights, camera, action, pal. The arm pads there, professional wrestler ones.
Yep.
That's like what Kanye's wearing out in a
Yes,
right
exactly.
now. Kanye watched Mad Max for the first time? Is that what we're thinking?
Might have, yeah.
He just did the whole naked sushi thing.
And I think Kanye is a big Mel Gibson fan.
Is he?
So that would make sense.
Based on what Kanye said and what Mel Gibson said, I think you can connect the two.
Let's get to a break.
Although that is what.
Let's get out of here.
That's what he's wearing.
What did Mel say?
Well, okay, we are not covering that. Mel said some things about some people. He is not the biggest of fan.
There was a movie.
We don't like a lot of that negativity, which once again leads us to let's worry about fashion. Okay, let's worry about football. Let's worry about the future being bright and not the one that you guys are describing.
Great
Let's talk about wearing shin guards just because we want to, because it looks cool. Not because we have to, because people have little crossbows on their right arm. Let's talk about life being great because we are just
86 days
away from NFL football. We'll be back tomorrow. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. Goodbye.